Hello and welcome back. The match of all the matches is about to start. I'm not talking about the final, I'm talking about the one which everyone expected to happen. Of course, I'm talking about EG going up against Fnatic. Is the audience still with me? Are you still awake? Yes, they are. Are you equally as excited for that match as I am? Yeah, one person, really? Well, okay, I give you the credits for that. But before we start, once more, of course, we're going to have a quick talk with both of those teams. We start off with Fnatic. So for that, of course, once more, I'm going to hand it over to the lovely James.
Thank you, Zoe. I'm not that lovely, but I'm standing here with Fnatic Fly, and I just have a few questions for you before you start. First, you mentioned yesterday to Zoe that you hadn't really seen the games that EG had played. Did you do any preparation last night or today, or how confident are you feeling?
Well, we did talk about it like today and yesterday. Came up with a few ideas which we think might work.
Right.
If we play against what we expect we're going to play. Like, I don't know if they have anything special planned, but we do have some plans against them.
So you have something special in mind?
I don't know if it's special, but it's definitely, something that might work.
And how confident are you feeling overall about this match and, potentially facing Mouse in the final?
I think if we're able to win this match, we'll have like really good momentum and we can take out Mouse, even though they're like really good right now. But yeah, this match should be pretty interesting.
Great. Well, best of luck to you guys, and we'll send it over to Zoe with a few words from Mouse.
Thank you very much, James. And yeah, I have Demon now joining me from Team EG. Such a smiley person. Look at you. So, oh, that's sweet. No one heard it. How unfortunate. However, let's talk about the upcoming game. You guys have been playing against each other fairly often, I would say, already. Both of those teams have been out there in the scene since quite a while as well. You guys, however, normally came out on top of it, or at least percentage-wise. You actually won more than they did. Yeah, I did the math. Don't worry about it. I got this. Is that also something it feels like, or is that really just statistics?
I think the statistics doesn't speak for anything because in the earlier stages, Fnatic was like really getting accustomed to Dota 2 and, making the transition from Han over. And that's when that's where the statistics kicked in. So right now I think they've proven from time to time again from multiple lands that they're a team to be feared and we won't underestimate them.
Well, you better don't. It's the semifinals. We're playing in single elimination. So this is the one chance you have. Yeah, wake up. And second question before I let you get back into the zone. Who do you think is having better chances going up against Mouse? Do you think you guys would have an easier time against Mouse, or is Fnatic the ones who would be more happy?
I think right now we're a lot more focused on this game, thinking about this, so I don't really think ahead. And we'll see.
Good. We will see indeed. So thanks a lot for taking the time for the interview. Good luck to you guys. And we're going to head over to our commentators, Toby1 and Wagamama.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Obviously, Demon looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
Yeah, he's completely wide awake.
Yeah.
He's ready for this one.
Obviously, he's just saving that monster burst.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
what it's all about.
he's gonna chug it right before the game.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's look at the brackets.
Bracket sounds good, man. Bracket sounds good. So we'll see the progression of what's happened today. Obviously, Mousesports versus Infinity. We go for another 2-0 victory.
It's crazy. It's crazy to see a tournament after 5 games from the quarterfinals. We have not seen a 2-1 yet. So let's see this EG versus Fnatic. This is a matchup that I look forward to a lot, though.
This is the one I hope goes 2-1, just so we have that extra game is what I hope for.
Just to see more Dota?
Yeah, basically, yeah. So EG versus Fnatic. Obviously, EG, they'll come in my mind, as the underdogs.
Yeah, I would probably say so, too. I feel that Fnatic, in their best of forms, they are really, really strong and could very well take down this tournament if they play accordingly.
Definitely.
But it's also... they've had ups and downs a little bit, and as you said, a few months ago, we would rate them to take the tournament, no doubt. But now we have Mouse here, and of course EG, so they have something to fight for here for sure.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to seeing if EG can fight, or if EG will just fall over on themselves, because that's what I fear. That's what I fear for this team right now. They've managed to show us some good play in their first best of 3 of today, of yesterday, and now they'll come in and they go up against a team like Fnatic. Like Fnatic, these guys got so much confidence. If you talk to these guys while they're here, they're like, yeah, you know what, we're here for a good time.
They have a lot of fun.
They have a lot of fun, but they also have a lot of confidence in themselves. Like, it's one of those times they turn up and say, yeah, like we'll have a hard time, but
Yeah, they're
I
confident.
don't think there's anyone who'll say, yeah, we're going to lose this tournament.
No, but they're a confident team, but they're also very easygoing. You know, they want to have fun while they play, and you know, even at DreamHack we saw No-Tail coming there in his One Piece, sponsored by his Fnatic. So they always have a lot of fun when they go to a LAN, and that's really nice to see.
It did look kind of weird, those pictures of No-Tail in the One Piece.
Yeah, he played ping pong in that.
Really?
Yeah.
Obviously, One Piece has multiple uses.
Oh yeah, he played with Serbs actually. They organized a big tournament there. So we're still waiting for a few more players to join the game, and we'll get ready. So they're setting themselves up.
That we will. Hopefully, it's not taking too much. Like all the Fnatic guys are already in their position, so
Yeah, they seem pretty.
yeah.
ready.
I know Onage, our admin, which I can stare at from over here.
Stare at
We can get them all inside the game. That'll work.
Beat is standing in and Hani standing in here. They're jumping around a little bit in the slot here.
Yeah.
But,
Everyone's inside the game. And
Well,
as you
yeah.
can see, Bamboo and Demon, they're chilling out. They're relaxed. They're probably watching something really hilarious over on the side. It's like, oh, our game won.
they're YouTubing again, man.
It's what all the players seem to do to chill out beforehand. Like, just get your mind in it. No reason to 100% go, nothing but Dota before you begin. You just get yourself ready. So now everyone is ready. You can even see it on their screens right there. We're looking over No-Tail shoulder.
Yeah.
And we see everyone in both games, in both sides, everyone's ready to rock and rumble. So without any further ado, hopefully we will get this party started and get ourselves straight into the draft. Of course, EG, they have an advantage in one mind. They have Antonio Banderas.
They do. Bambo making that transition into
Antonio Banderas.
yes.
No. And there's a certain level of style that he just...
He said that Revost also told him that he looks like him. I talked to him about it earlier.
Awesome. So there's Fnatic.
There's
He's still-
Fnatic,
he's
and
still-
No-Tail is like...
He really does look like Hagrid's brother.
I'm really surprised that Era looks so so menacing in this picture, though. He's always the guy to look so happy, but I don't know.
In this scenario, man, you don't mess with him.
No, you don't mess
You don't
with him.
mess with him. He's at the back there, the youngest of the team. A grand total of 17 years of age.
Yeah.
Still can't go out with the team at nights. So they try and stay indoors for him. And then EG, the bodybuilders, beaters, the anchor of the team. Bamboo, the sexy style, while Fear and Demon, the bodybuilders. And I don't know what we class Jo. Jo is the family man. Jo is the family man. I remember him back at TI2, and he had his entire family and possibly
true.
extended relatives just turn up at the event with their own little
Yeah,
branded
he had like 20
t-shirts.
people with T-shirts who
Yeah.
were TI. Yeah. You
Yeah.
forgot Old Man Fear as well.
I forgot Old Man Fear.
Old Man Fear.
Well,
The captain.
but he is the bodybuilder with Demon, though. We've seen the pictures come out from the EG training
And
sessions.
according to Melk, he has some talent for drafting, but doesn't have the brains.
Well, Melk also said he taught him everything he knew, so maybe that's a bit of a double-edged sword on that one.
Maybe.
Oh. All right, so we do actually have some issues. So there's a Dota crash right now over on the Fnatic side. Obviously not a great old thing.
Yeah. Fly will have to be reconnecting.
Won't take long, though. Won't take long. That means there's more time for jokes. Mr. Chuckles on the screen right there.
He's happy as always. Look at him. He's always chuckling.
That's the reason why we call him Chuckles.
Yeah.
We call him Chuckles because he's always the happy Larry member of the team.
Let's hope they win so he doesn't get sad.
Oh, he'll still chuckle after that one. He might be a little bit sad, but he'll still be chuckling away.
Yeah,
I think
it's,
the other reason why though he would be sad is if it was because of like some really stupid mistakes. Like we've seen it a couple of
But
times.
EG never does that.
Oh no, EG.
It's 15 days since they left through.
No. We also said there was going to be like maybe we should have reset that counter after Bamboo's first blood giveaway.
That was just him checking a Roshan, man. He was like, I actually talked to him about that one, and he said that crowd was applauding out of nowhere. And why would they be applauding, he thought, and he went in to check the Roshan, because that's what you do at a LAN.
So it was actually the crowd who...
It's the crowd's fault. He blamed them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Man, you don't blame the crowd. The crowd would turn on you. He's
the
not
crowd,
gonna
yeah.
He won't get out of this room alive.
He's a big guy. He can take care of himself.
Probably. Hey, we talking about Bamboo. Bamboo's not a big guy at all. He just has the Fnatic guys that work as like bouncers in front.
Demon looking pretty.
Soft kitty, warm kitty.
Don't do that. He might fall asleep.
The focus, the
The
intensity.
Oh, yes.
The intensity of Demon.
He's paying attention to the draft stage nowadays, he said. So,
Demon, why you made me look like a food?
yeah, I don't know, man.
Let's start about draft anyway. So EG will be on the dire side for game number 1 of this best of 3. And Fear, he doesn't have the first pick, so standard bans for him. He'll take out the Wisp, he'll take out the Bat Rider, while Fly starts with banning out the Keeper of the Light up against EG.
We don't know about the Bat Rider. You're just making assumptions.
It's gonna
You're making assumptions.
Okay, full-on assumption, but there is no way. And an anti-mage too. Ooh.
Yeah, they should really ban it. But Anti-Mage is gone. Maybe he doesn't like Treant, for example, you know? Maybe he wants to remove something like that.
Yeah, Trio could be a bit of a pain in the butt,
And,
but up against this lineup, you're still going to be giving Fnatic the possibility of Trixie's Darkseer. You've still got Prophet, and that could also be taken by Hani. They can take both of those together.
Yeah, they both love it.
And then you got like Lifestealer for Era, you got everything available in this.
Yeah.
And then Fear, like, what have they been running with most of late?
Well, they ran the Coddle PL first pick.
Maybe that's the reason for
Well,
it.
there's that. So we'll see what these teams decide to do. Yesterday we actually saw EG go in a very farm-heavy battle between the PL and Anti-Mage, and they ended up coming out on top, and they do ban out
They're going to
Era's
play with
Lifestealer.
fire, quite
Yeah.
literally.
Yeah, they do. So let's see if Fly wants to just go for it and grab up the Bat Rider, who also is very good against Tree and Protector. So in that regard, if you pick the Bat Rider, you don't have to worry as much against the Tree.
So I wonder what EG's plan then is. Like, you get a Bat Rider up, so Fnatic already have a fantastic initiation hero. They've got a strong laner as well, and they've got options with their lanes. Like, there was always one of the things we always mention when a Bat Rider comes up. He is such a dynamic hero. You can jungle, you can long lane, you can go in the middle lane, and with these 3 different options, there's no way to say you'll instantly no. And Fly says no.
Visage.
They go with a Visage, so they want to stick with their style here. And Fear, he wouldn't be ready for this one at all.
Yeah.
Like that's a pickup which you wouldn't expect. If you're going to let it through, you're obviously saying, okay, well, we're going to lose this out. It's got to be for a decent reason. If Visage is the pickup as well, he's now going to look at it this way. They gave me Bat Rider. They're not sad against playing up against it, so there's got to be more to it. And a Visage over everything else means there's got to be some kind of set strat they're already looking for.
Yeah, pretty much. And Lifestealer is banned out, so there's not a combination between Visage and Lifestealer at all. And they do go for the Bat Rider, might go for the Tree and Protector as well, or even going into something like an OD. The option is there. Those heroes have been really popular. Or they could just pick up another normal support, like Nyx has been a very early pickup as well this tournament.
If he picks up the OD, we kind of do go God Black Dota kind of drafting style, where it's like anything which we believe is powerful, we will pick.
Yeah. It is.
We'll find him a
Goblak
lane
loves
somewhere.
going for really strong lanes and then just going from there when you have item advantage and level advantage, you just go as a team of 5.
Yeah.
And if you have a Bat Rider in your team, you are pretty confident both in pushing against the enemy team as 5 or defending your towers, because when you have a Blink, you can get an initiation. And of course, if you ever hit that Blink 4 staff in a reasonable time, then it's so easy to grab anyone and just get them far away from the enemy team. And it's going to be an ST.
Yeah, Shadow Demon to come up.
Quite
so
early.
It's a very like multi-purpose support. It's not really telling us anything really.
That's the thing, what I feel when they pick this. It feels like a concealing pick. They're
Yeah.
trying to show a supporter, but not telling anything about the rest, what they
Yeah.
are doing.
ST's only got one major problem which I'm feeling right now. His synergy with Bat Rider isn't that great.
And he's also not that good against Visage.
Yeah.
He cannot do much against a Visage when he hits level
He'll
6.
he'll pop instantly.
Yeah,
like, what are you
exactly.
going to do? Purge up Visage? The familiars will come down and stomp you. All he needs to do is just pop that Soul Assumption.
Yeah, and even with that Purge, he still gets Grave Chill. And there's going to be an Alchemist coming out from Fnatic this game.
Easy farmer for Era.
Yeah, and that is, we've seen it before in this tournament. The nuke combination is so ridiculous that when you have the nuke from Visage and the stun from Alchemist, it's just so strong.
Yeah. And now also with the Fnatic lineup, like we look at their 2 combos together, it also doesn't show what lanes they're going to run. We could be looking at the Visage in multiple lanes. I know both of us kind of prefer when the Visage is in the aggressive tri lane.
We like seeing them clash, yeah.
Yeah. It's when he's the strongest. You get to that level 2 and you can just destroy everything. Like the Grave Chill and the Soul Assumption, even just one level up in both those abilities, and that's all you really need to give that extra oomph to a team fight. And then you combine it with an Alchemist, you get a Rubik up there in that tri lane as well, and you're basically going to town whoever you're going to find. And SD, he's going to disrupt up one person, and that'll save him at least from the Alchemist stun. But as far as like going further than that, if he doesn't target someone, or if they manage to control up the SD with the telekinesis and so on and so forth, then they're able to destroy whoever they want. And Fear, he's kind of feeling the Naga Siren.
Yeah, well, there's no ban so far on the Nature's Prophet, and I feel this is very interesting. Of course, Fear doesn't have to ban it now. If he wants to pick it, he can pick it, because he has the next pick.
Hang on, yo, Malk, what are you doing there, man?
Malk coming in and just, correcting Fear a little bit. He's like, yeah, I'll just show you which hero to draft. And, of
Take
course...
this, take that. Funny thing is, though, Fear can't hear him.
No.
He can't talk to him on that.
Fear has no way, but of course, Malk went up and just moved his mouse a little bit to something and, indicated that this probably is a good idea. So DKB is going to be the ban.
James profile shot. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
James.
So still hasn't decided which his third hero is going to be. After banning out that DK, it was more to just deny the enemy the chance to have any form of strong 5-man push, I feel. And now what will they go for with the Batrider and SD?
And it's anyone's pick right now.
Yeah, it's pretty open.
You can't predict it. The only thing we can start saying is what would go up well against Visage as well as Alchemist. And the first thing that comes to mind was the Gyro, but he's already been banned out.
Yeah, he's
the Bounty Hunter for the long lane, which they played before, is like this. And they even commented during the interview at the end of yesterday. They're like, yeah, we had Bounty Hunter, so we want to fight. It's like winning too.
EG
that was the worst from JO.
EG also likes running the Caudal, so it could be a Caudal, could be a Nature's Prophet. We're not really sure what they want to go with when they try and conceal their picks like this with the SD. They really want to not show as much as possible here, just hide their strategy. And Fnatic, I mean, so far their lineup is flexible. If they put it on defensive lane, then as we mentioned yesterday, if the enemy comes to you, you fight them. If they don't, you outfarm them with Alchemist, Goblin Screed, and just take the fight to them sooner. So
Fear is keeping us in suspense as long as he possibly can.
Oh yeah, he is.
Like, this is something which they're really not sure. They are really not sure about what they want to go.
Almost ate through their entire bonus time. Goes into Leshrac.
I think it's actually, was this the second time we're now seeing Leshrac?
Yeah, I believe it's second time during this LAN.
Yeah.
But
the synergy's nice up with SD.
Yeah, there was SD Leshrac last time as well.
The only issue I'm still having is it takes time for them to initiate. And their pushing power is okay, but it's not amazing. The two supports can rotate around nicely, and then we get something like that through. Like the Darkseer comes up for Fnatic, so now they get their solo laners, and Fnatic's also run this guy in all 3 different lanes too. Like you run him on a long laner, which could be also a safe lane solo, and then you can also run him in the middle lane or the jungle.
Yeah, we want to expect the carry now from EG, because they are going to head in and pick that most likely, and then normally we see teams picking up their solo mid as their last pick.
I'm almost thinking EG should just go for the puck right now and leave it open. Like, you can't ban out every hard carry. Your middle lane, that will be the major concern you'd have.
Yeah.
Like a puck, no one's really going to play great against it, no matter who you pick up as a puck.
But there's been many carry option heroes removed already, so if they feel that they want something in particular, they might go for it now. Especially if they want to have something that goes aggressive lane, then they would need to take it now.
They're going to take out the OD here with the next ban. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if Fly takes it up. I just realized how powerful that combo is already going to be. You get a Vac into a Concoction with an OD drop down. Visage also going to have his Familiars dropping down.
And Queen, now OD looks like a great pickup for Fly.
Yeah, here's a beautiful pickup to go up against the Queen of Pain. This almost forces Demon to take Queen of Pain to a long lane.
Well, they could. Queen can go to many different lanes, and Batrider as well.
Stroke the moustache, Bamboo. Stroke the moustache.
Yes, exactly.
I just see it coming out the side.
Bamboo Banderas. So
the BBs.
We're just gonna wait, but right now OD would be an amazing pick, as the enemy team does only have intelligence heroes, so they can't put anyone so far on the mid lane that doesn't lose damage and mana, of course.
Yeah.
By being on that lane. So
you can see Harney. I don't know if this is like him petitioning for it. It's like, Fly, give me your OD.
Yeah.
And it will be the wisest choice out right now, as far as all the selections go. Like, anything else you're going up against Queen of Pain, either you try and fight him man fight with a puck, and then you just evade him with the phase shift, or you say, you know what, we're going team fight anyway. Puck will work just as well as the OD will in the team fight. So you get like the best of both worlds from both these heroes. It's just if he wants to pick up the mid solo right now, or if they want to get themselves a different hero, the secondary support, which is still available.
Puck would be very evenly matched against Queen, though. It is one of those mid matchups.
Where OD takes the balance of it.
Exactly. Where we say that, you know, Queen against Puck, it's pretty much anyone's game. It's about who plays better. And they have different strengths, of course. But it's going to be Vengeful so far. this is a nice pickup. Look at the minus armor they have now. Just by
Yeah.
Alchemist and Vengeful, and it's very typical to see a Visage going into Medallion. We could look at really hard right clicks, and I like that they're not overkilling. Like, they're not going completely into the Darkseer AoE mode, but now we actually have a very nice initiation, swap, or save out. If Alchemist ever gets caught, they can swap him back. There's a lot of nice things about this, and the right click, of course, goes better and better late game
Yep.
as they have the aura.
Only downside is they got 2
And
projectile stunts now.
OD did get banned out, so there is no OD available anymore
Yep.
for Fnatic.
I'm really
and
surprised at that though. Like OD would have been like an easy pickup in number 4.
I feel that
and
would
no
have
one,
been.
no one would have banned the VS. No one in their right
Yeah.
mind or wrong mind would have ever banned the VS.
But I also, I mean, goes back to what Fnatic Fly said in the pre-game interview. He said that they have something in mind. They don't know if it's that unusual, but you know, it's something.
It might almost make you
And-
think we go into a Beastmaster then. If they're looking to get like a little bit more
They
of an
could
aura
have.
kind of thing. Like it's not a full aura stack. In fact, no. No. Having just the 2 auras together wouldn't be enough to justify it unless they had
No,
like a
it's-
mid-solo Lunar or someone.
It's completely okay to go into it. The downside, of course, being that when you have Darkseer and when you have, of course, Vengeful Spirit, she right-clicks some herself, but when you have Darkseer, it doesn't do anything in terms of right-clicking. You already have some single target in terms of the Alchemist stun, which is AoE, but still single target. And Vengeful who can swap and stun. If you really want to head into more of that with a Beastmaster, it is doable, but they might want to have some more AoE control. So I feel that the OD along with Vengeful would have been fine. Like that would have actually been made a lot of sense to me. But we don't know what they have in mind yet. They ban out the bottom actually, so no Mirana for EG.
Well, that's their other combination. They could have Mirana into from a disruption.
Yeah, and that's very, very dangerous. When you disrupt someone, it's quite easy to, as a Mirana player, to just land that arrow. And
It would turn away the way EG would approach these things. Like right now, I'm looking at SD's Disruption. It is a combo with Lashrak, but it's more of a savior from the VS Magic Missile as well as the stun from Alchemist.
yeah.
And now Spectre.
That's gonna be a hard carry. So
That's a ballsy pickup, man.
that doesn't look very aggressive. Looks like safe lane. We are probably gonna see a Batrider off lane where he can, of course, just head into jungle, get that farm, early blink dagger, and. I don't know about Spectre, man. Against an Alchemist, against the minus armor that is already existing on the field,
Yeah.
Alchemist can right-click that Spectre very hard.
This is a big concern for me, especially if it is going to be like VS Alchemist Visage going top lane. Because you know SD's going to disrupt to try and save when VS throws the magic missile, and then Alchemist will
Furion's
just follow
still
with
there, by
another
the way.
stun. You're right, Prophet's also still available.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay, Prophet middle lane, that'll work up against a Quap.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the most ideal lane, but we've seen Honey win those lanes before.
It is. I mean, we saw Miguel play it against the Tinker, and he did absolutely fine on the lane till he left it. And
Still
there's
goes
going to
with
be
the
a puck.
Yep.
So the puck is the play.
So they go with another team fight controller.
So let's see if it's going to be aggressive or not out of Fnatic. But for EG, it definitely looks like they want to go the safe route.
There's no way they'll go aggressive unless they're thinking about
Unless
throwing...
they're dodging.
Yeah, if they're dodging, then they'll be okay, but they wouldn't take Fear bottom lane. Like, you wouldn't leave Batrider on the top lane. He's going to get destroyed as well. Like, that guy's got Firefly, but he can't escape from an Unstable Concoction. He can't escape from the VS stun. And No-Tail can also take away his movement speed. So even if he Fireflies to try and escape through tree lines, one, he cuts a path that they can follow, even though they burn. But he'll still get caught in range. So
Yeah.
there's no escape for him, no matter how he looks at it.
We'll see how they do it. I mean, if they put Demon up there and the enemy, the Fnatic team that is, if they go aggressive tri-lane, his daughter seems to be crashing a lot today. If they do juke it around like that, Batrider can still head out to the jungle a lot. So let's see how this game goes.
Yeah, man, and we get ourselves into it. We're here in our last semi-final, second semi-final, EG going up against Fnatic. Game number 1 of this best of 3. And we ask ourselves the age-old question, will we go to 3 games?
Yeah.
Because we haven't yet.
No, we had 10 games flat out of, out of a lot possible. We could have had 15 games, but only 10 individual games played, so they are never afraid.
We've got a pause from Demon. Needs to wake up.
I like that they say that, and that they are never afraid of the PL.
All right, so mic issue for EG. They are going to run oh, actually, as I just check it out, looks like everyone's still wearing their headsets right now.
Yeah.
So EG.
We probably shouldn't be saying too much in case they are not ready yet. We'll just wait some with revealing anything about the lanes in case someone is readjusting headsets.
Yep, sounds like a plan, man. sounds like a plan. I am looking forward to seeing how that middle lane battle is going to work out between Queen of Pain as well as Hani.
Because that's something we already know. These two players, mid players, and the heroes, mid heroes. So this lane, it really comes down to skill. Like how good you last it, how good you control the lane, who checks the rune, who has the push on the lane at the right time. It all comes down to how you play this out. Because Puck has a good chance to win against Queen, and likewise, it's anyone's game really.
I'm looking forward to the battle, a good old battle. And of course, Jo for me, like you look at Jo, he's one of those guys that was always consistent. Like even during EG's Western qualifier performance, like he died. It took him what 3 games before he even had a single death to his name.
Back when he played carry, right?
Yeah, that was back when he was playing the #1 role. But because then EG completely changed up the way they structure themselves now. So you get Bamboo into that supporting kind of role. Demon gets to go back to his older kind of role for that longer lane. Jo gets the middle lane now, which is also an older role of his before he switched over to the hard carry.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they can play many different lanes. They're experienced players, so... Of course, Bamboo, he has been playing off lane before as well, and he's now playing the Shrek support. And we're going to head back into a game. A big smiley face here, drawn by Trixie.
Thank you, Trixie.
Yes.
Thank you.
Happiness to dog.
Brings a smile to everyone's dial. All right, roll it out. 50 seconds till the creep wave is going to spawn. Of course, now we can talk about the lane. So Jo will be the solo mid for EG. Down towards the bottom lane will be the Bat Rider Demon. And then up towards the top lane, Fear as the Spectre, supported by Beaters SD. And then Bambo will be the Lashrak as the last one.
Exactly. On Fnatic, we see Trixie going to off-lane darks here. We see Fly playing the supporting, Vengeful, and mid, of course, played by Hani with his Puck. Alchemist, played by none other than Era. He's going to be farming up that safe lane and should really not have any problems getting a lot of fun this game. No tail playing Visage.
Yeah. This is also going to be a rotating no-tail in my mind. Like, he's coming up here for a nice quick ward. But on that bottom lane, like Fly and Era, they don't need to have a whole lot of support down here. But then again, at the same time, maybe it should be Fly as the one who should be rotating around. So this Visage gets his level 6. There's always that bigger problem. It's the reason why both of us enjoy seeing a Visage on an aggressive tri-lane, because you know he's going to be there, you know he's going to be looking for kills, and you know he'll get levels from doing such a thing. Where being down here in the jungle, on the bottom area, like, it means stacking up this camp over on the side, and it means pulling through
If you
this
chain
direction.
pull, you can actually get really fast levels if you do nothing but it. But sometimes you want to get into that mid lane and support it, get 1 kill there maybe. Darkseid already heading into jungle as well as Bat Rider. So both these teams playing on their part of the map. There's going to be no other contest than mid really, so let's focus on this lane and how they are doing.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good. Watch the CS battle begin. Of course, one of these great contests. You normally saw it with like the olden days of the TA versus Quap, which always seemed to happen.
Yeah.
It was the Sentry Ward that came in from Queen of Pain, so you wouldn't have the way to evade the Shadow Strike that came out from Jo. But look at JO's first ability. This in itself
It's playing safe.
might even like, yeah, it's playing safe, but it kind of tells you something about EG's approach into this game. You play safe very early on with the Queen of Pain. You're giving a lot of respect to what could be a very aggressive Hani, where Hani is just like, well, I don't give a crap. Like, I can have phase shift, I can have orb, I don't care what's really going to be coming at me. Level 2 hits, and everything's fine. But Jo, he's not looking to harass Hani whatsoever. It's just a pure Blink Scream combo. He's waiting until 3 minutes in, 4 minutes in, until he gets the higher levels up.
Yeah. And really on the other lanes right now, we just see some pulls going on. No stacking by either side, it seems. They just pulled and killed, where top lane actually EG pushing a lot and capitalizing on the fact that Darkseid is jungle. So they have a double creep wave coming in after doing a pull and killing the neutrals very fast with auto attacks. They will be trying to take this tower really fast.
Yeah. It's all about hitting that tower nice and early. So Bamboo does his little edict thing as he gets to the other side of the tower, so it doesn't do damage to the creep wave, but does it directly to the tower. It's only a level 1 edict, so it's not 100% worth the fortification, especially now that we have seen Trixie rotate back up to the top lane. He hits the level 3 when he arrives to and actually puts the Iron Shell on Fear.
Yeah. That's not really what he wanted.
No, I'm
it's a
assuming
little
that's a
bit
misclick.
awkward. Yeah, he should probably have just cast it on
What it does
himself.
actually do, it means that Fear doesn't want to rotate down into his own creep wave to attack, because he knows if he's attacking the enemy creep wave, he's with his own ones.
Yeah.
it's this double-edged sword kind of thing.
It was just a weird timing, though, as he did not have any creeps there himself, Trixie, at that point, so it's a little bit weird, but he's going to get a lot of experience from this attempted early push, and in the end, it dealt just barely 305 damage to a tower, so really not worth it, I feel. They could have gotten more with their supporters during time. And Vengeful looking around mid with her Invis rune, but never found a chance to kill Jo here.
Yeah,
Staying on full HP. No trades in harassment at all on this mid lane, really. They're just going purely for last hits, and it's quite even.
We basically have a CS battle going on.
Yeah.
Speaking of CS too, inside the jungle, Demon's having a very good progression through. Almost level 4 now, hitting 17 for nil. So he's moving nicely. The only downside for him is no mana, but now that's solved by having the bottle come over to him, and he'll use the entire thing and then send it just straight back again.
I like how they're using the Visage in Fnatic. They don't have the Vengeful close. She's just standing around mid, predicting a gank or something. And she's just ready to stun here, basically, and let Visage get all the experience on bottom. Of course, Era doesn't want to push. He wants to farm nothing else as an Alchemist on safe lane.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're talking about
And
with No Town Man.
look at that CS. The difference comes really from pushing into the tower there. Fear, he is not at all a bad carry in any way in terms of last hitting creeps. He won't fail at that. He has 13 last hits, and meanwhile on Alchemist we're at 24.
Yeah,
So
and that's 24 with 2 points up in Grievel's Greed too.
That is the difference when you're pushing a lane and when you're not. Sometimes it's impossible to get those last hits when it's behind the tier 1 tower.
Oh yeah.
He cannot get in there, and Darkseer did deny some. Smoke attempt mid.
Yeah, Bamboo and Beaters coming in. They throw down a sentry ward, and instantly that sentry ward is in range of the Radiant side one.
Yeah.
So
Hani is very safe here, but they get dewarded.
even killing off Hani is going to be very, very difficult to do.
Yeah.
Like you're going to come in, disruption will go. If he gets that phase shift off, like you want to find that perfect time to get the Shrag stun down just before he gets the phase shift. And phase shift's like that, boom, straight away.
Yeah. Unless something crazy happens in this game, we're probably going to see a really late first blood. And Demon just clearing the jungle here. He's about to hit level 6 already. So he is out farming the Darkseer, but he is also killing off a stack and going to hit probably decent level after that, unless Vengeful shares the experience with him.
And this net worth of Era, like we're talking about late first blood, I'm a little bit more worried about EG not being able to keep up with an Alchemist.
Yeah.
We talked about it during the last game too, where an Alchemist, you want to try and go into a money race with him, you're going to lose every single time. Late game wise too, Spectre would be able to beat an Alchemist if they were both fully 6-slotted. The problem is an Alchemist can be fully 6-slotted when he's going to start like this, and he can be fully 6-slotted by 30 minutes in.
Yeah, that's not a problem at all. And with some kills, with some towers, with a Roshan on that, you can even get it much sooner, like 25 or 27 minutes.
Where Fear needs like 50 minutes or so.
Yeah, exactly, because he is playing Spectre, and they did do that early push. They're going to go once more now and attempt it. And the TP is coming in from Darkseer. The tower is still very healthy.
And they got support as well rotating up from the Vengeful Spirit. Level 3 VS, one on everything. And again,
he does it again. I guess it's not a mistake or anything.
No.
He really just thinks that if I Iron Shell him, he cannot be hitting my tower without pulling the aggro. And that's actually a cute little thing.
And he can't be screwing up his own last hits as well. He'll try and come in, get last hits. He's going to take out the enemy creep wave.
Yeah, because that's really the nice little thing is that if Fear decided to...
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, Demon. Maybe an opening. Couldn't get the lasso, but now the fly's already thrown. The stun Demon. He had the lasso. Honey's waiting for the 6-minute route, and he finds it too. Invis jumps out. Courier's trying to transfer some kind of items to him.
Bit of a search here by EG, but still, it's not going to be an early first blood. This game, we're 6 minutes in, and still no one in real danger.
We actually passed around first daytime, so we enter the nightmare. But this is a better time for teams to start ganking. Now the vision of a lot of heroes is really, really restricted.
Except for Alchemist and Puck on the Radiant team. So both of these have night vision, of course, and they still have perfect vision. So bottom lane quite hard to gank since he sees much further than you, and mid lane as well.
Oh, look at Hani. There's that Invis rune. They had one for the VS before. So 2 Invis runes already by the 6th minute. It's definitely been action wards today. Action runes today.
Yeah, it has been.
But Hani can't find it, so he gives it up on it. And Queen of Pain, rightly so as well. Again, very defensive in the movement from Jo.
Yeah.
He's got at least that 1 point now up in the Shadow Strike, but I'm wondering if he should just fully committed in to having the Scream of Pain, or if he's trying to use the Shadow Strike now to bait out the phase shift so he can do the double burst damage.
Probably exactly that, so that he can throw his Scream of Pain along with his Sonic Wave and know that they will both connect for sure. Because Puck is not very tanky, but if he jukes you, you end up mashing your keyboard.
And Demon's having a really great time here. Like
yeah,
Centaurs,
he's
Wild
farming a lot.
Wings, he goes up to 1550 as far as his gold now. This Blink Dagger is going to come at a really good rate for him.
Yeah.
He's still nowhere near keeping up with an Alchemist, but he's getting 2.7k net worth out of a jungle.
Yeah, I mean, Batright is a ridiculously fast jungler if you use him this way. And looks like he wants to do a gang with Beatis because they're walking together and picking up a smoker, I believe.
I think Beatis is just an auto follow right now.
Yes, it looks like. And we'll see if they head in towards that mid lane or if they're going to go all the way down and look for Visage or Alchemist even. Alchemist is a deep fetch, but with the smoke, they can always do it.
It's a rough dive, man. It's a really rough dive.
Is there a TP scroll ready on the Vengeful? There's not. Is there a TP on the Puck? There is. Darkseid has none. So there's some support coming in. And Haste Rune on bottom for Visage. That could be a good timing. Or Puck, actually.
If Fura gets into his Chemical
Era.
Rage now, there's already a Disruption. Demon, he's got to get this line before Chemical Rage pops. And now, into the Chemical Rage, they've got 1,300 line points to get through in the duration of that last two. It's not a hell of a lot, but there's a lot of damage. First blood drawn by Demon. Puck came in, though. And Hani with the ulti, the TPs go out. But it's 2 down. And Quap jumps in through the rear, able to snipe off the Visage. So it becomes at least 2 supports for a main carry.
Yeah, this was a good trade, of course, for EG. Getting that kill. They commit some time with their carry TPing down, and Fear now has to run all the way back to base along with Jo. Darkseid pushing out top meanwhile, so it is a little bit of invested time for this gang. But killing Alchemist even once can be really nice to just shut him down a little bit.
Yeah. You can at least shut him down in the early stages of the game, but then again, like, as most of us say, I don't say most of us, I want to say the general community, as I would say, going into the later portion of the game, you kill off Alchemist once, great. Kill him off twice, that's great. The only thing you're really succeeding in is keeping him on the sidelines just that little bit longer and stopping his farm, but he will catch up. If you try and take out his money, it's never going to work.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Honey is also closing up on a Blink Dagger. Of course, Demon has his Blink Dagger now after that gank on bottom that was successful. And that was even with him getting out the Chemical Rage. It could have been so much easier if they only got him chain stun before it. But this still, you know, when you initiate with Disruption, he's always going to get it out pretty much unless you have impeccable timing with Leisure Rack Stun.
I like this as well from Fnatic. So Hani realized, like, after moving bottom lane, got a couple of kills, trying to pick up as much as he could out of the jungle in the meantime. But VS, the one who came in towards the middle lane, looking for those extra levels up. It's really like massive negative armor.
Yeah.
Like Magic Missile 1, 3 in the Wave of Terror, 1 in Vengeance.
Yeah.
It's
a lot of different magic minus armor with the later when we have the acid spray coming up as well. And Alchemist went into very early Shadowblade this game, and he has it after this one last hit. So 10-minute Battle Fury, Shadowblade I should say.
Fnatic are going fighting right now. They want to find Demon. They know he's already picked up the Blink Dagger, so they're going to try and find him down here on the bottom lane.
Oh, he sees
Hani
them.
doesn't have his, so yeah, Demon will get a spot off on them.
Oh, they're chasing here.
While on the top lane, Trixie, Disruption, Bamboo. There should be a very easy little Shrag stun. Gets as well into the Edict damage, and Trixie going to lose his line very, very quickly, but the support's on the way in.
And Fnatic are having second thoughts about this one. They chased for so long through the Firefly even, and Demon was just like, yeah, I'll come to you guys. Seems like safe. And Fnatic invested a lot of time in getting nothing there, but they're offlane dying.
That's true. Offlane dies. Of course, Era still able to farm up in the bottom lane, and he does have that full Shadow Blade now with him as the Courier flew in. But Jo, he also got a lot of time, and now is going to find a regeneration rune on the bottom lane. So, yeah. Fnatic, it really feels like it's this EG's game being controlled, but it doesn't feel it completely. It's only be like that last 1 to 2 minutes where EG after that fight in bottom lane is kind of where it feels like the momentum's changed a little bit.
Yeah, Demon had a good impact there coming down and initiating. Of course, Bat Rider in the jungle gets such a quick Blink Dagger, so it's that initiate though was without the Blink Dagger, and now that he has it, they have to be even more careful.
Yeah, you see that blink to Dream Core and you can catch anybody out. The only choice you really have after that point is to TP yourself away and just pray that the VS isn't close enough to stun you.
Yeah, that too. And Spectre being super careful here on top lane. He's scared. Fair is really afraid that someone is up here smoke ganging him. He doesn't see Visage or Vengeful, but both of them are stacking. They have a triple stack now on the Ancients, and they have a triple stack in the jungle as well with only trolls. So Alchemist will want to clear that, because if you kill the troll camp here with 3 trolls, they will summon 6 skeleton warriors, and all of those give as much as a normal lane creep will to Alchemist. But he doesn't have any point in acid spray, so killing them already would be pretty hard.
That it would, man. You put Concoction as well as Grievel's Greed. He'll at least get 1 point up in acid spray, but he needs to farm up this bottom creep wave as it comes in. But Trixie's down here as well, giving him a bit of a hand.
Little bit of confusion here probably as he sees the SD come down here on the bottom lane, but Leshrac is still pushing top along with Spectre, so he doesn't know if this SD is alone or if he has a Bat Rider with him, but they're not going to try and kill him as EG wants.
Fortification going to go on top lane. Hani, he's got the possibility for the blink and the dream call, catching out 2 Fear. Said he would just TP out. No, VS isn't close enough. He's not. Bamboo, though, has to wait a little bit longer. Trixie now comes in. Iron Shell damage. At least get some revenge for his death before. But very, very smart maneuverability, maneuvering there from the Spectre. One
thing that Bamboo could have done is try and actually break the Puck ulti as soon as possible and then run. Then you actually get stuck for
Alchemist,
less
Era.
time.
He's going to get this kill on bottom lane, but Beat is no! He had the Sentry Ward, so he disrupts up Era, so Era doesn't get anything more. And then Hani says hello, jumps in very, very quickly with the Iron Shell up on him. Blink daggering in, able to get that pick up on the SD.
And we see the carries meet here on the bottom lane as Fear has made his way down, trying to save that SD, but not going to have any success, and he will have to leave this lane. This is not a safe place for Spectre to farm.
I think he was hoping on Ice Blink. Lasso latches up on Trixie. There's still got some decent life points to get through, and the Spectral Horn will get Fear back up to that top lane and the kill on the Darkseer.
Mid tower goes down meanwhile, so action all over the place now as Jo pushed that one out. And it's an even trade all over the place right now, but EG still, I would say that they are a bit ahead. Getting that mid tower as well is very big for a mid hero. He has 2k gold now.
But they're not fully getting control. Like, Hani's rotating around, he's finding kills. He's going to orb and then blink to pick up that rune, and it will be a DD for him. But Beat is, well, he'll get the catcher, but in comes Alchemist, and Alchemist is channeling Jo. He's got a blink, and now, well, the fly will go, but that's going to be hitting Jo, but that's it.
They could have gone for Beatis and known that he would have died for sure, but actually he decided to go for Queen of Pain instead. A little bit scared maybe for a stun coming around the corner. They did not have vision over the rune area, so instead of chasing after SD, he just throws it as soon as he saw
throw it and make sure you don't get yourself caught out, so there's no turnaround to kill you off.
Exactly.
All right, so another pause as Bamboo.
Yeah.
He's not playing on his normal computer, so this shouldn't be happening.
Shouldn't be happening here.
For people who don't understand that one, Bamboo plays on a wooden box of a computer.
Yeah.
When he's back at home.
Bamboo. He has a new one, though.
He has a new one?
I think so.
I hope so.
He still has his broken phone, though. With a shattered glass. Good old thing.
Bamboo proves you don't need high-class technology to win games.
No.
Or to throw them, either.
He doesn't need much to throw a game sometimes. But he is one of those players that we always look to make some amazing plays.
Yeah, we can only say from EG right now, man, no time could you say you are caught out of position.
Oh, no. Both teams are playing very, very strategically, I feel. And Era even there throwing his stun over on the Queen of Pain, rather safe than sorry. Not going to get caught out at all. And we see Demon almost having a 4-staff along with his Blink Dagger. He only needs the ring, and he has 100 gold already. So he is very farmed for 14 minutes. Fear, however, he has some farming to do to be able to actually carry here against Era, because we know that the item progression of Alchemist gets really, really fast as soon as he gets some points up in the acid spray.
Yeah, and man, like everything is stacked for him. They just keep stacking it too. Like when he is finally ready to farm.
Yeah, when he can farm this troll camp, I mean that's so much gold that he can get over there.
Trixie actually took some of his other ones by the looks of it, because he had a I think it was actually a triple stack in this camp as well.
Oh yeah.
But Trixie just came in and said, you know, man, I got to get to my mech.
And it's actually No-Tail stacking with his birds all the time as well. He's using those as much as he can.
Actually, I think they're going to give this camp to Trixie. I'm wondering if they should even give this camp over to the Alchemist, because Era's about to get ganked up. He better Shadow Blade like right now. And now Sentry Ward's down. Oh no! Disruption at the same time the screen went off. It's going to take him. They're still going to get the kill there.
Yeah.
But that was just one of those moments where it wasn't the perfect synergy of skills.
Yeah, not the perfect, but still, they caught him out and killed him. They should be really careful with the Alchemist on the safe lane there, because SD made his way down 1 minute ago or so and dewarded them. And since then, you know, they know that the enemy has vision there, and they don't. So the gank could be coming anytime.
Yeah. Trixie took that, the quad stack it ended up turning into.
Mech.
So mech is up for him.
Yeah. Getting that mech up is pretty important as well. And it looks like we will see Alchemist heading into an early BKB here. Rather than going for an Assault Cuirass or something like that.
Kind of surprising.
Yeah, a little bit. As they have some minus armor already, we could.
Well, they've already got 2 controllers for him through that BKB.
Yeah.
But maybe he feels he needs it, so at least he can walk around.
There's the damage from Queen and Batrider. He can juke all that damage for 10 seconds. That's pretty effective item.
He might have also realized too that Queen of Pain's going into an Orchid, so he's going to need to break off that Orchid effect if he wants to get into its Chemical Rage.
Yeah, of course.
So now T1 tower on the top lane.
Full Staff and Blink is ready for a Batrider, so he really wants to defend this one, but this one they will have to give up, I feel. Even as he's looking for a kill.
He can't do it alone. Oh, now it's Hani who catches Demon out. Forster, it just gives him the stun though. That orb still did the damage down to beat is Demon into the Firefly, but being stunned up by the concoction.
Yeah, beautiful stun. So he really wanted to fight there, as he had Blink and Full Staff ready, but his team was not in a position where they can fight. They needed to trade the bottom tower for the top tower. Now they did not get this bottom tower, and they end up losing a hero as well. That's really big for Fnatic.
No, it's true that Bamboo was TPing himself back in again. He thought maybe he had to be there for the tier 2 tower, and someone must have told him to stop. Because he doesn't have a TP scroll now. At least has enough money for his arcane boots.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
We see Vanguard finished up on Spectre, so she has Drums and Vanguard and Magic Wand, along with Face Boot. She is very tanky right now, actually. When Alchemist is not in his Rage form, of course, she is tankier than him. And she reflects some of that damage as well.
Well, she basically would you even look for a Diffusal Blade? I suppose you would, because you're still looking over towards Darkseer Surge.
I can't say that I really like the skill build that Fairy is going for, though. I think it's preference-based, I guess, but...
I thought everybody picks Spectre these days because of the Desolate upgrade.
Yeah, very many people just go for Spectre and max out that Desolate, because when you click your ulti, you deal sick damage to all the supporters, everyone who's alone, as long as they're not clumped up. And, of course, in Dota, if your enemy clumps up to counter that damage, there's always a punishment. It could be the Queen, the Leshrac. Other people will have a much more fun time punishing you.
Yeah.
So he goes for a very tanky build instead.
So bottom tier 1 tower being traded for the tier 1 tower in the mid. Fnatic bringing their one down, the one they're trying to bring down from full life, where Queen of Pain just had to finish off that one on the bottom lane with the help from SD.
Yeah, and she almost has that full Orchid now, needs 200 more gold.
And how's that BKB looking for Alchemist? Got 1,700 up for him, so...
He's still a little bit off. He needs 600 more.
It's not too bad, but it could
And
be worse. And No-Tail runs up. Bamboo actually going to look for that wall and back into it. Nicely done from the Darkseer. Queen of Pain only will fly, but still no kills from it. Visage, well, finally he will go down, but already the Queen of Pain plus the strike taken, and Fear makes a copy of himself. He gets stunned up, and now also able to be brought down in a moment. Disruption, I think, saved him for a moment. Alchemist,
he died to Spectre. He died to the...
It was the reflection.
Yeah, he died to a reflection.
Oh, man. Flame Break pushing him back. Hani not able to evade that properly. Beautiful movements from Hani to get back out again.
So in the end, EG not losing their Batrider, not losing their Spectre in this fight. They come out clearly on top. Of course, Hani did survive, but Alchemist dying there as well, as he wanted to go in and just deal one last stun.
Yeah.
So Old Man Fear showing me that dispersion, high level early on, it can be nice. Suddenly it kills off Alchemist.
And that was one of those fights that just, like, for me it was really difficult to follow. You got so much maneuverability, like the puck phase shifting up, that SD disruption, then you got like the Spectre who can just jump himself around in the fight as well. And Batrider force-staffing people around, Queen of Pain's blinking around too.
I feel that
Fnatic was always chasing them.
In the first initiation, it looked so good for Fnatic. They got the wall up, and they also had the Visage Birds right on top of 3 heroes, stunning both of them, keeping them in place as Queen jumped in. And they had a really nice initiation, and Alchemist got a double kill with his stun as well, as he released it in the last second on top of 2 heroes. And he has enough gold now for a BKB. Maybe if I had a BKB this fight, they would actually have just won it straight off, because I think he would take almost no damage if he had one.
He'd just stand his ground. Batrider actually never got to lasso anything during that anyway, so...
Yeah, that's kind of funny. And we do see that BKB finished up, but that fight, I have to say, was a really big trade, and EG coming out slightly on top in the end.
Well, I'm going to have 2 different items up now. So BKB up for 1, Orchid up for JO, and Demon's already on the hunt for more kills. Dust has already been prepared, so Fire flying up. He's looking down towards No-Tail, but we won't realize, like, oh, okay, Era. There goes your Dust off, and the Sentry Wall for the Dire side. Stuns, Fall flying out over to Demon, while No-Tail burning up beside the Firefly. Now the Shadow Demon disruption, trying to save Demon from bad death. Back in again to another big wall from that Darkseer. Got a couple of illusions, but they're all inside the Firefly. Bamboo's on the run. Familiar Birds, they're chasing down. They just nuke him very, very quickly, especially with that Iron Shell over on Era. And they're looking for more. Hani, he's got ulti available, throws it out, and they want Fear. He's a big one to get. Jo jumps in, but silenced up. He couldn't get the Sonic Wave off, and now Fear also on the run. Familiar Birds, they don't have a stop for another 1 second, and it's already too late. The bail for Jo goes off to the west.
Jo still has all his nuke available. He can kill Era. He wants to do it.
Jump in, throws it. Ooh! Era will be able to stun him up. In fact, he might even with 2 hits. With a Howl of Terror, they definitely get the kill. Fear's right behind him. VS with a stun. EG just picking Fnatic off.
And again, we see the same 2 heroes surviving throughout the entire fight. We have Spectre and Batrider still alive. And this is so huge for EG. They now have Boot to Travel finished up on Batrider. He can be anywhere, anytime. And Spectre, of course, same thing goes for her just by the nature of the hero.
And of course, Spectre only just over 1,000 got away from having a full diffusal blade too. You want to add that to the next fight?
This is rough now for Fnatic, really rough, because Spectre is only 60 GPM behind the Alchemist, and the Alchemist is not a hero that wants to be equal GPM with anyone, so he is really struggling now.
Yeah.
And his low armor, having only 3 armor, he has a hard time tanking through these fights, even with his BKB going off earlier on. Later on, we see the Queen trying to get her ulti on there, sadly whiffing a little bit, but...
Well, it's the problem of having Hani smack bang in the middle of initiation.
Yeah, as she took the attention, then we saw Demon just go behind everything and pick off the sideliners.
I'm liking this move from Hani now. Different style of build to come out for the puck, but he's going to go into a Yule Scepter for himself.
Yeah.
Teamfight is already being crazy enough as it is. You be able to take out one of your enemy heroes or even just yourself at a bad moment. That buys him time to blink himself away into a better position if he does get caught out.
Yeah.
Which means over-aggression can come. And looks like EG want to take aggression too. They're grouped up in a position where you would assume a Smoke is on the way. And on the Courier, yeah, Smoke and Observer Wards.
We see Era just farming up here on the Ancient stack. Farmed everything. Familiars, as you say, scouting here. They keep close check on that Roshan. They always do this when they have Visage in their team so that they never get caught out. And it's going to be Hyperstone now for Era, running up and buying it.
What else we got coming out? More Observers and Sentries. Coming the way of Visage as well as
Fly. Look at Fear. He's like, no way am I going to give you a free kill on me.
Well, how many?
No way.
He's a 5 for nil. That's like 600 gold right there.
Yeah, I know. He's playing very smart about that. And I always look to that because when someone has a long kill streak in Dota nowadays, it's a lot of gold. After the change, it's so much gold to feed away a killing spree of any sort. So, and of course, as a carry, you want to play really safe until you know where your enemy is. Now he feels that he can safely farm this, and he goes out and starts going at it as its team is setting up for a smoke.
Yep. Everyone's moving up north. Look at that movement speed for Hani too now. With the Yule Scepter up at him with the treads and the smoke effect, 442 movement speed.
Yeah, he's quite fast.
He's ready to catch up to anybody. Fear with his base movement speed is 360, now 423. So he almost runs as fast as this puck inside of smoke.
Oh, he might be caught here actually if he is not careful, but he has been playing very safe all the way, so he goes into Sentry Ward. Oh, Vision.
Yep, they know where he is. Blink down, puck hold. He's going to try and hold him here in Fear. He can't hold it anywhere else, and all of EG's on the wrong side of the map, so Orb's going to fly. They kill off Fear very quickly, and again, Jo wafts the ulti. 560 gold goes the way of Hani.
Yeah, that is, of course, a lot of time spent just chasing for that kill, but meanwhile, EG were actually smoking around as well, so no time lost, really. And getting that kill, they want to go down the mid lane. There's no buyback. They don't know this for sure, but...
If they force a buyback, that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
If they just take the tier 2 tower, that's even better.
That's the way you think when you push as a team here.
You don't want to let up the pressure. Like, EG is the one that's been applying pressure to them for the last, like, maybe 10 minutes or so.
But that's where you still see them playing in such careful positioning here. They don't want to get grabbed by Batrider and fly far back with the Force Staff.
Yeah.
And then have the Spectre buyback. So they just want to take the tower but not overcommit.
You've also got the upside, too, that if Batrider wants to go for that lasso, and you've still got Fly. Yeah. You've still got that VS swap to save you.
Yeah. Or even Yule Scepter, because there's no BKB on Demon, so they can always just send him flying and then kill him when he comes back down.
Yep.
But going back and gonna kill the Ancient stack, they stacked it even more with the Familiars while they were ganging, I believe. So they actually make the most out of every single second in this game. And I don't believe they had the Familiars when they were ganging at all, so just stacked camps.
I don't remember seeing him there. I think EG's preparing themselves for Roshan, but that's just 2,200 gold, basically 2,300 gold now into the bank for Alchemist.
Yeah, he wants to have that Assault QS as soon as possible so that he can really just go into a fight, be really tanky with BKB and the armor, of course, and then just make sure that everyone else dies.
EG again are doing exactly what they did before, but this time they're coming in, and they're coming in with with no smoke.
No smoke, just walking around and checking a little bit. And Birds checking Roshan, they know that they're not there, but still everyone missing. And with these wards on top part of the map, they know that, okay, they're in our jungle. This is very obvious to Fnatic.
Yep.
Hani is being pinged, sort of. They know that they're around this area, but EG just farming up Fnatic's jungle.
Well, EG was looking for all these stacks that Fnatic would have been preparing for before. But now it's like, you get yourself in there and like nothing is available for you.
Now we already took those.
Yep.
And actually nobody went for the medallion in the team of Fnatic, so...
yeah, we've got Ghost Scepters up on Visage instead.
Yeah. And only 200 more gold remaining, and with this creep wave, Alchemist has his full AC. Not gonna say buyback, I believe, for that one. That's something you just buy. And he does do that.
Bottom lane push coming in from EG. Not a full committal just yet. Spectre still back farming up one of the camps, but he knows he can just Spectral Horn in.
Look for Alchemist to just Shadow Blade in here if he can. He would like to get an initiation so badly.
And if he goes like Chemical Rage and then with that new AC up on him, Shadow Blade, just concoction, he's not doing. He's walking in the old-fashioned way. They give him a surge instead. Is Demon really thinking about jumping up? He got Halaterrid. And then attacked by the tower. Push back a little bit further.
They forced the ultimate from Alchemist though, so a little bit of a cooldown there, but they're just gonna back out, take to the top lane with Spectre. Of course, he doesn't want to be here when they're pushing. He doesn't want to be where the push is. He wants to wait for a team fight, and then he just ultis in and says, hi, I'm here to fight.
Yep. The strength of Spectre. No matter what happens, you will be in the fight when it starts.
Yeah.
If you're on any part of the lane that's not obviously involved in it.
As long as you don't get ganged and killed,
yep.
as he did just a while back. But that was a very long time they committed to finding him there. And seems like EG will keep pressuring this bottom lane and pushing out the top in the meantime. And the smoke around by Fnatic, they're going behind with most of them. No Tail going from the front still. Maybe he wants to bait it, but he is also smoked, so he doesn't want to reveal that fact.
Observer and Sentry. The
And
call can already come. They know they're being caught out. And then Funny, well, it looks like Sexy Bamboo. He wasn't ready to be there, and Demon also found in the corners there. He can't attack in. The Familiars are stopping his blink, and then the Quad Baldy. That one's going to hit by the mech up from Trixie. He will go down, but he keeps the rest of his teammates alive. Fear went down as well. Demon trying to run the rim, the edge here with the Baron Rider Firefly, but he can't get himself back down again. He'll have to BT himself out. Oh, is he caught? I think he's caught in the corner there. Beat is wants to, well, stay alive, but he's not going to. Disruption will just waste a little bit of time. But that means they won't search for... Oh, wait, Demon! Wait, he was interrupted.
His TP was cancelled.
By what?
I believe he cancelled it himself.
If he cancels... Oh,
I
man.
believe he actually did.
So
because
he has
they
to...
have no idea that he's there.
He could blink and lasso and get a kill,
And
but...
since they're going to go towards a Roshan now straight after winning that fight, he has to stalk them, pretty much. And that's what he's doing. He has his ulti. He's going to kill a bench.
Fly's going to come in with the DD, so the ulti will hold VS there.
So it actually probably was...
Oh, this could be at a big cost, though. Jo forced out away. Leshrac, beautiful stun. But then the Yule Scepter from Hani will hold Jo and the quick follow-up silence, and Jo gets brought down.
Beautiful silence by Hani. Really nice timing there. Showing that he uses this Yule Scepter to great effect. No chance even for Jo to blink away.
And that's just that coordination.
This game, man, this game is really even. It's anyone's game. And they killed Spectre so fast in that last fight. She cannot really go in first like that. She ulted and came in very far, and she just got the wall dropped on her, the Visage nuke, this Alchemist stun. Yep. Every single piece of focus was just put on her. And when she was dead, then there's nothing really to fear, so they just keep going.
You got your medallion now up on the Visage. So with that, we've finally got the negative armor effect we're looking for during the drafting stage.
I guess he really doesn't like the Spectre ulti. I guess that's why he went for the Ghost Scepter first. Yeah. Because if you look over to the team of EG, having Queen of Pain, Leshrac, and Batrider, I mean, Ghost Scepter doesn't really strike you as the first item.
No, it's not.
But of course, he gets great stats, good mana, and his items are really cost effective.
Yeah. Man, this is something which is now a big concern for EG. Spectre hasn't got a new item in a very long time here. Like we're talking at least like 5 to 10 minutes right now with no new item coming up for Fear, and he's only got 1,500 gold up his sleeve. Well, you look at the Alchemist, who finished up his AC, is already up to 2,700 gold.
I wouldn't even say that Spectre is the most concerned about how much items the Alchemist is proceeding. It's more about how much items the entire Fnatic are getting. There is some item progression on Visage. He has great armor. Now look at that. When he's close to Alchemist, he has 31 bonus armor. Of course, it takes away when you start taking some damage, but with a Ghost Scepter, Medallion, and all these items. Also, we have a Hood finish up now on Darkseer. He did not have that last fight. There's just so many items that this entire team gets tankier, and Spectre is about dealing damage to everyone, killing off the supporters first, and then killing the carries. So we have a little bit of a pause as Dota crashed.
How?
No tail.
So, yeah. Something not going 100% right for the computers today.
Bambo
Either it's
says
just
it-
Dota 2.
Bambo says it only happens to cool people. I now feel much better.
Really? It's going to make Bamboo the coolest person in the world.
Yeah, because he knows all about crashing.
Mm.
And yeah, we see the players just sitting and waiting patiently. I don't think we want a too long pause here, hoping he can get back as soon as possible, because you don't want to lose the rhythm of this game. Both teams have to stay really focused.
It looks like he's already managed to launch the game back up again, so it was just a quick crash.
Of course, a little bit of friendly chatting, saying they can see each other and stuff like that.
It was like last EMS where they were looking behind the boards. It's rather similar this time. The desk just a little bit further in front, but the speakers definitely block the extra vision towards the viewing area for our crowd that's arrived here in Poland.
Yeah.
They decided, you know what are we doing on a weekend? Let's go to Katowice.
Let's
We'll
watch
come
some
we'll come
Dota.
to the hotel. We'll watch some Dota. We'll meet some of our most favorite players.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to do, because everyone here, like, they all have a chance. So the players walk out the same door as everybody else. And at the end of every night, if you are in search of one of your favorite players, all you got to do is just come over to the hotel
Pretty much.
and get to have a drink with one of them.
And here we see Black coming in.
Just put the spotlight over on Black. We're good to go again and back inside the game.
Good to
So
go.
3-2-1. 3-2-1, and we're starting again. Of course, Black, he won't be paying very close attention to these games. Obviously,
the
mouse
GPM
balls-
is too low.
Yes.
We see a Basher finish up now on Alchemist, so he's going to be really dangerous as soon as he starts right-clicking anyone. Even though Demon is going into that BKB, we also see Queen heading towards a BKB of her own, and they're really close to these two. But once they have those, it does not matter too much when Alchemist right-clicks you.
Yeah.
You have to move.
Well, trade-off time. Tier 1, Tier 2. There's already a TP coming back to the Tier 3 tower of
Yeah,
Fnatic, so
it-
Trixie doesn't want to let him have this too easily, but he knows with the pushing power in that bottom lane, he doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, of course, he has to be careful about Demon scouting, but Demon is just contributing right-clicks here with his Batrider so far, and now he's
Wow.
going to go out and scout.
That's some commitment in. Notel instantly got hit by that Spectral Dagger, though. And the one TP the front
They
lines,
want
it's
it back,
Era.
but they need
No.
to do something about the Alchemist. There comes the slow. Short stun.
That's going to be enough, though, to slow down beaters, especially when you've still got Hani jumping up high around the rear and then throws down the ulti. He knows he's been in a little bit of trouble. Where did Fear decide to go?
Behind.
In fact, he's still in the middle of them all. And it's a double kill for Era. In fact, EG's losing everybody. Fear wants to bring down Notel, and Notel's got a full soul assumption. He wasn't going to come off cooldown in time. And now Era will get the stun while Fear is still in range of this T1 tower. He denies on the way through.
Oh.
Hani with the silencer. You can't Spectral Dagger over the hill. Now he camped through the tree line, but the Familiars are right in his tail here. They have a lot of damage. All they need to do is basically attack once together, and they should be able to bring down Fear, but
Dox
maybe
is
now with the
also
one
scouting.
charge, it's not enough. Oh, Fear! Four-staffed up, he'll TP over on the side. They won't stop him.
Oh my god!
Not in
So
time, Hani!
The silence was too late.
He even had the option of a Yule Scepter when he got himself in.
Yeah. Oh, he could have used him. And actually, Darkseid has to be careful. He had a Firefly going off Demon, but will he have a go at him? He has the ulti again.
He has the lasso, but he doesn't have enough napalm stacks to really kill off Trixie, so
Oh,
he's not going to worry about basically using
He
it.
could have grabbed him, but he was scared that someone else was close. But he could definitely have grabbed him, four-stepped up towards the Leshrac and got a kill there. But if anyone was close, that was a risky move, of course. So no risky moves, really, but that fight started really bad for EG. And they managed to actually survive with their Spectre, who had minus 16 armor there for a while, as she was close to everything with the Howl, with the Alchemist, and just with the Acid Spray going down.
That's just a lot of pain, man.
Yeah.
I can't believe he was fighting smack bang in the middle of the engagement, because like that engagement, we split ourselves up. We had up here on the high side,
Puck
you
and
basically had like Puck
Leshrac.
who fought in from this side, yeah, with Leshrac over here, but there was more support coming in from one side. And then you go down to this box down here, and then
Yes.
you had Battle Rider
Darkseer
Fire
and-
flying around this region, and then you got Spectre who came in from this region. You basically split it up into two hurt boxes.
Yeah, definitely. Bottom lane, this tower is going down very fast. It's already dead. We see a swap.
Gonna go
Double
BKBs.
Oh my god, they're stacked.
That's going to be a big stun. Double stun over on the beaters as well as Bamboo, but they want to get Trixie. Lasso, Blink Dagger, able to do his job. So the first casualty of war is going to be the Darkseer. Hani throws the ulti out. Now the BKBs are worn off. Who's the back line there? Bamboo will go down the Familiars.
And EG come out on top on that.
Oh, yeah.
They get 2 kills, killing off the offlaner as well as the Visage, who's a farming support. That's the bigger kill compared to killing off the Vengeful. So the swap started out nicely, but with that double BKB coming out of Demon as well as Jo, and I believe that was both the 10 seconds. Yeah, both the 10-second BKBs were up for that one. So Alchemist could not stun any of them. He got a double stun, but that was too deep in.
Alchemist is actually down to 7 seconds now on his BKB.
And we have a new item for Spectre. She's flying out a Yasha, and she has 1.6k gold. So those items are coming up for her. She adds up the Yasha. I like it because she's already so fast, and agility is what she needs for her ulti. So Butterfly is also a good option, but starting with Yasha is much more cost effective.
Same time, man. When Hani finishes up, whoop.
My ear thing fell out. It's okay, Bamboo.
Sorry, it's good to go again. Can't be uncomfortable when playing Dota, especially when it's the ears.
The ears. And yeah, as you were bringing up Hani there, he almost has his full Hex finished up.
Yep.
Just needs the Void Stone to go, and then he has it.
And Era also, like, he's almost finished an entire Abyssal Blade.
And we will see a new smoke by EG. Gonna go, both the BKBs are already ready again. So gonna go behind Spectre maybe on mid lane, or just go even more aggressive. Roshan still happy to be alive.
Familiars are back here again, scatting it out.
Yeah.
If EG even think about smoking into there, it's not going to work. The second they start attacking on him, obviously smoke will break. And the rest of Fnatic, they're grouping up also around the mid, looking over towards Roshan, but EG, they don't want to fight here. They're going to, well, do they? They were moving to go down the bottom lane, and they came back to head towards Roshan.
They're probably pretty confident along with their 2 BKBs right now, and of course the lower BKB duration on Alchemist. They might want to look to take a fight. Alchemist has 3.8k gold, so he might just run up and buy that. Abyssal actually will do that, I believe. He doesn't want to leave his team for too long as they don't see what enemy is, but he is going to go up and head and just buy it. But with the Abyssal, if he gets close to Queen, that is the biggest play he can make. If he gets close to Queen and Abyssal stuns her and just bashes her away,
yeah,
then that could be so huge for his team. Sure, he can do the same thing to the Spectre, but I think the removing Queen before her ulti goes off and all her impact, that is one of the few ways they can control her right now, because BKB Queen can always move around pretty freely in teamfights.
Yeah, I agree. If you can lock her, shut it down, then you can deal with everybody else. Like, Spectre, you at least know where he's going to move.
Yeah.
Even if he's moving over hills and such with the Spectral Dagger.
And she has ulti, so she hits everyone anyway.
Yep.
And we also have Hex finished up now. These are 2 really huge items coming up for Fnatic, finishing those 2.
Well, there it is for Hani.
Smoke again by EG. They're still just running around the lines of Spectre, expecting any type of gank.
Hani takes a regeneration room, but now Demon realizes phase shift down, wants to run out here, got a Eul Scepter up, VS swaps up, and then into the Eul Scepter to blink away. Jo and Demon both popping up those BKBs, looking over to get Fly. In fact, they take out 3 of these guys.
Wow.
Era's on the way out. Hani needs to get away again too, popping up the regeneration, but Diffuser Blade goes into the phase shift. There should be enough time to blink himself away. No, it wasn't enough time, and Jo, he's on it all the way, and they get the double kill. EG spilling the blood of Fnatic. They're looking so good now, and then a quick TP to bottom lane. Demon, he wants to do something going to damage this base, and with such a big array of these range creeps, maybe it's not the best time to do this. 3
Alchemist
heroes.
has no buyback. He has to be pretty careful here. If he gets caught out, then he will not be able to save his base. So this can at most be 1 Rax because they have a tier 2 at mid, but 1 Rax at this point is huge for EG.
That's a beautiful thing for him, man. And they're going to finish it off. Nah, there's no way they can get back out there and at least stop this melee Rax from going down. And they'll take the range Rax too while they're here.
Yeah, getting both those Rax because they have the time to do so. Vengeful could be looking for a swap, but still doesn't really want to go for that fight.
Yeah, obviously has to realize that there's going to be 4 stars, it's going to be Blink Dagger, it's going to be Lasso off cooldown for Demon. You got a lot of different things that would just instantly stop that initiation or counter initiation.
This game going back and forth so much, but when that initiation happened there over at the rune spawn or at the secret shop for the Radiant,
yep,
they did not have Alchemist close by, so he could not do anything at that point because they got caught and he was not there. And if they fight with our Alchemist, they will lose. It doesn't matter how well they take the fight, they will lose that fight.
Yep. There's just too much power from EG that can roll in.
They need him. His presence, his armor that he provides for the team, they need all of this, else they cannot take a fight.
Well,
EG, look at them just sitting in their base. They already used 2 smokes very recently, so I don't think they have any.
they're all going to group up and move together out through the bottom lane. At the same time, Fnatic, they're coming in and they're looking towards Roshan. They would have expected EG to come in here. They won't see him, so they'll go in themselves under the cover.
Oh,
and
EG is close.
Yeah, they are. They see Fly. The smoke will break, and now in comes Sphere. Pops up the Mana Style already. Wants to focus on Fly. Fly getting bashed up. He couldn't actually get the stun off, and now with a Spectral Horn, they will take out that Vengeful Spirit. A little bit higher up, Era looking to fight out with Demon. Hani going to hex him up and silence him, so at least get 1 kill up here on the top side. Or will they? No. They want to retreat back out again and not fight this one up. They lost the Visage as well, and now it's Era who does turn, lets off the Abyssal Blade and just destroys the Batrider. The gems on the deck as well, as Jayo will pick up. There was no slot for Alchemist. He still wants that TP scroll. Shadow Blade comes off cooldown in 1 second time, but with that gem now over on Jayo, they'll just follow it around and then up into the BKB. Jayo getting beaten down by Era. Fear, however, goes unstoppable, finishing up the unstoppable streak as well of the Alchemist. That's 680 extra gold going the way of Fear.
Yeah, that's so much gold. Fear is having a really good game. 11-2 for 14. He's been in 25 out of 27 kills as Spectre. Like, he is just participating in everything. It's just team fights all around from EG. And they're getting the better fights. It's not that they're so far ahead. It's just that they are behind still in gold after all of this.
Oh, Lasso. Hani being brought in, stunned up as well into the Edict. That's a huge pick off right now. Hani has no buyback, and even with the Queen of Pain down, this is an open invitation to go into the tier 2 tower. Alchemist is forced to buy back.
Yeah. But Roshan, they should not be able to contest it too hard, I feel, with Puck not being there. Also, I want to give a little shout out to this gem on the top lane. That's, of course, in this little part of the forest where Hani died when they were chasing him.
It looks like a tree is a gem when I do this.
Yeah, I believe that everyone forgot about that gem, even Hani and Fnatic themselves. So
Kree just spotted it though.
Yeah,
but someone's going to be looking.
You don't really look in there too much, so. And it looks like EG, they don't have the best Roshan heroes really. Spectre doesn't really deal the damage to a Rosh as an Alchemist would. But with the Orchid on Queen and with the right clicks that they just confidently deal now as they see everyone on bottom lane,
yeah,
they will just claim this. And Fnatic, they are scared for any type of fight now with Hani being dead.
Actually, even more scared once Fear finishes up his heart, which he will now do so. Like, the Aegis Immortal is down.
Might go to Demon. I'm not sure who wants this.
I thought Queen of Pain should be taking this one. He had the extra inventory slot and some more suicidal one, especially now that Spectre can buy the entire full heart. So if Fear wants to, he can buy that right now. But it looks like he's also like safety first. Make sure there's buyback gold.
He will buy the Vit booster and then just buy it in base. So he is gonna go for it. Because when he has that heart, he has over 3k HP. He's just too tanky to get bursted quickly. And if they will kill him somehow, then he knows at least that his team has been free from a lot of focus, and they should not lose that fight.
Yep.
And I really feel that the fights that EG take, it's just working out good for them. And we see a pipe used here by Fnatic as they walk up in their secret.
It's got to be a misclick.
Yeah, misclick or a little bit scared.
He meant to do arcane boots, I'm pretty sure, instead of the pipe.
He used them right afterwards, so.
Yeah.
Actually hitting all his skills, just Soul Ring and Arcane Boot.
And they actually know they have to wait now. They know they have to wait. They need that pipe to be up and running during the team fight, and they've only got that every minute or so.
Yeah, they don't want to wait around for too long though, because look at that bottom lane already pushing into their base, so it's obvious that they were heading somewhere. Whenever you don't defend down there, it's an immediate, you know, it's a notice to EG saying, hey, we left base, we're doing something. But now they're coming down and defending again, so EG knows, okay, top is safe, we can go.
Hani's also the man charged with carrying that gem now. So they found that gem you were talking about.
They did find
before.
it. Very nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
Courier flew up, picked it up, and handed it over.
Very nice. Else that gem was very sad and low.
And you just have to check every single like high ground and low ground, and he won't find anything. Actually, look at the warding for EG, or I should say, look at the lack of warding of EG.
Yeah, I mean, there's one ward on the map right now for either side.
The entire map, which is just this little sucker right here.
We see Vengeful running around with 3 other observer wards though, so she's about to ward. And we also have 2 wards on BDS playing the Shadow Demon, so wards are gonna go up. But right now, just playing behind the Spectre, pushing out that top lane. They want to apply pressure there and take that Rax. And it seems they don't really want to go for a pick off before. They just want to go for this fight, feeling confident with Aegis and Heart finished up. Even buyback gold now on Spectre actually, if she gets the next creep wave. So she could even go in, die, and then buy back an ulti, which is how you can play Spectre when you're a little bit behind, but I feel they don't even need to. They are looking really strong right now. Haste rune on Bat is always a little bit scary.
And EG, can they break it? That's my question. Can they break it? Well, I should say break it again. When you got DD, like you said, up on Fear, you kind of want to just send him in with the heart, let him tank up a little bit more.
Of course, it doesn't affect his illusions from the ulti, but it's a nice thing to have on your carry still.
Yeah. It means you can back up during the engagement and just give yourself some breathing room, heal back up and come straight back in again. And also when you do this, Disruption and Mana Star illusions. Send them all in, start attacking on the tower. Jayo's also there with them.
And bottom lane is pushing in, they know this, so when the bottom is starting to punish that tier 4 tower, they're gonna move in and start right-clicking even more.
That's why the Familiars are trying to help out down there, so they don't have to have another hero down there, but almost losing one, the Familiars.
Yeah, and it's not... I mean, Fnatic, they do have the Vengeful, they do have the Puck, but they don't have amazing heroes at stopping this sort of push that EG are doing right now. And it's very hard when they just keep sending in Manta Illusions along with Disruptions. Look, the tower is already down. It's dead. I mean, Jayo doesn't really fear anything because he has Aegis and a BKB, so he can stand here in DPS. But that's the tower. And now, next time they do this, they're going to be hitting on the racks. And it's a very sad spot for Fnatic because they have to be the first ones to act. They have to do something.
Yep. Well,
it's so hard.
Yeah, she saw Hani already draw the line. He wants to come out through the base and then rotate up through this direction. But the problem they've got is EG is already prepared for that.
Oh yeah, they're very, very well prepared for this push. Beatus actually has a blink dagger on his Shadow Demon. Naked one, but...
So one way to make sure you're in position for the fight.
Yeah.
These Spectral Illusions won't stop coming in.
It allows him to stand really far back and then still be there when the fight starts. So the only ones they can go on is, you know, Aegis, Queen of Pain, or possibly the Heart Spectre. But none of these targets seems like a good one. They're pinging a lot on Spectre, but I don't think they want to go on it.
No.
That's too tanky. They need an amazing wall. Like
the perfect wall that lets you kill them both over twice and never have to make a decision about who you focus first.
Yes, that is pretty much what they need. And if they can combine it with...
Oh, there's Demon. BKB jump in finally. Going to pick up Era, but then cancelled off. Fly swapping him back out again. And now Jayo cops a lot of damage here. The wall's down and Jayo also on the sidelines. Alchemist runs in, disintegrates at Leshrac, wants to move on to another target. They get a big double stun on Beaters as well as Fear. They're trying to force off him away so he can't kill off Fear. That dispersion is not making life easy. Fly will still go down to the creep wave that was there. That EG get pushed back out through the top, and that was what they're worried about. They're worried about fighting inside the Darkseer wall, getting double stunned up, and they just lost their players so quickly. And Demon?
Demon? we have to look at you a little bit for that one, but I don't feel they had any reason at all to initiate there. They could just keep doing the Manta style and Disruption push. There's no reason to stop with it, because look at the Rax. The Rax was almost dead already.
Yep.
And this was, you know, they did not damage the Rax too much during the fight. It was just...
It was Demon thinking he had an opening. And if the opening worked, that would have been great. But as we said, via swap, with the range it's already at, like we're looking at a level 2 swap.
Yeah.
There's going to be no way that you'd be able to get a proper pull out with the Batrider from inside the base.
He thought it was a free kill and it wasn't. So in the end, the fight went really well for Fnatic. They even actually killed off the Aegis on Jayo. He did not die in the end, but he lost the Aegis, and that's big enough.
Yeah. Because now he doesn't have his extra level of security, and Spectre also gave away a lot of money too.
So you could say it's a 4-for-3 trade, but it was, you know, in terms of gold, 3-for-3 in terms of kills. But,
Via's actually got 791 gold for killing off Spectre.
She's quite happy. She has a Ghost Scepter, only thanks to that, really.
Rolling in the money.
And having Ghost Scepter on several heroes, it really saves you. When Spectre ultis, you want to use that. And immediate smoke gang by Demon and his crew here. They're going to look to head into an enemy jungle, it seems. Vengeful out and warding. Might be caught out here if she's not careful. She actually walks back.
And I like this observer wall placement too. It's a place you'll only ever find with a gem. You'll never want to use a sentry wall to check that spot.
Yeah.
And right now they do not have such a thing.
Now they have a gem on the Batrider though.
Well, they do.
But they're not gonna run through that path, so.
It was the one guy didn't click.
Yeah. It was the first one I clicked.
Aren't you good? Aren't you special?
Yes.
Gem on, yeah. I just hit F5 then.
I guess you clicked Spectre first and checked for gems on her. Geishas Toby. Well,
Thanks,
we see bottom.
Thanks.
There might be an initiation. Demon standing very close here. He flies, and he might grab No Tail.
It's going to be risky
wants
to
to.
do it again because he's going to do this and then
pulls him
4-star.
very far, though.
4-star's fast enough, but no tell. He's got so many, like his cloak just protects him so much. Now Lasso's on cooldown for another 40 seconds.
Yeah.
I think there's no follow-up. They didn't want to do it. It's like, we just did it because we know we can.
They don't want to do it again. That surprises me. They don't want to go when Demon finds someone to initiate on. Well, I think they should just head back to that top lane, do the same thing that they were already doing. Just put that pressure and get that Rax, because if they get Rax on top, they have Rax on bottom.
Yep.
Even with a farmed Alchemist, you don't like to be in that position where you have to defend 2 lanes at once coming in from both sides, and then the enemy can easily go for that second Roshan afterwards, or do whatever they want, even go through mid, because the pressure is going to be too high.
And Era, what are you building into next, man?
lot of gold.
6.2k gold
Go Divine.
up on this Alchemist.
Go Divine. Just buy it and kill everyone.
Funny thing is, that could, to a very, very good
Or
extent, work.
or drop BKB and buy a new one. But he's not really at that point. And the pressure is coming in
He
now.
gets Desolator. He
Some
buys
illusions.
Desolator for the fight. He's still got enough money for a buyback even if he dies here.
I feel he needs a Vladimir's just to lifesteal as well to get some HP back up, but there's no one who really wants to buy it.
Either that or he just says, you know what, let me try and go into a Satanic, but then again, you still got Chemical Rage.
Oh no, he has the Desolator already, so he doesn't want to buy a lifesteal in that way.
No.
And he has 6 items now by that regard, so having buyback gold is going to be fine for him.
It's almost like he accepts the fact this game isn't going to go past this point, and if it does, he'll just sell a Shadow Blade.
And these illusions, even if they die almost instantly, they just get 1 swipe off on the Rax and bottom lane pushing in again. So even if it's a very slow push, this actually works. Like, they can do this. It's not very fun, but this forces Fnatic to react. They have to initiate.
Yeah, well, we said that before. I don't know if Demon can hold off his trigger finger or not. Because he's coming in close. JO's here as well.
And 4 illusions heading in, 300 HP on the Rax. And it's actually gonna go down, 70 and Glyph.
Fortification had to be used.
So if this happens once more, the Rax is gone.
There
They
goes the
smoke
smoke.
now, they're gonna go. But they saw that, I believe.
And they already blew the pipe. They blew the pipe before this went off too. So they won't have that for this fight. They're moving up outside the base and then straight up the ramp. So aggressively moved up by Hani, but he actually screwed himself over in that one. Set him up on the Yule Scepter, then through the oldie, and Vac back in again. Now Beaters gets the disruption off, takes fear out of this battle, while Era, VS swap, will cancel off that lasso that was over on Era, but he's losing too much life. No Chemical Rage was left by the time that he's actually at the end of that fight. Hani will phase shift, and now, well, he will buy back. He will have his Chemical Rage back again. No Tail with the Ghost Scepter, saving him some time up against Fear. Will reset up his Familiars, and Queen of Pain, the one to go down. Meanwhile, over on the side, Batrider was playing around with the VS. But they're looking over towards Fear. Hani on the chase. The orb will fly. There is no ulti available, but he'll get a Yule Scepter up and running, which sets up for first Familiar Stun, second Familiar Stun, and the concoction from Era, and 4-star from Demon. Fear with the Spectral Dagger. Still have to get through the tree line, but Trixie, he's got back to pull Fear back down again, but Fear with those phase moves moves very, very quickly. Flame Break actually almost helping out Trixie just then, until all of a sudden, Desolate. The Spectre Illusions turn around to fight. No Tail will get out safety, but then Era picked up. There's be a big kill if they can kill him off after he only just bought back as well. But it looks like Demon's just playing silly buggers, or is it? There's Desolate still eating through Era, and he has to use Shadow Blade to escape.
In the end, they forced the buybacks, and the fight, of course, it was a good fight for EG, I would say. So they're still in control of this game. They have 5.6k gold on that Spectre. She could do something like sell the Vanguard and buy a Butterfly. And that would just make her
Or could
illusions
sell the drums as well.
Could sell the drums as well. Either one is an option.
Considering he's used all of his charges on the drums now.
And he finds an illusion rune. They're gonna go in and kill Roshan at least. And yeah, that's still only Aegis, no cheese, but only Aegis when the Rax almost went down there on the top lane and they had to glyph and then react.
Gonna lose one of these familiars. I just wanted to know and make sure that we're going for Roshan. That's the trade-off that N0tail made. And then again, a Spectral Illusion. Able to find N0tail and take away so much of his life
One
points.
illusion, killing 500 HP on him that quickly.
That's what happens when you find yourself out by yourself. And Fear, well, job is done.
Oh, the Roshan is still alive because they killed so slowly.
Yeah, Trixie's on the way in, but there's a
Demon
lot of
gonna try and
support
grab.
sitting outside, so Blink in lands through, and it's just making distraction. Trixie going to get pulled up and held on that high ground. N0tail wants to help him
Era.
down, but not going to be possible. And Era, you're right, he's inside the pit. Roshan killed by the Radiant side. Darkseer, where's the Legacy Model?
Denied.
Has been picked up. It's denied by the Alchemist. Bamboo still in here, but he's dying to the puck holding that's also in there. And Era fighting on the high ground. Flamebreak bouncing back down again, and he can walk back through that wall away from the illusions. And Fear, he wants to kill an Era. There's a sentry wall there for him, but Hani back in again. He picks up the ST and then finishes his jaunt back out there. N0tail healing up with that urn charge, and the familiars drop down, making sure that Fnatic can bail out of here successfully.
Man, I don't know if you saw that, but in this fight, he actually used Refresher Orb on Batrider to do a second grab.
What? He has a...
He has a Refresher Orb, so he's down to that 4-second BKB very fast as he used 2 BKB charges in the same fight. And yeah, big play by Era running in there. And he could have tried and just dropped one of his items and picked the Aegis, but in the end he denied it. There was no Aegis for the Batrider to take or anyone else nearby. And that was a really good fight for Fnatic. Being able to just disrupt them from getting a free Roshan, that's huge. And a Basher finished up on Spectre. I really think that it's more effective to either go for a Butterfly or even a Refresher Orb on her, because when you click your double ult, it's so strong. But a Basher will allow her to man fight. That is true.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling from Fear right now. He wants to be the guy that can do basically everything for his team. Also, I don't know, they didn't change it again, did they? The BKBs doesn't get affected by Refresher Orb, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it like that?
Yeah, because I remember it used to be with Tinker. Like, Tinker would go out and use
No,
his BKB and be able to TP out again.
Refresher and Rearm works differently, so I believe that you can still refresh your BKB.
Okay.
I'm almost positive on that, unless it was a very recent change. So someone in the chat will probably know about if it works in this version.
Well, hopefully we'll get an answer back sometime shortly, or at least help the community know.
Yeah, but it should really work, because Rearm and Refresher is not entirely the same thing.
All right, top lane, N0tail. Everyone's getting back together again. The band's back together, and they're ready to fight. Trixie.
Yeah,
3K
they
gold
want
up
to
on
take the
him.
fight outside of their base.
Yep.
They do not want to let EG anywhere close to that Rax again. They know what will happen. The illusion push will come. So they want to go really early here, and we see EG being pretty cautious about their approach.
Well, they know what happened last time they tried to push in through the top. It didn't go too well. Even if the team fight around Roshan was half decent. We might also be waiting a little bit longer, because Batrider's Refresher Orb comes off cooldown in 2 seconds time.
So we need to keep our eyes on Demon and see what he does with this Refresher Orb. And we might even get our answer from that, whether it works or not.
Looking to see, right now I'd look to see him take out the Darkseer straight away. If that wall goes down the way it did before, they're in trouble. But then again, like, you also want to control Hani at the same time.
Yeah, but controlling Hani at this point is not the most important part. If he gets the Darkseer, that's a really good grab. And he can even grab one more afterwards. So 1500 HP on this Darkseer. If he grabbed him, he would die very fast to a DPS in his team.
Yeah.
And of course the wall just gets better and better later into a game we had. Might be another reason why he doesn't want to go Butterfly. Enemy getting a Butterfly illusion is pretty strong.
Especially if he's able to get that Aghanim Scepter done, because there's only another 1100 gold away for Darkseer to finish that thing.
Yeah.
And now, again, Demon, Flame Break, oh, Hani. You can see him coming up. Starts with a Hex up on Demon. It's almost like he's trying to bait EG to come in on him. That wasn't even a proper initiation. If he was initiating, it would have been a puck ulti.
Hex has a decent duration on its CD, so it's actually going to be on CD for this fight, and EG knows this. It's basically one creep wave of CDs, 35 seconds.
Well, count it down, man. The creep wave's basically gone anyway. The Familiar's stumping up.
Yeah, EG doesn't really want to dive into this base. They know that it's quite dangerous to do so.
They also know bottom lane will finally bring us momentum in. And that'll force Fnatic to at least push one person down there. Sending the Familiars is nowhere near enough. They're basically going to send the Darkseer down there.
Yeah, and it seems the chat confirmed that Refresher still works for the BKB.
All right, thank you very much, chat. We're going again. Disruption and Mana style.
Yeah, it's... I mean, we see this cheesy little push by them. It's actually very lucky that the Rags regenerated so much during the skirmish around the Roche pit. So it's actually back to some decent HP, 2.6 health regeneration.
And we're going to go again. Not with the mana style this time
And
around.
a TP to bottom lane by Demon. He's going for...
He's faking it. He's faking it.
Cancels.
He's trying to get him to flinch.
Yeah. He wants to get him out of position so he can grab someone.
Familiars are back in position again. They're going to stomp up in 1 second time, but they're going to hold on to it for now. And Fear, well, pops the mana style. It's going bit by bit. He's trying now to do this in small progressions, but that's a lot easier for Fnatic to deal with.
This is so careful by both teams, really. I mean, EG doesn't want to just rush in here, even with gold to buy back the Spectre. I feel they could try and use the Spectre as just run in and right-click, but they don't want to repeat anything like Flipside did against them, where you lose your carry and you lose the game in one fight. So, sure, they play very cautious right now, and it is pretty boring to watch sometimes when they just send in illusions like this, but they're playing safe.
This is that tension moment.
And we cannot blame EG for playing safe.
No. This is exactly what EG should be doing. Like, they've given a lot of momentum towards that middle lane. There's 4 catapults pushing the mid. Do they jump up? Yeah, they went for Fear. Bamboo goes for the stun, but it's going to airball it off. Then try and focus and just kill off Fear. The fact the wall is up. There's a lot of illusions fighting in this one. Jo forced to run away. Demon goes Lasso, double, but then VS swap will cancel the second one. The stun over towards the side, stopping Jo from continuously fighting. They still haven't managed to get a kill on either team just now. Final strike goes down. Sorry, Visage as well, having to buy back. Concoction channeling up here. Flies over to Fear. How much damage can he deal in a lot of time? He's just being dispersed up. The Hex from Jo buys some space as well as the SD Destruction. The Familiars are on him right there, and Fear still solo on life. The orb will fly up, and finally Alchemist will get the kill. Then over towards Beaters. The mid-right is, however, being very much assaulted. Fear, he's back in. He brought back as well as haunting himself in this one. Chasing down Era. Diffuser Blade will get that kill, but then buyback from him. Middle right is where I said the trouble was. There's 4 catapults luckily attacking on the buildings. They got to clean this off.
Uphill attacking on a building instead. They don't have their priorities straight. Top lane with the illusions, almost killing this Rax.
Almost got him, man. No-Tail's trying to hold him off. They can't.
Rax is dead.
Finally, the Rax does go. And EG might just say, you know what, guys? That was possibly the hardest marathon they ever just ran then.
Yeah, that top lane took some time to push in.
Trixie's asking for some help here.
Yeah.
Please get rid of these catapults.
He's like, I cannot kill him. And we see a little bit of a heart being drawn by Bamboo on the mid-Rax. I assume that's not that he wants to keep them alive. It's probably something else.
It's the love of the kill.
I really like that vengeful swap on the second grab by Batrider. It was such impeccable timing right as he starts his second grab and about to... He was actually trying to pull the Alchemist away from the fight up on the other... to the secret shop, basically.
Yeah.
And that would have been so bad for Fnatic if he did, so... That amazing swap by Fly.
One thing I'd like to show you, though, is the golden experience graph.
Yeah.
Just to see, over the course of that siege that came out...
it's crazy.
That came out from EG, it came back 10,000 worth.
Yeah.
Because they were pulling, like, Fnatic had still...
they got crushed in that fight. Like, EG got crushed, but they bought back and they had the resources to do so. Now they don't have any buyback on the Spectre. She has an Abyssal Blade finished up, but they have to be careful now about getting picked. And SD, you have a Blink Dagger, so I don't think you're gonna die up there.
They're not gonna find anybody.
No.
And Hani is the one who has to work overtime trying to hold off the Rax. If he's not careful, they may even lose the range Rax right now.
Yeah, and Hani had a lot of gold last I clicked him. What did he buy since then? He actually bought Boots of Travel and has that along with his power treads. So, of course.
And still enough for buyback too. So if they have a fight outside their base, at least he can come straight back again.
Yeah.
And then your Alchemist, like he's sitting at 3.1k. Fnatic is still looking for the kill, and EG is like, no. It kind of feels again like actually, remember IG versus LGD?
I remember a lot of long games, man, but all the games that go past 1 hour where you have a game like this, it's always so exciting because this is almost 0 on the experience and gold graph right now. Of course, Fnatic in the worst position, but they are the stronger team right now.
Yeah.
So with the push coming in from his sidelines all the time, Hani has to deal with that. It's really no fun for a poor little puck to kill all these creeps, but
he at least has the ability to do so and like evade and move
entire
around.
EG standing in the base and playing around with animations. Bamboo and Beat is fake casting their skills.
The funny thing is, the longer that went on, the less EG got. Like, EG are moving out. They realized, too, they've got to move out, too, because Roshan spawns up in 55 seconds.
Yeah.
But Fnatic they were getting no farm up on 4 heroes, but Hani was still pulling in bit by bit. Little by little, he was still getting the experience in, and that's why this graph actually doesn't matter anymore. Golden experience, we just throw it out the window. The only thing which I want to keep up on the screen right now is the buyback status. That's the only thing that matters, because we're at the point right now where to take Raxes, to take the Fortress, you need more and more support to fly in, and that means you've got to have
They
buyback
have to be careful
available.
about this Fortress. Like, Radiant's Ancient is being attacked by catapults and creeps. They cannot allow this, even with, you know, letting just Hani defend. They lose the top racks now, because seriously, splitting both top and bottom, you cannot be everywhere.
This is like the overcommitment to team fight. They want to fight this, but it's still 4v5. If Hani TPs himself up here with BTs,
they lose
then
racks.
They lose
base.
They'll lose a
everything.
Fortress.
Yeah.
Like, it's coming down now. That's the creep wave that pushed in through
They
the
have
top.
the DD rune and they're going
Oh,
on
they're going in. There's a Blink Lasso. They managed to pick up Era, and now Era, he's almost dead. VS swaps him out, but now JO's in there. The BKB, look at him turn. Era just melts him. He does more than slice, and now Beat is off on the side. The disruption is off, but Era throws the stun out. They still had a buyback from the Queen of Pain, and Fnatic, they're bailing because back out the Fortress is down to 1,500 life points.
And
They
Hani
have
cannot
gotta
handle
get back.
this.
Hani can't do it by himself. Fnatic committed into this so damn hard. Era's actually got to heal up to stop this, and Trixie's now up here to help him out. But this actually makes it possible for EG to backdoor it. Just run in there and take the Fortress.
Yeah, it's about to die, and they need to kill the catapults as their aggro doesn't switch. They just keep attacking it. And they're down to 960 HP on that thing.
Here comes EG. They're
EG
coming
should
in
just
smoke.
be going and getting it.
They don't have the lasso. Actually, no, they got another lasso up and running again, but it's not a double lasso. But Era, man, he has got to be ready for this one. 920 life points. EG could take this straight away. They can't kill Fear fast enough. That's going to be their problem. They'll have to hex him almost instantly, and he's attacking on the mid-racks. So EG show themselves. The Blink Lasso managed to find Era before he got into Chemical Rage. Now Era's going to go down. Buyback for the VS, but Hani being set up. GG! GG, well played. 65 minutes in, and Fnatic, they go for a ballsy move, but they get neutered on the run for it.
Yeah.
EG take game 1 against Fnatic.
They had no other option but to try there and go for the 4-on-5 fight, but they lost too much HP on their Alchemist. And I mean, who can blame them? Fighting 4-on-5 into the enemy base while trying to hold the Fortress with a puck.
I don't know.
That's really, really insane. That game.
The just make you wonder about the life universe and everything.
Yeah, that is really crazy.
Oh, yo.
And EG guys looking pretty satisfied with that. Of course, a little bit exhausted as it's a 65-minute.
I don't know if they should be
for that
fully satisfied with this one. They should
No,
be
of
happy.
course.
They should be very, very happy they won game number 1. But that really came down to the late game decision making of Fnatic. They chose to not wait up. They didn't want to just have this slow push in of illusions. They showed by that push at the middle lane that they said we cannot win that fight if it keeps happening over and over again. The funny thing is though, they won the fight last time it happened, and then they said they made a push like they didn't win the fight.
They did.
It was a very weird decision.
The entire game was really, really a little bit awkward, but it was such a tight game, and we just saw everyone playing out of their minds. I think the biggest moment in this game for me was the save on Alchemist by Fly. That timing on his swap was right as the second Batright ulti started, and it saved them in that fight, which was the most crucial one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was amazing play by every single player in this game.
Well, I know all the players are going to have ourselves a bit of a break. We will do so as well, and of course that means it's time for the social corner with James.
Thanks very much, Toby. I think everyone needs a breather from that one. But first, we're going to be giving away our CM Storm Inferno to one of the winners from the RaidCall group who's been sitting there asking a few questions and getting involved with our players all weekend long. The winner today is Valid_USA. So he's going to be taking one of these CM Storm Infernos back home. You can get rid of that roller mouse or whatever you've been using before. Now, the rest of the weekend, we are going to be giving away a few more prizes. One of them is going to be a new keyboard from CM Storm that's going to go to the winner of our art contest. The first thing I want to show you guys, though, is one of my favorite examples over here. It's of Black. I know that Black is a huge, big fan of Anti-Mage, as we all do. He's actually been bribing Synderen to pick it for him all weekend, so we'll see what happens in the final. So I'm actually still waiting for both of these teams to pick the best hero in the game, Disruptor. It hasn't happened yet, but we'll see if it does happen after we come back from the break in game number 2 of EG against Fnatic.
RaidCall, communication for winners.
Hello and welcome back to what could potentially be the last game of the semifinals and the deciding game for EG, which are up 1-0. And I cannot say there was I don't know, I think it was possibly the best match we've seen so far in the whole tournament. It was the closest, that's for sure, and it's been as exciting as possibly can be, so I very much hope to see an equally exciting game for the second one as well. And once more, for all the action, I'm going to head it over to our lovely guys, Toby1 and Wagamama.
Thank you very much, Zoe. Of course, I am Toby1.
And I am Wagamama.
And we are back.
And what a game that was, man. Holy shit.
That was a game which you just want to like commit to the memory banks and just say, you know what? That was really good, and
that was really good.
There was a lot to learn from it. There was definitely a lot to learn from it. You always you see what makes a team that can actually play at a high level for 60 to 70 minutes, and then still make a big decision at the end game.
Yeah, both these teams played really, really stellar throughout the entire game. I feel it was so even throughout the entire game, and of course, EG came out a little bit on top. They're getting the racks, and from that point, they just managed to play out it. But Fnatic, they really made them struggle for that win. Yeah. And so many team fights where they actually won, but then they had to fight against the two lanes pushing in. And they could not find a pickoff because they knew when they pushed in, if they found a pickoff on the Spectre or anyone who had buyback cooldown, the game would be over right there.
Yeah, definitely.
And EG gave no such chances.
Yeah, EG played very, very safe Dota. Of course, they know they've been put under the pressure. They have an entire website dedicated to throwing of games, and they realize like this is something which they know they do, and the fact that they didn't do it just then is a huge confidence boost to them.
Yeah.
The fact it was Fnatic that was the ones that struggled in the late game with making that big decision, with finding that pickoff. It was EG playing very, very smart Dota at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, even if you see it and you go, solutions versus just nothing. It's just like,
it really started going even more their way. As soon as the Queen and Batrider had that BKB, EG just controlled those fights really hard. And then, of course, Alchemist made a comeback where he got stronger. And, you know, the game got really hard anyway.
Now you see all the Fnatic players' faces just there. It's just like, oh my god, that really was that hard, wasn't it?
That was an intense game, you know. You get a little bit lost after something like that. And here we see the draft for the second game. So EG again, removing out that lifesteal. They do not want any of that.
They want to see if Fly wants to play.
Yeah.
They want to see if they want to play with the Wisp. Every time this comes out, Batrider's the first ban, so Fly will still... He'll still see if they want to play with the fight. He will not let that Batrider through again.
I mean,
very understandable. But that was only that's probably just something which is in the back of his mind from the last game. Like, I don't want to deal with that initiation. It's really, really hard to stop.
Demon made it hard for them, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And it was imbalanced in the very, very start, too, when he got so much farm coming out of the jungle and then brought the Blink Dagger at the right time. It's like, it didn't matter how much advantage the Alchemist had over the Spectre, because Batrider was balancing it out through the jungle.
Yeah, true. And he also... As you said, he balanced out by farming so much in the jungle, and he made a gang on bottom lane along with his two supporter before getting his Blink Dagger. Then he got his Blink Dagger, and he played really well with it throughout the entire game. The only bad initiation was the one into the enemy racks, where they pretty much got killed. But apart from that, just stellar play. And we see Naga Siren being removed out by Fear.
I really enjoy this style of banning from Fear. Like, he wants to open up the pool. He shows he's not really fearful of anything's going to come. Fly goes with the standard, so the Whisk gets taken out in the last set. So Fear now has first pickup, and anything which he wants to have, he can have. He can have that Darkseer if he so desires. Bamboo, he's on support, so he'll be Demon. Sorry, I'm used to seeing Bamboo doing that kind of stuff. So,
Of course, we have also the OD. There's the Treant Protector available, and there's many heroes to choose from here. As the first pick, we even see the Visage being first pick all the time this LAN, and Nyx being very popular as well. So let's see what they head into here, actually. And of course, they also have gone with the Coddle PL before, but they're gonna start with the Darkseer.
I'm hoping they don't try and go for the Coddle PL, because the early aggression from Coddle PL it can be nullified by the Darkseer. Like, if he gets enough levels fast enough and that pressure doesn't come too fast onto that top tier 1 tower, like, you need to have a Coddle PL and then an Enchantress behind it to force the Darkseer to rotate earlier so you can get your bigger advantage early on.
Yeah.
And then you've still got the possibilities for a Gyro to come up. Like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
but now,
don't know if you're trying to say there's a bit of a joke saying, hey, we'd like to see God of PL, because everyone loves seeing God of PL.
no, it's we'll see what Sphere decides to go for later, but for right now, we'll see what Fly actually is going to pick up. And he does have the choice to take 2 heroes. Nyx is always really nice against Doxa in so many ways, trying to cancel that combo. And we see Mouse playing it over and over through this tournament and just getting great success with it. But of course, Fnatic, they have their own style of playing.
And they haven't decided what their style is just yet.
They know what their style is, they just don't know exactly what they want for this game. After such a game, 65 minutes long, and all those fights, they need to really think about this draft and make sure that they get what they want and play it out their way. A lot of Dota is about bringing the enemy into your comfort zone and just not letting them play their game. And EG, they played a game where they cannot really give it away, and there's no way they can just send in illusions to push the racks. They have the pressure on side lanes.
But that seems like very much Fnatic kind of style. Like Fnatic have played that style many, many times themselves.
Oh, yes. And also, I would like to say that Fair, his contribution to his team in this game was amazing. Like, playing so much for his team. His farm was a little bit behind Alchemist at first, but then all the kills. And here we go. Visage again for No-Tail.
What are we up to on a Visage now? Actually, I think he's dropped down.
He actually dropped down, so he's 7 for 3 right now in terms of wins and losses. Yeah, pretty bad hero now.
Yeah, terrible hero.
Would not first pick.
But Fnatic start with him, and of course that'll get to go to the Micromaster era.
No-Tail.
No-Tail.
There we go.
Era. Farmer.
Era did say, though, in the break to me that he taught No-Tail everything he knows about Meepo.
Of course.
So maybe he is the Microman.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of Era in my head. I'm getting ahead of myself. Era for his hard carry now if they want it, because Live Seal is still available here inside the pool.
No, it isn't.
LOL! God.
Toby won.
Let me just have a drink.
Yeah. Toby?
It's non-alcoholic.
Is that really cola? Okay, we'll see what Fnatic Fly will
Catch up with the
go
world.
and pick up here. Using a lot of his extra time, so he only has 29 seconds remaining. And DK. We have seen this hero a little bit here in this tournament.
It's more of a Hani hero, though, than anything else. It's a mid-solo one.
Definitely. They used it a lot in many online tournaments as well, where they will play it. And Hani, I believe we cast some game together where Hani had a hard time on the mid and then just crushed the entire game with his Shadow Blade running around. That was ridiculous. So he is very comfortable playing this hero, and we'll see what he can bring to the table.
Yeah. The questions can still be if it's going to be his or not. Keeper of the Light will be the last one from EG, so they keep their options very much open, but heavy on the team fight. It's going to force Fnatic to now look to ban out heroes like Puck. They might also just have to consider the Disruptor as well as a secondary support. I know we haven't seen him at all this competition, but he was it was a hero which I was seeing a lot of around the Star Ladder series. Virtus Pro, of course, they love combining him up with the Darkseer into that. So something else to just keep in mind. OD able to get through the pool in this early set again.
Yeah,
so
and he was banned in the last phase of the game, in the last one, during that draft. And we'll see how it goes in this one. Of course, OD is a ridiculously strong laner on the mid lane.
Yeah.
Even against the DK, you can lane against him and make sure that he has, you know, that 13 mana trademark where he cannot stun or do anything at all. So making ganks very easy as well. If you just put him down with the Astral Imprisonment, you can easily come in and gank. But we'll see.
Fear starts with banning off the Weaver at this stage. I suppose when we've still got Tree and Protector in the mix, we should...
Weaver is quite strong against Darkseer as well, just in terms of how he lanes against him, very quickly kills down shield creeps, and then later on in the game, he doesn't really care about the Darkseer because he's so fast and has good positioning.
I like this from Fly. He's not scared about like that middle lane OD. All he says is, you know, it's like, okay, cool. We've actually got first pick coming into the next stage anyway, so...
Yeah. And he knows that EG always drafts some real hard carry, like they drafted Spectre, they drafted PL before. They have been playing these real heavy carries, so banning out the anti-mage now is a good decision, I feel.
I wonder if that's a bit of an indication too about what they're looking to pick up here.
Yeah. Also showing again what they said in first game, they are not afraid of the PL. So despite the Caudal being there, banning out the anti-mage is a little bit funny to some, but Furion being removed this time in the second ban. Or fourth ban, I should say, second ban stage.
Yeah. taking out the Prophet, which means the ball's back in Fnatic's court. Of course, the way the drafting was changed around, it is the second band in the second stage goes to Fly, and then he gets the first pick in the second pick phase as well.
Exactly. So he has two decisions now. He bans out the PL as well, removing those hard carry options. And then he's going to go back in and take possibly another supporter now, or if he wants to reveal something else. But as we don't really know how they want to run the DK, but most likely it's going to be Hani on it solo
Because
mid.
if it's not mid, if it's not Hani on it, Hani could take the OD right now and throw the DK into that easy lane, or even an aggressive tri lane with Era. But Keeper of the Light might have also been a bit of a requirement for that long lane to work. If not, they have to look down the lines of a Rubik or something like that, and they go a Bounty Hunter. So they're going to keep it very much open. So Trixie gets his hero, the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah,
and again, EG stared down the barrel of having that OD.
They have their strong offlane here pretty much, and all their heroes so far have really amazing armor, I must say. Like, you have Dragon Knight and Bounty Hunter with a really good starting armor, then you have Visage with his third skill also giving him a lot of tankiness. So all these heroes are fairly hard to kill, and with Akato and Darkseer, sure they have the AoE combination, but so far no initiation for EG. Want to see what they're going to go into now. They did play that Shadow Demon with the disruption last game. We'll see what he's going to go for. Alchemist this time, so they're going to pick it up. Alch along with Keeper of Light is always a good combo.
I'm still seeing SD in the pool here.
Yeah, either that or even a Rubik. Stealing that track can be really beautiful sometimes, or even stealing other spells like the Stun, the Visage Nuke. There are many spells that you could possibly steal, or the Dragon Form from DK and just push down towers. So
I'm just thinking about what lanes it would force Fnatic into. Like if we see SD, Alchemist, Cotter run top, then you got Darkseer up against a Bounty Hunter, and well, I'm not really quite sure how much fun Bounty Hunter is going to have on that bottom lane. If Darkseer obviously doesn't get caught out and harassed early.
If Bounty Hunter is solo against Darkseer, he still gets a lot of farm, gets a lot of levels. He has to use a lot of regen to just sustain on that lane. Might even want to go into early Tranquils and then disassemble, go into Phase Boots or try whatever they want to go for. But as for the lane itself, it's so much better than being against a tri lane as a Bounty Hunter. So he gets that early level 6 if he does. But right now it's up to Fnatic Fly to get his next hero, and it's going to be a Morphling. Such a Fnatic pickup. So we know that the DK, that's going to be Hani.
Yeah, that's a mid DK.
So we have Trixie playing a solo Bounty Hunter. We have, of course, No Tail playing the Visage, and we see the Shadow Demon. So that's the tri lane.
This can easily be defensive or aggressive, but in this scenario, like, killing up a Morphling is going to be so difficult to do. Even if you do have that Alchemist unflying, you've got to get everything to hit straight away and then kill him up before he's capable of waveforming away. And then you got Visage, you'll be giving a bit of a hand, and what should be another controlling hero up here, which should be the Rubik. But then again, do you want to do that? Do you go all greedy? Do you go greedy out in this one and then say, well, let's pick up a Chen, or let's pick up an Enigma, or let's pick up something along these lines that actually gives us a quick jungle progression?
I haven't really seen Fly played when they have a Visage to actually go for a Chen or Enchantress as well, but we will see what they're going to go for after the ban coming out from Fear. But it is going to be Fly's hero for sure, the last pick of Fnatic. What is Fear thinking about now? What does he not want to play against? Of course, they still have their mid hero to pick up. So they have the advantage of being able to react to the DK mid. The ban came out on the OD, so he's not available, but they can pick any other hero they want to have against him and put him there. Even Alchemist is doable on the mid lane.
Yeah, all Fear they need to do is, there we go, there's the Enigma. There goes your Enigma for Fnatic. Our first Enigma of the tournament as well. We haven't had one just yet. And Nyx Assassin was the ban out. And that was right for Fear. Like, Fear, like, you can't ban it against, like, you can't take out all the junglers if it was going to be a jungler anyway. There's no way you could stop that. So then you look over and say, well, let's take out at least an aggressive support that can be on the lane that'll be a problematic. Mana Burn taking away Coddle's ability to chakra, or just to lend out that extra stun would have been more than enough. So they get Enigma instead, slightly rework with his malediction.
Yeah.
Sorry, Malefice.
Malefice. It is quite strong, and Enigma, I really like the fact that he can push so fast, so let's see how that's going to work out for them. Enigma is a very, very fast farmer in the jungle, but when you have Visage as well, I really like seeing Visage getting to do those pulls, getting to get that
But he
gold.
can still do that. He only requires 2 camps to do the pulls. The problem he's going to have is the interference from the SD and the coddle.
It's not only about that. It's also about who is the one who's going to put some pressure on other lanes, who's going to buy all the wards, who's going to get the items. Because as an Enigma, you want to get that Blink Dagger or a mech, or even run into an early BKB. Those are free choices, and a TA. So minus armor from Alchemist and TA. Some extra damage from Shadow Demon, and TA, of course, mid against Hani is pretty strong. So Jo gonna play up that role.
Yeah, it will be, because the burst damage from Hani, very ineffective when you got those refraction charges up, be it from the Dragon Tail or be it from the Breathe Fire. If Jo has his refraction up, Hani's spam goes to waste.
Yeah, and
so
Jo...
it'll just turn into a CS battle in the mid lane as opposed to a kill battle.
Yeah, and TA, played by Jo here, is a very effective hero against the Visage as well, as the nuke damage from Visage is easy to block with TA. And even your refraction can eat up those first damage ticks from the birds, so no real worries there. And Morphling also not too scary of a carry against TA.
So just Trixie and BDiz now, the last players to select up their heroes. Seems to be BDiz too much conference going on with the EG guys that he wants to count down the extra clock.
Yeah, they're still talking and getting the lanes right as they want and so on. So I feel that EG, here we see 1-0 after the first game of 65 minutes. Very cute courier by EG.
I still can't get over No-Tail's picture. It's never going to happen, man. Like, there's going to be some photoshops of that stuff flying around. It's just hilarious. It's just hilarious. All right, into the game. And checking out our lane. So it'll be Fnatic on the defensive lane.
Smoke already by EG. Really early smoke. So they're looking for a kill here. They really want to pick someone. And getting that first blood, we saw really late first blood in last game. But now they want to grab it really soon. And
how long has it been since we've seen a move like this?
It's been some time. We
like
haven't really seen it at all during this tournament.
There, and sometimes it's the rotation around this direction.
They would probably just run back through this way, but very soon Darkseid will want to go down to bottom lane. So this is going to be a last check they haven't. Well, they found No-Tail.
He's going to be the first one. So Disruption. No-Tail will just run down south.
But they have exactly the same. Oh, there we go.
There's your surge, and No-Tail's a long way away. That's first blood for EG. There's nothing that can stop No-Tail from dying right now, and that is first blood. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! Yes, ST got the last attack in there. That was a hell of a lot closer than it should have been.
It was very close. They could have body blocked him more, but he was dead, as he said. And Darkseid, of course, had to skill up that surge for this. He's going to use it to get down to bottom lane as soon as possible. Or is he going to stay up here? He stays up here. So not aggressive tri lane at all, just going back to a safe.
They just wanted to get that early advantage up on the top lane, which now they kind of have. Like we got a flying courier already up because Bamboo was the one to get the last hit in. So extra cash for the supports. Fear just wants to farm up on that bottom lane anyway. Jo middle lane up against DK, so Hani, and it will be a dual lane up on the top. Era as the Morphling. No-Tail supporting his Visage, and his main job is to keep Demon off this lane. Demon, rather rough lane for him, and they've got to make sure they really push him out of here. Like he's only got 1 point surge. He used it so they could initiate in, which means there is no Iron Shell option for him on this top lane, which means No-Tail has the best time up against him.
Yeah, he is very happy. No-Tail can just stay here and right-click a lot on the non-Iron Shelled Darkseid, and at the same time, Arrow, of course, keeping the creep wave really far back. This is not at all about getting experience for No-Tail. And look, Demon, he knows they doesn't want to be in this position. He runs in, wants the experience, and they're going to focus him.
This is a level 1 surge to try and run away.
Yeah. But all these right clicks, they actually mean a lot, because this means on bottom lane, no real catch. This means that they will push into tower now, their own tower, and then afterwards the experience might come his way.
Well, Trixie does get caught out a little bit here. Disruption, there's a concoction already flying up. It's a throw very, very quickly. Trixie, he's just on the edge of that shadow of that sentry ward.
Also with 6 starting armor on level 2 and then Ring of Protection, he doesn't really care much. And you see Demon doing some karate punching on No-Tail, not at all happy with his harassment. And he's actually punching him a lot here.
He does a lot of damage.
And No-Tail, this might be dangerous, man.
Yeah, but No-Tail steals the Grave Chill. There's still a surge available, but now they just hold him down.
The attack speed goes down minus 64%, so it's very hard to get any right clicks out during that time.
Well, there's no stun here, and Demon forced to use already. Like, this is the guy who was trying to desperately build into a Soul Ring, and he just can't do it. He at least got his Iron Shell, which means now he can abandon the top lane. He can go into the jungle, which I think is where he needs to go now. If he heads back up to that top lane, the same thing will happen over and over again.
He can, definitely, and he was pushed out pretty aggressively. Of course, he doesn't just sit by silently when he has his surge from that first blood. He tries his best to get level 2, and he does in the end.
I like this from Trixie. He's already stopping them from doing a pull here. Sentry ward is down, which means he's already de-warded up anything that would have been there. And that means EG got to commit to that. Actually, they don't have a sentry ward here. They've got Dust. They bought Dust so they could try and gank up against Trixie. Because they used their other sentry ward in the lane when they attempted that gank on him.
Yeah. And they will go really deep in here, and they're pushing on the tower really hard. Got so many creeps with them, so if he tries anything, pulling the aggro even, they may just Dust and try and kill him with that.
It's like, who are you going to bring in for support? You're not going to TP in a Visage to try and help out. So all Trixie has to do is try and back up B-Diz. Got to be careful not to run in range of that other sentry wall, but he's also basically out of mana.
Yeah, and they're pushing with...
Hence, Ring of Basilius. Oh, Dust from Bamboo.
I don't know about
He's in range of the sentry, the catcher as well, Trixie. He gets hit by the Illuna and the concoction. They're going to get the kill.
Yeah, actually works very far away, but still, they were able to get there quick enough without boots on Alchemist still. Runs down and gets the stun. So that's a second kill going the way of EG.
And this is Alchemist getting it, or helping to get a kill. Not getting the kill, but helping to get a kill. Actually, is 2-0 in favor of Bamboo right now. The support's kill securing.
Yeah.
But we've got Fear, who's farming up with 2 points up in Grieval's Greed. So he's actually focusing on getting farmed out here, not just pushing. Like, he put 2 points up in Concoction, but he's not going for the full-on fighting build to fight whoever comes to the bottom lane. He's all about the money. He's all about staying in front of Era before Era gets to the point where he starts doing a lot of damage. Yeah. And then he looks at the middle lane too, like DK 15 for 0 up against a TA who's 24 for 10. Jo has completely won this lane.
Yeah, not a single deny coming out from Honey. And of course, being a DK mid against the TA is not easy to get any form of deny. Your damage is simply so much lower.
And every time you come in to try and get it, Honey's just going to get harassed by side blades anyway.
Oh yes, and at this point he has half the damage pretty much of TA, as she has Refraction up on level 3.
Well, maybe EG, now they got a catapult with them, but that's not going to be enough of inspiration to push down this tier 1 tower again.
No-Tail is going to be the full support for this game, and he's running around with no boots and nothing, while Fly, of course, on an Enigma, getting his items. So playing a bit more of a poor Visage than he did in last game. We got to farm up that goal with Vengeful supporting him. Mid. If he gets stunned now, there might be an initiation.
Yeah, but that Malefice has got to hit him. And now, well, there's you. Malefice hit.
Oh, they chain stunned hard there, though.
He's still got the meld. Can't actually evade it. And now goes Invis. Runs up. Honey. There's enough damage. Jo, 10 HP. Refraction is up. The attack will take care of one of those. There's another 4 to get through, so they can't just go for the burst damage. Trixie has Bamboo on the side, and that's what we're talking about with that Breathe Fire. It gets blocked up by the Refraction.
They stacked their stuns there, and that's what you have to pay for it. They didn't get the kill, even with 3 heroes really close and trying that initiative. Bambo.
Now he's too close. Malefice done up him, and now Disruption. Saves him from a lot of the damage, but Hani will remain. And then we'll get a follow-up kill here. I got a funny feeling this crowd is slightly biased towards EG. Just slight feeling.
EG fans? I don't know, man, but surviving there with solo HP was really nice by Jo, just running. He basically had to run into the wall, because if he turned at all, he would die. But then, as he ran into the wall, he got his Refraction cooldown ready, used it, and then started running straight. So I think it was really nicely done by Jo as well, getting away from that gank.
Oh, man.
Even the short period of meld there, juking a little bit of the range attacks. He has a DD rune now. That's always something you get happy about when you play a TA.
Something I'm wondering about right now, man, is what's going to happen about 10 minutes time from now?
Yeah, we have Alchemist and Morphling both having uncontested farm pretty much.
And an Alchemist uncontested farm with a hand of minus on him as well.
Yeah.
This is going to be a lot of money and a lot of quick experience as well coming the way of Alchemist. But Morphling, like in 10 minutes time, Alchemist with his farm, with his hand of Midas, he's going to be looking to fight very, very strongly in about 10 minutes time. Where Morphling will probably just be finishing up a Lincoln Sphere because he just bought a Ring of Health. I'm wondering if we should be looking at that, at like the older classic build, like the rushed up shoddy. But then again, like to kill off the SD and the Keeper of the Light.
Yeah, it would be really effective at killing off the supporters very quickly and making it a 5v4 fight. But we'll see. He
JO.
has the ring.
Now in trouble. Malava stun up on him this time around, and the defensive charge is getting in
Slows
through.
all.
Sentry wards it down, so he can't evade too much. The breathe fire
They're
again.
committing so much to trying to kill Jo here, but with his face boots, he just runs away and he slows them with his slow trap. So 4 heroes trying to kill, and this is the second time they fail at killing him.
It's the second time too. I think Fly was thinking about coming in there to get the black hole and then use the conversion to get rid of him, but didn't have enough mana. Even with the soul ring, he was short by about 20 or so.
And they're not shutting down his farm by any means at all. He's almost as farmed as the safe lane Alchemist. He has 44 last hits here on the mid lane.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's still very, very farmed.
The one upside for Fnatic is the fact they're still running this Enigma. While he might be coming down all the time to try and get some initiation on, and that is costing them as far as gold being earned, he's still pulling a lot of experience out of the jungle here. Sending, well, I was about to say the experience advantage was going the way of Fnatic by about 1,200,
Yeah.
but now it's going back to about 700 with that rotation in.
And also with the Midas.
Oh, now TI trap in mid. Beat is going to help out, try and kill off Hani, but Hani gets the stun off on JO. Holds him there.
Whenever you go for a kill like that and committing so many heroes and not getting anything, your experience suffers. But also,
Hani's not going to get this. Oh, Trixie comes in through the rear. Snipes.
they thought that they were the thieves, but no, there was Trixie.
Finds the regeneration rune. The dust did pop at the same time, but
Yeah, the dust did nothing there, but he gets away.
the more important thing is they deny a regeneration rune to Templar Assassin, so the courier's going to work overtime to get that bottle back again.
And couriers don't like pulling the bottle anymore. They get so slowed up, but of course they had a surge ready for it.
Yep.
Then it doesn't matter too much, still moving at 419.
Actually, I don't think it doesn't even matter at all. You can make a run from the middle lane all the way back to base on the full length of the surge.
Not entirely, I think. But anyway, 350 movement speed with the bottle on it, so it's like a hero.
What you mean? It's natural.
Well, it's pretty slow, but they have flying courier very early. And look at the traps mid. He's like, yeah, they're ganking me, so I don't need to put traps anywhere else. And look at that sentry ward. Doesn't it see the ward? That is so close.
No, well, it's the nerf.
Yeah.
It's the nerf. Like
It's the nerf,
that sentry
of
was
course.
probably going to cut the line right there.
Yeah.
If that actually might even be a bit of an over exaggeration. Might even be shorter than that.
Yeah, I think it's even shorter, man. I think it's just on the edge. It's really close.
Well, both Boots as well as Bottle now come back in for Hani. At least he's got mana to play around with this time around as opposed to playing up against an OD.
Yeah.
And Fly, looks like for him, rush up BKB would be the, say rush up BKB would not be a bad choice considering there is nothing EG has that will go through his BKB. But I'm still feeling actually a Blink Dagger from him. They want to have faster initiation. They want to have some big kills, especially once Trixie has started to rotate with a level 6, which he's not there just yet. He's going to say a lot of Bamboo when Bamboo is about to try and stack this one up. But if Trixie waits even longer, his Invis will run out.
Yeah.
He just attacks on one of the Centaurs.
Yeah, he might just kill the Centaur here with his Shuri, and he does do that. So getting some level.
And they can go into Bamboo if he so decide.
And the push seems to be coming in on top for Fnatic, pushing in that tier 1.
Yeah, up towards Era. And No Tail as well as Fly.
Yeah, No Tail really not very high level, still level 5 on that Visage. She has been farming some, but mostly it's just been running around and trying to find something, especially with the ganks on mid. Coddle, they see him. DK might be going for him here with his Invis rune. And
Yeah, it's already the TP out from Beaters.
Nice, experienced TP.
So Fnatic will leave an aggressive ward behind him. Because Fnatic, a little bit tired on the warding wall. Bamboo going to get caught up by Hani, already stunned up with the dual breath. And now Bamboo, well, he's got him in a nice little corner, Hani. He has to run around his illusions to get back down to the SD.
Yeah.
So they decide against it, but he did pop up that Dragon Form. Probably wants to help Era a little bit more on this top lane. But while the Illuminate flies, there's a little bit too much damage for him to try and deal with.
Yeah, a little bit. And bottom lane, we see a lot of push being added to this tower, and it's actually going to get deniable here if Fear doesn't go for the kill on it, so he's going to go and hit it.
They're coming into middle lane. I think they want to have a look at JO. No, Fly going to TP down towards that bottom lane. Trixie, he's got to get this track up. They need the bonus movement speed, but it's just not there.
Secure the deny. That is big enough for the TP. Totally worth it.
Because that takes away roughly about 500 gold from the EG lineup.
Takes away a lot.
And you keep doing that for every single tower, it starts to add up over time. Era, at least able now to pick up his ultimate orb if that's what he's looking for, and it is. So he is going to go fully into that refreshment. As I said, like when he gets that, Alcus will be looking for his next level item, sitting at 3.1k. So that disrupt, oh, there it is already. So SD starts off, and the dust over on Trixie. Trixie does a lot of damage to Bamboo right there, and Fear needs one more hit. They need the surge and the Iron Shell. Perfect time for Demon to make his way into that bottom lane.
And that haste on Hani is running in, trying for Bamboo here.
Yeah, there's still a track possibility from this one. He's still got the Dragon Tail available. I think he's waiting as long as he possibly can for get the Breathe Fire up and running instead.
Yeah, didn't want to let him live in any way. I like the wards behind the tier 1 tower mid and the ward on top lane from Fnatic, but they do get dewarded on the top. Almost Blink Dagger on TA now, needs 60 more gold. And Shadowblade, or actually Battle Fury built on Alchemist, so Power Treads and going into Battle Fury. Blink Dagger also finished up on Enigma now.
I'm a little bit surprised at that, and the only reason why I'm surprised at that is because I'm still feeling Fnatic's time to strike is around the 15 to 20 minute mark, and that's when Battle Fury will start to really kick in for the Alchemist, and he'll start farming up inside of his own jungle. And that's great for his farm, but Fnatic have a lineup which is meant to like destroy the opposition, and then they'll take towers.
There's also the small part that there's a Gondor on the enemy team, and you might not want to run Shadowblade against it, but I still feel that the initiation, if you're the first initiation you get with Shadowblade, you can always find a kill with that pretty much, but
yeah,
he is going for a very farm-heavy build.
Trixie.
And
looking at Jayo here in the middle lane. Attacks him to start with, leaves a track behind, but as always, refraction's a problem.
Yeah. And of course it's going to be a Linkens on the Morphling. He doesn't have it yet, he needs the recipe. So another 1300 before he can say he finished that one.
It's taken some time for him, man, but not as much time as I would have thought.
No, it's pretty early. I mean, you could have it sooner, but
Trixie.
He's trying for the chicken.
He's not moving that fast, but he doesn't have phase boots. Trixie's damn close, but he can't get in close enough. And then the pings come up. They saw him quickly.
They saw him for sure, so he runs down. Doesn't want to get caught out at all. Yeah, if he had phase boots, he would have gone for that one. TA trying for top now. I don't think she can kill Morphling in any way, though.
There's no one that can really kill off Morphling in any way. He makes a replicate of the Darkseer, and JO will show himself, but a waveform up.
With
TA
the
trapped
DD,
slow.
just chasing. Maybe can force him to jump down to replicate. Of course, replicate doesn't really cost much mana when you use it, but when you jump to it, that's when it really starts costing a lot of mana. So, doesn't even force that though, and the DD is used. He has it ready.
There's a full Battle Fury up on that courier. They have got to be so careful with this courier.
Trixie would love to find that one
again.
again.
There's an illusion, right? Like, that's a replicate right next to it right now. He would have seen the courier heading down.
Yeah. One thing I do feel that I'm not sure about for this Alchemist with the Midas, he could have gone out in the jungle and used his Midas on the creeps in jungle all the time and be higher level at this point.
Yep.
But it would make him leave the lane and just lose a little bit of gold for it. It's actually, in my opinion, completely worth going out of the lane, because 2.5 times the experience of a big creep and instantly killing it, it is amazing. And he chose to stay on the lane and leave the jungle for his Darkseer instead, so that Demon could actually clear it. But Demon needed that pretty badly, so might be just because of the Darkseer.
Well, Demon helps him get a kill on bottom lane, so yeah, it's everything has a balance to it.
And Hani clearing out that entire ancient stack now. Was pretty much a triple stack, I believe, and he finished it off now, so 1.1k gold in his bank.
I still haven't seen this Blink Dagger of Enigma go to any kind of work at all.
Oh, same for the Blink on the TA. And she has so many traps around mid. She's like, come mid, please, and fight me. But, you know, if they chase her along something like those lines, that would be beautiful for her.
Is that the line you were chasing?
Yes, exactly. That's how you chase.
That's Infernity Dota, man. It's called Chaos.
That's Infernity. He would have to share his traps with everyone if he was playing against Infernity, so that they can cancel, actually use those traps everywhere. But yeah, so far, just pretty safe play from both teams. No one wants to be the one to make the big mistake. Visage does have his birds flying around here on the bottom. He's level 6 still, so only 1 level in the last 6 minutes for him.
It's been a rough time for him.
It has been, and he doesn't have the privilege to go for any real items. He has mana boots, and that's more than you can ask for as a first support.
Yeah. Yeah, she buys up smoke for his team. At the same time, Bounty Hunter will finish up his treads on the bottom lane. And EG, they're smoked up too. Throw down the sentry wars. They're checking out around the bottom, outside the Rosh pit, and they're going to move up to the ancient
it's gonna be a
area.
fight.
This is the worst time for them to come up. Fly,
GG.
first stun. That's actually a big opportunity for a black hole. And he jumps into the replica. The Morphling's here already. Beaters goes down. There's your black hole. Jo and Demon both got in there. They eat through the refraction charges. Demon should be the one to go down right now. Fly very low on life. Jo coming out of the Iron Shell was doing his thing, but then up to Bamboo. 1, 2, 3, and then 4
And
to
they
go
track
down.
him.
And they are tracking
They
him too.
save his life for a few seconds so they can get that last crack hold off. And this might just be a Roshan immediately after that kill.
See, now we see the reason why Fear goes hand in mind as well as Battle Fury to farm up the entire time, because he's the only one that lives, he's the only one with money.
Oh, yeah, that is true. So he likes to farm, and he does have an item flying out. It's the full Shadow Blade now, so...
To fight up against Nagus, Beaters, you can't be thinking you could hold this.
No, he's just trying to delay them. He wants to go here and poke them as much as possible. It's not really that he wants to cancel this. He just wants to delay them and possibly TP in his TP.
There's a lot of TPs coming in, man. Demon's on his way, blinking for the stun. Beater's going to get caught out. The track is on him too. Midnight Pulse, they get dragged up. The Midnight Pulse is the thing to get the kill there.
With the last hit.
Oh, Trixie just goes invis. They don't have vision of him. No-Tail's also on the way in. TA with a trap. Fear. Now Big Sun over on the Enigma. 2 hits, not even requiring that one after the acid spray went down. And Hani on the way out. Roshan, of course, has already been slain right now.
New
with the
stun
Morphling.
charge, he can stun Tani here.
Oh, Disruption will do that job. Buy him the time too. So the stun, Hani, Dragon Tails, brings Fear. He
dead.
does get it vacuum back in again. JO's still in the neighborhood. Also another person that's here, Trixie, hovering around the edge.
Few kills going back the way of EG, and really important ones at that. So the Shadow Blade going to work, and mid lane, they're gonna get this tower, I'm quite sure. As the Black Hole is still in cooldown and Enigma is dead.
EG did lose a lot from all of that, but they gained so much of it back by coming in. You're wondering if it was really even worth the contest, but it was.
It was for sure. And of course they did give away a track kill there with the Keeper of Light dying first, but it's still going into that fight. That's something they needed to do. And Alchemist gets a lot of experience by going in for those kills as well.
Get him bigger and bigger, and he needs to be more full. He already has that Lincoln's and 2k gold up on himself. So Era's getting fatter at the same time.
Yeah, but Alchemist is looking really good for his money right now.
The only problem is that Alchemist, the bigger he gets, you know he's going to get like the AC and stuff like that. Era will just make a replicate of him and just turn everything against him.
But it's really not a big issue. As a strength carry, when you make an illusion of that, his DPS doesn't really come. Any attack speed item doesn't really go. Like Hand of Midas won't do anything. Shadow Blade doesn't give you anything for your illusion. It's just the base stats and the attack speed from that. So getting a replicate on an anti-mage or something like that is huge, but getting it on Alchemist is just a big tank.
On the way to bottom lane.
Until he gets his assault curas, because you get the
JO
armor and
trapped. Maleficent stun after the DK stun, and that's going to ensure TA drops very, very quickly. But in fact, the wall, the concoction, 4 heroes to catch, and a huge Illuminant flying out. Fly's already dead. Demon tracked up. They want to get his kill as well, so it will be 2 down for EG. And now over to Hani after Disruption's going to wear off. Fear looking for the concoction. Dragon Tail back off cooldown, but Fear walking around inside of that Shadow Blade. He gets the stun over on Beaters. Morphling coming in. Hani is very tanky and difficult to bring down, but Era a lot easier when he's already used his waveform and doesn't have a really replicate to jump to, I don't believe.
Still.
He does, and he's looking for Bamboo. Fierce Soul Assumption. No-Tail finally makes his way in, and the familiar stun drops down. Bamboo held a position. The entire EG side being wiped.
Oh my, Fnatic pulling so far ahead from this, and that was a beautiful 4-man vacuum, but it did not land the wall. It was a big misplay by Demon there. He got everyone
the concoction hit.
Yeah. They got everyone together, but the wall, if the wall hit, they would have just won that fight straight off. So he completes the hard move to get 4 heroes vacuum together, and then he puts his wall next to it.
Yep.
But at any rate, Fnatic pulling so far ahead with track kills, and that fight, they're just going high in the experience now, and track is level 2.
The fact that Era didn't have to lose the Aegis model during that fight, he still got for another 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. That's also huge.
It's a license to kill for him. Picks up a Yasha, can go into a Mana style, like,
yeah,
all the time in the world for this Morphling, and having the Alchemist be dead as well, so he can't use his Hand of Midas, he can't be farming up into Battle Fury. It costs him so much more time, or so much more money just being dead.
And a lot of this comes down to Jo just having to play more careful. He does not have a BKB, he only has face boots, no bracer, no drums,
it looks like he's jumping into a Desolator as well.
Well, it could be. I think this is BKB, for sure. because he has 900 HP and he just melted there. Even with refraction on, he just died because he ran straight into the enemy and died. And after that, his team was completely exposed without their solo mid, who was owning his lane. But this is what we saw in that game we were casting Vahani as well. He had a hard time in that game with the DK as well in his lane. But later on, he pays it back to his team. And he did so much more for his team in this fight.
Oh, Fnatic. We got haste runes again. Roshan, he still won't reclaim his Aegis from the 2 minutes. And EG, it's like they still want to fight before that 2 minutes is up. They smoke themselves and have a look.
The tier 1 mid would look really beautiful is what Fnatic are thinking about now. They really want to claim this tower. And EG knows this. They have all the combination ready. They have the wall, Blink Dagger on Darks here, so he can really land those beautiful vacuums.
One TA trap and a quick Illuminate. Still inside the smoke. Now Bamboo actually revealing himself out. But Era, he just second the tower. He's good in Aegis as well as a replica he can jump back to, so there's no problems for him here. And just looking for that extra money from the tier 1. Track now up on Bamboo. And this makes life a little bit more difficult because the smoke now breaks. So all of EG are visible behind the tower, and Fnatic, well, they may not want to fight this one, but at the same time, they know 1 minute and that Aegis is reclaimed. Even if they throw Era in there in a bad position, let him be initiated on, then they can follow up behind it.
Yeah.
But they don't want to take that risk. They're falling themselves back and going back to their farm.
Yeah. Just taking it more easy, and BKB is what they are working for on their DK. And EG, they hold their tower. They get to farm up a little bit more. And what do we have? Full Manta style, I believe.
There's a track. JO wants to jump and try and track down Trixie, but he doesn't have any kind of vision. So he cannot do anything about it. No gem. There's a dust over on the SD, but when you get tracked from that kind of range, that's not going to help you.
He's just going to keep trying to track people here and see where the enemy is really going. And Morphling with that full Manta style now in Linken's, he has really high stats. And Jo running up to the lane, just saying hi to him.
What a beautiful time to evade.
Yeah, he just evades it with his Manta style. Very casual juke on the meld.
You got someone like a TA that wants to do that kind of burst damage to you, spend the 50 mana to do it.
Exactly.
And you say no. Just bought a brand new item. Counters your attack. Thanks for playing.
Yeah, and we don't have an Assault Cuirass yet on the Alchemist. He bought a BKB first, but as we see this Alchemist, he's farming really, really hard. So actually his GPM is 719, 720. Fair doing excellent job farming in this game, but of course running a Midas on Alchemist, you're expected to have a high farm.
Yeah. Farm Elite allows him to have about 5,000 net worth higher than that of the Morphling. But Morphling, as we've seen during team fights, is really effective because of his support heroes. Like, you've already got Nota running around on his way to having that mech now. So Visage getting a lot fatter. Fly's walking around, starting up to his BKB, sitting 1,500 gold away from that one. And once that BKB is up, there will be a maximum length black hole every single time unless he screws it up himself.
Pretty much, yes. There should be no way to cancel it, at least as long as he gets to throw it at the enemy.
And Era takes a tier 2.
Yeah, top tower goes down. There's just the push that Morphling can apply to side lanes, of course. Morphling used to be a very, very popular pick a while back. Quite some while back, but Fnatic, they always liked this hero ever since they started playing Dota 2. Coming back from Han.
Your BKB just arrived for Hani.
Almost full mecha now on Visage. This is pretty big actually. Yep. It's gonna make a lot of difference against the Illuminate and the vacuum, the wall, the acid spray, all the damage that hits everyone. It's gonna be a little bit healed up there by the Visage.
It's like the second wave of timing coming for Fnatic. Like you get the BKB up on DK, then you get the BKB up on Enigma.
It's also closing up though to that point where Alchemist, you know, he's seeing a pick off here.
Trixie gonna go invis. There goes your dust. He actually went invis after it though, but it doesn't matter either way. Tracks up on beaters, and there's your black hole.
My God.
Fly catching all 5, and Hani with the AoE damage. Morphling in a wave in 2. Fly will go down here. The Darkseer back in wall. That helps turn around here for EG. Maybe Era. He's on the run and moving very, very fast, chasing after Fear. Waveforms down. Look at the track movement speed. The guy's going at 4.59. He needs to get closer towards Fear. The TF trap will slow him down. JO managed to run off to the side, but then Familiar Stomp 1 and 2. Notal using his Grave Chill, slowing him down as well. Dragged up, there is no way he can run away any faster than this. He at least put up his BKB, so if he dies here, he knows he won't die.
And he dies so slowly, he just keeps running here. of course, getting attacked all the time, so he can't blink. And
Oy,
wow,
oy, oy.
what a play by Fly.
That was
five-man
perfect,
black
man.
hole.
But at the same time, a 5-man black hole only happens if you make a mistake as a team. And that choke point up here on the high side, it was just in this box because of all the EG. They wanted to kill these guys who were all over here, and the fastest way was straight around there. And that means very short hole and death.
And it's not often that you see these five-man black holes happen in high-quality games like these, but right when they wanted to get that pick off, he was there. And deny on the mid lane, very nice. Very nice by Bamboo.
Deny the tier 1, and well, Era says, well, I can't have that one, but I can have a Ghost Scepter and 2,000 gold. So Shoddy Morph is on the way, man.
Yeah.
It's on the way, which means look for the Dagons as well. I doubt from the support heroes, but still, Bounty Hunter is already picked. He had the Vlans for that last fight as well, but he's going to go into his BKB.
But look at that full Assault Cuirass on Alchemist now. He is turning into that monster that we know him as, and it's 27 minutes in. If he added a heart now, I would say he's ready to push base, but he's going to go and contest the Roshan with this.
They're going to do this really, really fast. They smoke inside.
They're
They've got
inside.
Desolator up on TA,
Oh,
plus
so
Fear with the
sneaky.
acid spray.
And
They're
they
going to take it
won't know.
so fast. Negative 23 armor
They
on
don't
Roshan.
know.
Nope, they're right next to it. And Fnatic are like, what? Move west.
That was not supposed to happen, Fnatic are thinking.
Nope.
And of course, with Black Hole on cooldown, it's quite risk-free to do that move.
Yep.
Of course, not risk-free to smoke into a Roshan ever, but as safe as possible. And it was indeed a first item Desolator, so going for all that minus armor.
Well, when you now got this Desolator, an Aghanim Scepter, I don't know, Aghanim Scepter,
Assault Cuirass.
an Assault Cuirass and the Aegis of the Immortal to back you up. Taking these fights isn't a bad thing now. Demon, like his walls back off cooldown on level 2 for that one, a Blink Dagger up on him as well, hence he can get these great hole initiations.
Yeah, and it is going to be an E-Blade, of course, from Morphling. He's 300 gold away from it, so if he finishes this up, needs only 70 more now.
Oh man, Fly
he
just
can
got his
start bursting
BKB,
people.
and they smoked up. 7 seconds to a BKB Blink Black Hole.
Yeah, there's no way to cancel this one. If he lands it nicely, might not get 5 this time as they are pushing and know that they have to stand split up, but...
You say that now. Demon is the one that's standing at the back. Tracked up, initiation, it goes on Jo, and we get ourselves a Frost drag in the middle of this one. There's your Darkseer wall. The Black Hole being used to focus on the Fear so they can kill him off very, very quickly. Wish they're successful at doing so. The Vac back in again. Again, the Enigma will go down, but again, he'll be the only one to take a fall here. The Aegis Immortal already triggers, and Demon on the run back out again, but Aegis Immortal now finishes doing his job. Jo goes invis, but does not help him at all. Waveform through.
Oh,
Era
he got
takes a
killed.
double kill. The Illusions was the one to get it.
Yeah,
The Visage going down.
he just barely got a kill there. I'm not sure if it was the illusion of Morphling killing him off or what happened, but
It says Darkseer killed the Visage, so I assume it was the Morphling.
yeah,
As in the copy.
indeed. But that kill, or that fight, another good fight for Fnatic, even though Enigma dies another time for his efforts.
Shoddy's here now. And Fear is being not tracked, but
Not
he
tracked,
is-
but stalked.
yeah, stalked and now tracked, and then goes into stun. And Trixie, well, he'll cop that one.
It was a good thing he got that stun out, but he was not in any form of danger as he has Bamboo standing near him.
Look at Era too, man. 107 plus 101 on the agility.
Yeah, he's getting really, really strong now. When you have more than 200 agility and look at top, beat this, don't show yourself to this Morphling. You will die.
He just showed himself. There was a quick moment there. But
Yeah.
Era won't go for it. Era's just up here to push the lane back out again, and then he'll jump over to his replicate, which he left behind.
Yeah.
Yep, there it is. Back towards the middle lane straight away, because he knows his bottom lane's being pushed out by Trixie. He controls at the middle lane. The top lane, Beaters can be here, but he'll never, ever show himself once that E-Blade was revealed.
A little bit of a weird thing in Dota 2 is that even when you invis, you actually give your auras. So when you have a Vlad's on your bounty hunter,
It
you can't be
reveals you
as
there.
sneaky because the lifesteal is very visual. You can see.
Oh.
Beatus, you're a little bit behind here.
Look at Era convert every single point he's got into the agility. He
Oh,
wants to just get a massive shotgun right now. Hani, BKB pops Fear. Look at his
Oh
life
my
go.
God.
Flies on the way in. Fear didn't even survive a moment. Jo will be the next one. Bamboo TPing out. The attack damage won't be there fast enough before the TP completes. But they just look at the 2 chords of EG without even breaking a sweat.
And Fear must be scratching his head now. He just got bursted in his Alchemist. He's not supposed to die like that.
Uh-huh.
He should have used his ulti a little bit sooner. I don't know if it was on cooldown or not, but definitely that burst, getting it on Alchemist and him not doing BKB or ulti before it, it's really big by Era getting that kill.
And now they'll take the tier 2 and probably even more. Harney's Dragon Form still got an extra couple of seconds left on it. And with the catapult not coming in,
The
okay.
blasts to the face.
That actually does a hell of a lot too, because now they're going to wait. Dragon Form's going to wear off. They can't attack the tower.
He has a regen,
straight
so
away.
he's gonna go up, and actually Bambo canceling that one with his long-range snipe here.
Shadow Poison doing the work. But look at Fly. He's looking for a place to blink into. This black hole comes off cooldown in 17 seconds. They won that fight without a black hole.
Yeah.
Bringing down the 2 cores without it. Like last time, it was Fly jumping into BKB and hold the Alchemist in position to make sure they killed him off. This time around was very, very different. And Era, well, man, whoop, Geo. Trying to go for the meld hit, and Templar Assassin actually able to get the denial out. But it's a small victory. And Fnatic, I wouldn't be surprised when they pull a bit of a Rocks Kiss right now.
That's exposed Rax right now, so it's going to be really hard for them to ever take any fight close to their base. If they die, they will have a hard time defending. And of course, we see Fnatic just sitting around here controlling the enemy jungle.
Fnatic want to go back in again.
They do.
And EG don't want to really fully come out, but they're coming out as 5. That's a
Gem on Dogs here. So
don't be that grouped up. Don't be that grouped up. Trixie, he gets the track. Now the movement speed, and then there's also vision on Jo.
yeah, but he gets away with his Blink Dagger, stays very far away. And he has a hard time in these fights. I mean, when he had Aegis, sure, it was pretty okay. But even so, he died straight after using that Aegis on the top lane.
Yeah.
And not having a BKB, it really hurts him. Like, he is very weak, very soft. And Desolator, sure, his DPS is great. But last fight, they didn't get to DPS. The fight before, he didn't get to DPS. It's really about getting to right click.
Harney wants to attack on the racks. That one side blade hit managed to take out all of the army that was coming in. And then Coddle. Well, there's your E-Blade going to work for a guy who wants to build into a Skadi. And Era, well, there's your jump in. Nice back wall, but then stun. Harney gets destroyed by Fear, but the BKB black hole. And maybe Jo, yeah, he was on the other side. He destroys the Enigma buyback from the DK. Notel wants to keep running, but Jo has to come back to help kill off Era. So he can't go for everyone. Notel's going to TP out. Era gets stunned up. The Familiar Storm just a little bit, but he can't help him out.
DPS there.
And that's a big streak as well for Darkseid to end. Killing off Morphling, 971 gold coming from that.
There's no questioning that they are strong. And there's a gem
Trixie.
laying around. Trixie goes in and picks it.
It's like, Curry's like, no, wait, what? No.
He almost...
There's a gem on Demon, though. They can see
There's
Trixie.
a gem on Demon as well.
And that's why the blink up. Trixie needs to track him, so he's got the high movement speed.
He should
into
just
the
go
corner,
down here.
jumps down, there's Beaters, and he starts killing off Beaters. There's a
Oh
help,
my
he
God,
gets the kill. Then Vagback getting it, but Jo, he's trying to do the damage, but while blinking in, he got himself stuck in the tree line. So Trixie, now with a track, he gets the movement speed to run out of range of the gem of Demon, but moving up even higher. Fear is on the move for it.
And Old Man Fear, he's running in with a stun.
Look at Demon. Demon moves fast
gonna
with
miss
Surge.
it.
Trixie moves fast as well. 462, and now Black Hole is not available. Just the Malivus done over onto Darkseer.
Trixie playing some sneaky Dota right here.
That's what Trixie always does, man. The guy is slightly suicidal.
He's probably got a pretty big smile on his face right now after getting away and getting a kill out of that scenario. I don't think that's supposed to happen at all. And if there was any points into mana leak, Beatus could just have mana leaked him and made sure that he cannot run and has to stay still, wait for a TA to come. But Jo with his little misblink there, Trixie's going to get away.
How much would you hope that you had both Fly and No Tail in your list for fantasy points right now?
Yeah.
I think Valve need to change that graph a little bit.
A little bit. Looks a little bit imbalanced. But
well, I wasn't saying imbalanced, I'm just saying it's actually broken visually.
Yeah, a
but
little bit.
As far as that last team fight, like we now see Fnatic, they earned back from a 17,000 advantage to EG. It's back around 12.5 going the way of Fnatic. Gold-wise as well, it's about 10,000 going the way of EG, and it's coming back to Fnatic. I mean,
At top, they're looking for Era.
Sorry, I mean the way of Fnatic, and it's coming back to EG.
Yeah. The thing is
Wrong
that...
way around. Wrong person. It's not, it's not an EG throw. Wild Fear! And now moving over to Jo, but just jumps out the replicant.
Yeah, he just shotgun there to say hi, pretty much. He probably knew he can't kill him there. But this is definitely not EG being out of it. I mean, they have sick DPS when they get to attack, but it's just about not being controlled.
But that means they're going to move around freely on the map. And this guy,
Yeah.
Trixie's not going to let that happen too easily.
Jo had a really nice time in the last team fight where he just moved behind the enemy as he walked in for the black hole.
That was wonderful.
Yeah, because we saw Fly moving in and he wanted to get both the Alchemist and TA in his black hole, and that's how his priorities should work. If he gets those two, there's nothing to worry about for his team. But he did not get Jo, and Jo just walked behind him and started killing him.
And there goes your tier 2 tower on bottom lane. That's the last remaining out of town for EG.
That's almost a Skadi finished up now on Morphling.
Yeah.
And these are ridiculous stat items. That's always what you build on this hero. You have your Lincolns, your Manta style, go into an E-Blade if you want to shotgun something, and of course getting Skadi. Then the only thing we're missing is pretty much just
Butterfly?
a butterfly or even a Satanic, so you can morph all the way to agility and stay there.
Still prefer to have the evasion right now because no one else is building into a Monkey King bar. Fear could do it. He's sitting on 3 gold. You already see Templar Assassin, like, all she wants is to kill, and kill fast. In fact, that's a lot of damage. We know the old Kunker. The old Kunker when you got yourself your Shadow Blade and you go into your Daedalus hit. And Geo can do something very, very similar. When you got that Psyblade spill that happens.
It's the same, and he actually got some spill damage when he hit the Enigma last fight as well, so it doesn't matter if the enemy is magic immune. It doesn't work on illusions, but it works also on the Eidolons, so as long as you hit something that's not an illusion, you can spill some awesome damage.
You're seeing what Fear wants to build into, so Abyssal Blade would be his choice of items. So that's a straight lockdown against Hani.
Honey is going for a late-game Shadow Blade.
No.
Yeah, he is, man.
No.
It's a late-game Shadow Blade.
It's going to be something else.
No, it's a late-game Shadow Blade. Doesn't have to be amazing. And Bounty Hunter.
Trixie. JO's Desolator still goes through that, and with the surge on him, he can keep up with this one. And Trixie's BKB won't last long. They're trying to help him out. Nice familiar stun. But there's more help coming in. There's your Black Hole through the rear. Whoa, 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 whoa. PGG. Where's Fear? There he is in the middle of it. And Bamboo. There was a disruption from him. And Fear just trying to chase down Fly. He stuns up Hani instead. Who's he want? One hit kills off the Enigma. And then Hani, well, he gets one stun, but he'll drop down the gem.
Look for the E-Blade on Demon.
Yeah, he wants Demon, but Demon blinks away to safety.
Oh,
Waveform,
safety.
E-Blade, shotgun, Fly has brought back, but Fear's like, oh, round 2. In he goes. 3 hits after that, takes him out.
And Jo is getting brought down as well.
So
Jo
double
goes
kill
down.
for Fear, triple kill for Era. It's like everyone just has a desire to die.
Yeah, but in the end, so many people going down for EG as well. 4 people dying, and there is a Gondar on the team of Fnatic, and he did not die in this. Of course, he didn't track everyone throughout that fight, but any fight like this where the kills are traded, Bounty Hunter is just smiling.
Again, there was another buyback for Fnatic. Like, we had DK buyback during the last one, and now we had Enigma buyback during this one.
And Roshan is up now. Who's going to take the Aegis, though? Because I'm not sure even if Era wants it now. Having his Skadi finished up.
Once he has the Skadi,
He might just go for it, though. He's going to go for it and go really aggressive.
Yeah. There's also cheese on the deck, too. So Trixie's like, I suppose I can take that. Sell the wand, pick up cheese.
He doesn't mind.
Middle lane in the meantime, too. There's no melee racks in that middle lane.
There is not.
So watch the push come. And Era, well, that's a scary morph. That's a very, very scary morph. A guy could have no, like, he switched
DD
all
rune
of...
on top, that goes to Morph. That's going to be sick DPS for the next fight. If they pick a fight now, of course they don't have Black Hole just now, but it could almost be worth it with the DD on Morphling to just take that fight. Because the DPS he has, he will kill off, even with the slow added to it, he can kill off Jo, he can kill off Fear. If he gets to click them, he can kill them.
His only problem is going to be still that Basher.
Yeah, the Basher. We saw Fear go to town in the last fight, and he just demolishes his enemies.
He 3 hits an Enigma. If you get 1 bash off on any of these heroes, you just hold them there inside the Chemical Rage.
Yeah.
It's the old classic perma bash.
Yeah.
Remember like those trolls with bashes?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Good times.
Good old perma bash. No denying that. Back when Dota, you could actually stack up to almost 90% chance to bash. Yeah, sure. That was balanced.
Hey, was that on? That was the troll, wasn't it?
No, that was Slaughter or any hero with 25%, like Void Slaughter. You could buy 6 bashes and you would go up to 90, I believe 95% bash or 94, something like that.
How much would you just be like yelling Ice Frog's name if you went in and you had that and you just got like
still
no
had no
bashes
attack
an
speeds.
entire fight?
You still had no attack speed, so...
Era? He's here. He's almost using Trixie as bait just then, but the rest of Fnatic is now assembling behind them. They know the middle lane's going to keep pushing out. They see Fear also pushing it out too. He bought up BT so he can come back at any moment. He also has enough money for a buyback after death, so straight back into the engagement, no matter where the engagement will be happening. But Era now comes in, mana start to pop, and look at him just evaporate this tier 3 tower. Jo, he's looking for that again. Look at that side blade, just destroys off that push almost instantly with just one hit. All it requires one hit. It's not even a Daedalus yet.
Yeah, he doesn't have Daedalus, but still, TA hits very hard. It's all about letting him have the freedom to hit, and of course, same thing regarding Fear. He's down to 6 seconds on his BKB.
Here's the push. Era shotguns down the Keeper of the
Oh,
Light
the spill damage
very
still
quickly.
hits. The spill damage still hits, even in Ghost form. So he has to be careful there, Era.
There's a couple of familiars that are gone a little bit rogue here. 4 staff down. Baby picked up one of them. Is there a resummon for these guys? No, there's not. In fact, No-Tell only just created these guys, so he's only got one familiar for 2 minutes now. Well, problematic.
Problematic for him, but at this point...
Oh, wow, really? Deso up for Trixie?
Yeah. Well, with Vladimir's BKB and Desolator, he's probably going to want to wait for that Deso to come out, because the damage increase you get on your Bounty Hunt is really incredible. Morphling, TPing back to base, leaving an illusion.
It's a nice thing to have right now, having that extra gem up. Keeper of the Light, purchasing it up. And he actually gave it over towards Demon.
It's kind of funny that the Era, he actually put his threads on No-Tail, took his TP Skull, TP to base, and then when he comes back, he gets back his boots. Because he didn't have a TP. And the tower is going to go down.
Yep. Unable to stop it. Fortification too late.
And
Oh,
there's the
Darkseer.
Darkseer picked off.
Yeah, so much for the safety
No
of
buyback.
holding that gem.
No buyback on that guy.
Oh, this is just an easy push in now for Fnatic. If they've got no Darkseer wall to contest with, this is just a push in for the secondary racks. And already the Familiar's starting to harass on it. Blinding Light, forcing him back. But Fear, like, what's he going to do? Jump in there and try and stop Era? Era will just waveform away and say you just wasted your BKB or wasted your Chemical Rage. So Acid Spray, Stun, both end up triggering up the Lincoln Sphere. And, well, there goes your bottom racks. Disruption from Bamboo, Catcher as well. But Era waves away.
He waves away, and now let's see if they do any chase.
BKB, Black Hole, they got Fear inside of his own BKB as well. And now they move over to Fear. Fear turns to fight. He's still holding onto his concoction. He wants to throw it to somebody. He has to throw it to No-Tail, but now he is down. Jo is still here. The buyback comes out from the Alchemist, but Jo is just getting nailed by 3 outside the base. Buyback from the TA as well, but...
And Trixie even picked up the Shadow Demon of Bamboo in the back line there.
Cheese has not even been used in this scenario. Aegis hasn't been used in this scenario. This is Jo stunned up. If they lose even Jo or Althea, they will go down. But maybe with the Darkseer wall, they got something to fight with. They get a couple of copies back into their well, but then Keeper of the Light is getting nuked inside his own well.
And Morphling jumping very far back there, and he's coming back with E-Blade ready. He has his shotgun right now.
Oh, you do not want to be there, Demon.
Oh, Fear.
Fear doesn't have his Chemical Ray, so
There's
there
the
goes your shotty. And that'll be GG. In fact, there it is from Demon. He calls it. We go to a third game for Fnatic. Able to, I want to say convincingly, it wasn't fully convincingly, but in the last 20 minutes or so, it was definitely convincingly.
I mean, we know we have our MVP of this game. You can talk about everyone else, but it's pretty clear who won, who was the one that we looked at this game. Sure, Era played good. He played a phenomenal carry, but Fly with that 5-man Black Hole on top lane.
Yep.
And then after that, dealing another good Black Hole in the next fight, he just played a very consistent Enigma. Sure, he has 9 deaths to his name, but he was the target for the enemy team.
Yep.
And he never died right before he got his Black Hole out. It didn't happen. Sure, his last Black Hole there, he kind of got 2 hit by the TA, but
yeah,
he had a good game on Enigma.
Yeah, bullets who have the abilities just to make or break a game.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and the Enigma Black Hole is one of them. You miss it, and all of a sudden, just like, damn it, we're broken. We can't fight for another however many minutes. Got to deal with that one.
But when you land a 5-man, even with, you know, they didn't have amazing heroes to combine with it. They have Visage. The birds are nice. They have Dragon Knight. The nuke is okay. They have Bounty Hunter and Morphling. You know, Waveform deals some, but Bounty Hunter doesn't really do much but track everyone. But with that 5-man Black Hole, it just saved the Gondor's life, and it just turned that fight around completely.
That it did, man. So we get to go to a third game, a deciding game between Fnatic as well as EG. The first game in the entire series that we actually get to have a deciding matchup as opposed to this 2-0. And Demon just can't believe it.
Yeah.
Now we can.
Well, kind of got E-bladed in his base there, and that was very sad for him. He just finished up his 4-staff, I believe, and just got picked off.
Yeah, he even had the gem, man.
Even the gem.
Everything was taken from him. Luckily, well, I didn't say luckily, will be taken from you right now, and we get to go over to both Zoe and James over in the social corner.
Thank you very much, guys. And what some awesome games, really. I'm really, really happy for the first time in this tournament we see a 1-1. So that's good. 1-1, no, 1-2-1, 1-1. So
Yeah.
that way around. And for now, we want to talk about the people who make this thing happen.
Yeah, it's the guys at RaidCall. You know, they support us so much here at the EMS one, and we wanted to show you guys, you know, why should you even be interested in RaidCall, right? So usually my team chat experience is something like, hey, come on Skype. And I'm like, okay. And then, you know, someone disconnects, or we have a connection problem, or we want to keep, you know, a big group going. And then they're like, okay, well, we'll get onto some other chat client.
Yeah.
And then some nerd doesn't pay the server bill. And then I try and go on another server, and the guy's like, oh, here, just type in this URL and this port and this password. And then I'm like, oh, I think you gave it to me wrong. Can you copy and paste it? And he's like, oh, no, it's on our community website, so just go over there. And by
They
this
can't
point,
find it.
yeah, I just don't want to play anymore.
We all know that.
Yeah, this is usual experience. So the thing that's cool about RaidCall is you literally just make your account, you sign up, it's persistent, so you can use it across all of your accounts, and then you just create groups, join groups, leave them, admin them. It's got all the functionality of any big chat program, and it's good for, you know, little small things like you just playing one day with some friends, or, you know, a huge big clan, or what we're doing here with EMS1. There's like 450 people in our channel right now, so.
And that's nothing. One channel can hold up until like 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know someone needs that, but it's good to know that you could.
It's actually
if
Grant
you
Grant's
want to.
fan club that needs that 10,000 limit.
For example.
You don't know who he is,
For
I'll tell you later.
example. Thank you.
So why don't we just jump over here onto the screen, and I'll show you a little bit more about the client. So here it is. This is our lobby. I'm actually already signed in. And you can see it's pretty simple. You just search groups up here. You can check out for some recommended groups that I might like. Or we can even create our own group. And I'm just going to show you quickly how we do it. So if we just click down here, and we can choose game, entertainment, other. So I'll go to entertainment. And then here we put in the name of our group. So I'll just go Zoe fans. Group objective. Pictures.
Really?
And news.
Bacon. Oh.
I'm doing this one hand.
News.
Sorry for my.
No, he's just really slow. He's actually doing it
It's
with 2
one-handed
hands.
typing, so
This is-
I've got a mic. Create. So we create our group for Zoe fans.
Thanks, man.
This is actually going to be the #1 group. Oh, cool. Look, congratulations. Enter the group. So this is the basic, right? There's nobody in here yet, and I hope there will be soon by the end of this. Come join me. So I'm able now to set a whole bunch of settings. So if I go up here, oh look, there's someone joining us already. Yo, what's up? Member management. So in here, you know, it's just if all your admin functionality. So member management, I can kick guys. I can go semi-public, right? Put it on as a private group if it's just for my little team. Member applications if I want applications into the program. Blacklist if I want to ban nerds. And then you can do things like, you know, set global announcements. And I'll show you what we've got going on over here. And this is channel 1997, where we've been doing all the contests all weekend long.
Yeah, that's the one you want to be in, by the way.
This is one, yeah, you want to be in. This is our channel for the EMS1. You can see we've actually even got our stream embedded. So we're actually going to have a cool moment where we can actually see, whoa, look at this. It's like Inception. And there's a whole bunch of people talking in here, right? There's like 360 people right now. And you know, you can avoid all these other little problems, like if one of Demon's fans decides to DDoS my team house and I can't play in a TI qualifier, right? Or some VG fan starts DDoSing me, then it kind of sucks, right? So with RaidCall, you kind of avoid all these issues. So.
I really like the program, mostly because it just gives you so many different features. You can set up polls, you can do voice recordings. As we saw, you can embed streams in it, which I find really useful.
Sure.
And yeah, you just don't have any other problems again. So really check it out. Definitely make sure to show them some love. They make this whole tournament happen, which we are very, very grateful and thankful for. And yeah, of course, also CM Storm, show them some love. They're also a sponsor of the EMS1. Thanks for showing us.
Yeah, no problem.
You've been enjoying it so far?
I have. I've been interacting with people all weekend, and I'll be maintaining the Zoe fans group for the next
Thank you.
6 to 12 months. So come join me.
Good, yeah. come join us. And we're gonna head into the third and last game of the semifinals between Fnatic and EG in just a bit. But before that, we gonna give you some time to grab some snacks, grab some drinks, and ease up a little bit because that was pretty tense so far. And we're gonna be right back after a quick commercial break.
RaidCall, communication for winners.
Hello and welcome back to the third and final game between EG and Fnatic. We are about to start. The guys are ready. We are ready. You guys should be ready, that's for sure. And so are our casters, Wagamama and Toby1. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Zoe. We are back here for our second game. Third game.
Third game.
Third game.
Third game.
What are we saying?
For the
What are we
first time.
saying?
And we're actually quite far already into the picks and bans here, going for the game 3. And we had a really long, amazing game 1, and then a really, really impressive play in Fnatic in game 2. And still a tight game, not even a convincing like slide or anything, just a really rough game. And now heading into game 3, the deciding one for these teams.
I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to come out from this one. I was actually having a quick chat to Notal in the break, and like I said, so yeah, man. So game 2 a little bit easier than game 1. He's like, yeah, we trained, we warmed up for about an hour, then we play an over an hour matchup against Spectre. So if we were not warmed by game 2, then something is seriously wrong.
Yeah, well, that is pretty much a warm up. And as you guys can see on the picks here, we are waiting for Fly to pick up his second hero. Wisp and Lifesteal banned out by Fear. Anti-Mage and Caudle banned out by Fly. So really adapting to the picks of EG with his banners. And it's already a Batrider and a Bounty Hunter.
Man, this is exactly what Fnatic love. But it's also like what EG want to have. Like they get their Darkseer, they get the Visage. Like how many times have we seen Visage now? I know you're counting. Is it like now 9?
10.
10. We hit double figures on the man.
And,
it's going to be that, like, if we had a compendium for the EMS 1 right now, we could definitely tell you the Visage is the most picker.
It's 11 times. And
11 times?
He's 8 for 3 now. So still rocking a pretty impressive streak.
He's going to be the
course.
most picked hero in the competition so far.
Yeah, I mean, of course, we only saw 10 games before this one, this series, and now we're heading into the 13th game.
I leave math for
the
stats,
13th, the 13th game.
I take every game as it comes, man. It's all
so
exciting.
Picked in 11 out of 13. That's not bad.
All right, so ban timing. So as you already saw from Fly, he started off with banning out the Anti-Mage. No horrible late game unless he wants to try and go to Spectre again, but no one in their right mind would ban Spectre. We've got Keeper of the Light as well as Alchemist find their way into that ban pool. The only one who gets the bonus money in this one will be the Bounty Hunter. And then EG, they ban out again this Nyx Assassin. We saw this a little bit earlier on. I was at the Mousesports game. Either way we look at it, not a bad hero to take out if you're thinking about running like even a slightly aggressive initiation. Or you could be looking at other combo heroes too. A double invis to try and track down the EG players would be just too much to deal with.
I almost feel
Fly's not in his right mind.
Fly does not want any carries here from Fear, and
but he gave him a PL instead, and PL will still do. Actually, then up against a bounty, that's fine.
He probably felt pretty annoyed with that Spectre from the first game in the 65-minute matchup. So he, I mean, they stick to what they said, that they're not scared of the hero, and just bans out Spectre instead. And I really feel that if they picked up a Nyx as well on Fnatic, I feel that would almost be overkill in terms of looking for kills and ganking around, but EG really scared about that. They don't want to give these kills towards the end of Fnatic.
They want to play passive, man, which makes me almost want to think that Fear is going to go into a faceless void in this scenario.
Could be something like that.
He could also just steal the DK for himself.
More interesting is what he wants to put on that mid lane, as you suggest the DK there as well. We see the Fnatic crew.
You still got OD available too, don't you?
Yeah, he's always there. And
but then OD up against a Batrider, it could be worse. It could be worse.
Could definitely be worse.
And you could also just sack it. You say, you know what, Batrider, Trixie, he can be yours today, or give him over to one of the two supports that can just take him straight to the jungle as well.
Yeah, could be. We see both the teams sitting there and thinking about what they're gonna go for. And
you can see how far they can see each other too. Like
banned
behind
out the
wall, they
Morphling.
can see it.
Yeah, they banned out the Morphling. So yeah, they can always say hi there behind the wall.
Oh, I'm actually thinking like, I almost did it again. I was at two games in a row.
Well, EG every single game against Fnatic, banning out Lifesteal in the first phase. They really do not want Era to play this hero. Not at all. And Era had an amazing game with his Morphling, of course, 22 kills for 1. He was shotgunning people all over the place, even shotgunning the enemy carry.
Yep. It was something which we were like, okay, like Alchemist versus Morphling, who's going to win out? This one should be Alchemist. Like, he had a free lane, farming, Battle Fury. It just seemed his effectiveness never really hit fast enough.
It's just, you know, he didn't go into that hard, so of course he was still really susceptible to that E-Blade. And Basher is nice and all, but he didn't get that Super Basher up as fast as he needed. I don't think he had it at all, actually. Maybe he finished it at the end.
No, he didn't finish the Abyssal. It's just a normal Basher.
Yeah, at any rate, he didn't really catch that key timing where he could just start owning his enemies. And it's going to be a Lone Druid out of EG.
That it will be. Classic Fear, man. This is classic Fear.
It is. It is.
It's a little bit of Bamboo, but Bamboo is taking up the Darkseer. But
a touch of Bamboo.
A touch of Bamboo.
Yes.
I go for the hardwood. Lone Druid. Fear. Of course, he is, like, his Lone Druid play for me was one of the ones, like, that was before the whole Armlet and Admiral Bulldog phase kicked in. Back when he used to be playing the #1 role before he went into the support kind of role for instead. And his Lone Druid play was just beautiful. Like, the switching up, and the nice hand of Midas. In fact, I think he was one of the few guys that actually ran the double hand of Midas on the Lone Druid.
There was a few people who started running that, and double hand of Midas, of course, you got so much gold, you can only get the experience from one, because you can't switch it over to your hero, and your bear won't give the experience to you. So in that regards, it was not that good, but just the experience you got and the gold that you got was ridiculous.
Yeah.
At the cost of hitting a little bit of a slower
It's a shame that
peak.
didn't work. Like the experience, the experience tick, the cooldown timer, sorry, on the hand of Midas remains on the hero, not on the item itself.
Yeah, of course.
Would have been so overpowered if that was actually the case.
Yeah, that was the case once,
But
but that's very long ago.
It was a fast way to get through Chen creeps. That was one of the big, because that was also around the time of the Chen, which made it even more a viable kind of pickup. But yeah, Lone Druid, the pickup for EG right now, which does give him more than likely the safe lane Lone Druid with the Visage, and that means I would look down the lines of a Chen or possibly an Enchantress. I prefer a Chen, just considering the later portion of the game and the teamfight possibilities. And Fly was actually might have been thinking about it himself, so he takes the Chen. Could be a block pick.
Could be.
Could also be because they really enjoy playing the red Chen.
Yeah, I mean, they have no tail in the team who loves to play any form of micro hero, so he can play that Chen, and they can just take this game, have the Chen gank around or farm up early, get that mech up really early and going, and it's a Juggernaut along with the Lone Druid. We have seen this push many times before. It's so ridiculously strong.
Yeah.
First time we see it here at the LAN, but it's seeing the healing ward with the Spirit Bear is ridiculous heal.
Yeah, and some easy levels for Juggernaut when he gets taken solo mid by Jo, which now means that Fnatic know exactly what they got in there on all 3 core lanes. They're just missing that extra hero for EG. And I'm wondering too right now, if we're going to go for a proper push strat, if we look at the Enchantress, if we look to use her to push it out, or if they say, you know what, let's go for a different style hero and go with a Leshrac and get the Diabolic Edict to try and push through the towers that way. That'll be my 2 pickups for this last one. But Fly will take out one of these selections, and I'm going to probably bet he's going to take out the Enchantress in this scenario.
He might. Enchantress is ridiculously strong with this.
Especially up against a Chen. Like, Chen will bring 1 creep in and Chen will go, no, thanks.
Yeah, well, that's actually, I think that Chen has an upper hand against Enchantress. As soon as he hits level 7, if he comes with his army, she takes one of his creeps, he just takes it back. So it's at that point it's hard, but in the early game she can have 2 creeps at level 1. She can actually just storm a lane
This
with
is
that.
all about the early game push. Like, Chen won't even have level 6 by the time this first push comes.
Yeah, he should definitely not. And there's a DK from Fly. This ban out from Fair was a ban on the Rubik. And let's see what Fly removes if he's going to remove that.
He takes out that support hero that's going to be pulling him back. Like that one guy, like, throw a Fate Bolt, pull the aggro past the tier 1, tier 2 tower, and like, well, there goes our army, and we're going to still bring down this tier 1 tower.
And Treant.
The last one to take out from Fly.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have been a bad option, but
would have been a
not
good
the best. Not the best, though.
It would have been a good pick in terms of just laning, and you can get away with more. And there we have an Enigma coming up in this game.
So they're also getting a little bit of mid-game potential as far as their team fight goes. For the guys screaming out for Meepo, it will definitely not. This is worse than the lineup yesterday for a Meepo.
It's not horrible.
No. This is horrible, man.
This is not horrible. You could do a Meepo here. I'm not gonna lie, but
you have a black hole and a dark tier controller.
Yeah, the only concern would be that the fact is this game is going to be decided earlier than that. Meepo wants to farm up for a short while and then start contributing to his team. As for the heroes, he can definitely go against the Lone Druid and the Unero along with Enigma and Doxy behind. But it's going to be a Gyrocopter, so no Meepo, but these are the lineups and these are the teams.
Yeah, Gyro will be it. DK, Chen, Bounty, and Batrider, which means we're either going to support Gyro or a jungle Batrider in this scenario. But we're already talking about that. Like, if you don't want to run the Bat Rider up against a middle lane JO, which you kind of don't want to do anyway, like you napalm him up and just like...
Oh, it's going to be DK. It's going to be DK mid for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
And just safe lane Gyrocopter farming up on Era and off-laning that Bat Rider. That's definitely what I expect Fnatic to do here. They're taking some time before they pick though, but Fly, he's going to be the one playing the Chen in this game.
Fnatic are actually still having a bit of a discussion right now. Like, Notel's, for some reason, standing up talking to Hani all the way down the other end.
Yeah.
But now they're putting the headsets on, so we can get the party started. But Fnatic, yeah, I don't think they're 100% sure
I guess
what
this
they want
is really
to do.
greedy by them because Bat Rider here, played by Notel, I guess it's going to be full jungle.
I'm wondering if they switch. I'm wondering if they switch once they get him.
I'm not sure. He is already pulled. Yeah, he's going off lane for sure with this Bat Rider. Like, he has boots and he has tangles. There you see the teams again, of course. I'm not even sure anymore because they have Bounty Hunter running up top lane as well. So a lot of shady stuff going on from Fnatic. This is some tricky lineup they have.
That they do, man. Like, this is... I'm wondering if this is actually an abandonment. Thinking
Are we
EG
looking at a Roshan?
Maybe.
This
Have
looks
we
like
got
Roche.
a Ring of Basilius? I'm not seeing a Ring of Basilius on these guys yet.
Doesn't matter. They can still take Roche. If you have the bear, you can always go for the Roshan if you just try.
They got enough consumables for it. Sentry Ward to go down. But they can't make conversions. They can't make conversions.
No conversions, but they can always just right-click.
This is meant to be a trap.
They're baiting this. So this is the point with Bamboo. He would go in here if the crowd was applauding. So if you start applauding,
all we
need
is for like the crowd to cheer or something like that, and then they'll go, "Yes, let's go check it."
Yeah.
Let's go check it.
and we see the pinks coming out for it, but
yeah, they're coming. But EG's patience wears out.
Yeah,
it wears out too quickly, and now Notel just starts. Yeah, he pings up quickly.
Notel would have scouted it anyway with his Firefly here, who was never gonna go into a Roche pit in Bamboo style. So he's just gonna Firefly and scout.
Just like that. It's like, oh, okay, so we were fooled.
So,
but he weighs his Firefly a little bit now.
He did, but he doesn't seem too concerned. He already used it once, actually, before that, having cooldown on it. But Jo, let's go over the EG lineup, man.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
So on top we have EG Fear playing the Lone Druid. In the jungle we have Bambo playing the Enigma. Look out for some black holes. Vetus playing the Visage. And we have Demon heading down to bottom lane as Darkseer. And mid, Jo, of course, on the Unero.
Yeah, and then you run through the guys from Fnatic. So Hani will take the Gyro in towards the middle lane. Been a while since we've seen one of these guys, but he will be there nonetheless. And that puts Notel into the jungle Bat Rider role. And then Fly will be taking up the role as Chen. So a little bit of change up in the normal roles. Era then as the DK. And that leaves our last but not least the suicidal bounty hunter who's always a thorn on everybody's side. It is Trixie on that top lane. Yeah. Or we can basically say dire jungle when he throws out an observer ward like that.
He can make Bambo's life a living hell here coming down, already stealing one of his Eidolons. He's going to get the next one if he doesn't deny, and he doesn't. They multiply a little bit there, but a bounty hunter is pretty much Enigma's worst nightmare. He can come out and just ruin your farm in jungle, steal your creeps, and kill your Eidolons.
Yeah. And the worst thing is right now, man, like he's blocked off this camp right here. So the only option Bamboo has is to take this camp and then go a very long route to get over to this camp. He's only got 2 options, basically. So the transition is horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, and 4 last hits there for Trixie, of course. And Visage, she says, like, yeah, well, Bamboo, you're on your own. I'm doing my pulls over here. I need my level 6. I don't really care too much about you. And you need to find your farm some other way.
And then Fear could be on the top lane also not caring about all of this, because like as long as I'm getting my farm and that bounty hunter stays away from me before level 6, I'm fine.
Fear does not care at all how Bamboo is doing right now. He is simply on his lane farming. So Bamboo, a little bit of a scapegoat here, has to take the fall for his team as the bounty hunter targeted him. And he's going to try again.
Trixie can't do this forever, unfortunately.
No, not really,
I mean,
because the top lane is pushing in.
EG
This is what Fear can do to help. He can actually push his wave so that the creeps come into a tower. And Trixie is going to miss a lot of experience here because he is not paying attention to that top lane. So already we know that he's going to miss 2 creep waves here.
Oh, nice done by Bamboo. Denied up both of his Eidolons.
Yeah, DD room for Juggernaut. Ran down and bottled it. So he's going to head back mid. And the last hits mid is 7-0 against 11 for 1. So a little bit behind Hani, but with a DD rune, he could secure some easy last hit. Yep.
This top lane, Fear didn't do as much damage to this tower as, like, Like, if he was a little bit low, like higher in levels, he needs to be level 5 and get that demolished.
No tail. He's trying to do the mid pull, but it doesn't work. He tried and failed. So that is a very cheeky thing you can do, the mid pull, but it doesn't always work unless you have the timing down perfectly and get the right creep spawns. So these are not the easiest ones to pull. They're possible.
Well, I think he'd just be looking forward to getting another level.
Yeah.
Right now
course.
he's still level 1 with just having the napalm.
That creep is jogging, man.
Yep.
Oh, he doesn't even care about aggro. What?
He's giving it another shot
Okay,
here.
well,
He's got to take damage, and he Oh,
and
nice.
that's actually very big, because he can pull the big camp as well, and those creeps actually don't kill creep wave all that fast. So
They spend most of the time just regenerating themselves instead.
yeah, I mean the bottom creeps at the big camp, but it seems he will kill them off fairly slowly, mostly focusing on denying mid. He is a support player after all, so he's denying the mid creeps, not fireflying for this one. He's not as greedy as some other offlaner would be.
I think he's just more than happy enough saying this creep wave doesn't exist anymore.
Yep.
That's fine for him.
For sure. Hitting that level 2, he can always kill off this big stack, and he's going to try and stack it once more.
It's like Fear's taking a lot of damage with his bear on the top. Like, Trissy's now come back into the lane, but he's still only level 2 3/4. This is actually quite low level for someone who's been such a nuisance in the jungle. But then again, at the same time, we can say that Bamboo got shut down while Chen's walking around at... Wait, no. He's not even level 3 just yet.
Nope.
He's must have been like spending a lot of time trying to help out Era on this bottom lane, because Demon and Beaters doesn't look like they're having...
He has been doing that because Visage rotated down bottom, and he's been a little bit of a nuisance down here as well. So
keeping Era off the lane.
that's not something you always want. Like, he found the Centaur creep, which is really bad for farming. He's probably going to sack it now and take the Satire instead, as it farms really fast. And Trixie, as you mentioned earlier, he was a little bit low level because he missed all that experience coming in top. But, you know, he pissed off Bamboo.
That's enough in itself. Beaters, trouble for him. Era already got the stun, and with the 3 poison Breathe Fire, he's got an ultimate available too. And Breathe Fire, he got him! Era backing up. He didn't have mana for it, but the stick charges allowed him just to bump it through the rest.
That's a big first blood going the way for their carry. It's always something you want. Get that first blood up.
Want to say the no-tail? He found himself a little bit of a perch right there with no life whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was a mistake, Firefly. He wanted to just get himself down to here, and then he could walk himself away.
Of course, so now wasting one Firefly, but he had to back to base anyway.
Yeah.
Not the fastest jungle here by his Batrider, but he denied one creep wave mid at least. I feel he wanted to get more with this though. He could definitely have been more effective.
Yeah. He's got the Chen balancing him out, so that's, I suppose that's
He does.
And Enigma's now finally getting his rotation up and running, picking up a Soul Ring now, so that's great for Bamboo. It's still very, very late for a Soul Ring. Like, we're looking at a 5 minute, 30 seconds Soul Ring coming up for an Enigma.
Oh.
This is really, really late, in fact.
He has 500 gold as well banked, so he's not all that poor, but yeah, it is a late Soul Ring for sure. And mid, we're soon hitting a point where Juggernaut hits his level 6 and can suddenly...
Demon should not be too over-aggressive here. Gonna surge himself away.
It's perfectly fine. There's just a Satire creep, and he knew about that, so you cannot catch him in any way or form.
Actually found his Observer Ward as well. Just
Look
then.
at Trixie finding all those 8 lawns. He just says, hi.
Money, 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 money,
gold,
money.
But then
And look at Bamboo. Like, those just denying
bottom,
it with his-
big steal by Demon. Stealing 4 creeps there from the creep camp. This cheeky play by Demon. He's always such an aggressive offlaner. And he managed to steal 4 creeps from a creep camp. That's so huge, really.
That's some really good experience as well, 4.5.
Look at that chicken for the Dire team. It's like, yeah, I have to carry this bottle.
It's just so
He's so
hard.
sad.
He's a spider in air, man. Like, spiders aren't meant to be flying.
They usually fly around pretty, you know, they can't control themselves if they're airbound. Anyway, up here on top we see Trixie messing with the pull a little bit, trying to deny it for Beatus, taking the aggro. Still the 2 range creeps, the catapult and the range creep, will get pulled.
Demon.
Era is taking a lot of damage from this, these iron shells from Demon. Can't really go in and find a kill.
It's kind of okay for him, though. Like, he's only moving in when he really has to. He's still got the 1 point up in the Dragon Blood, so it's not as bad as it really would have been for other melee heroes down here.
Yeah.
And he munches on the last tango, and hits
he
level
is,
8.
He is doing pretty fine down there, but he is falling behind to Fair here on the top lane. He has 46 last hits going for him at minute 7:20. That's very early. So it's doing fine for farm.
What's Fear building into as well? Because I'm seeing 1,100 gold up on him right now. And you could be looking at a very early push, which is what we expected from this team. Like, okay, we're 7.5 minutes in. Jo is now level 7. So we've got ultimate, we've got 4 points spin and 2 points up in healing ward. We should be looking at towers to be pushed down. We've got 3 points up in the conversions of bamboo. So this push that comes on a tier 1 and tier 2 tower should be very, very strong. But it's taken so long to get here.
It's either that or
does Fear want to wait for a Radiance and say, you know what, we'll push it, but we'll wait for the 20-minute mark instead? Or 15-minute mark?
I doubt it. I think he will build into early game items, pretty strong ones, and then just go with the push with his team, and they will use the mech. They need a mech to come up on someone. If it's going to be Darkseer, Enigma, or even the late one through Visage, which I really don't want them to go for.
We're about to have an Invisible Force Demon. He doesn't want to leave this creep wave, though. He wants to do some damage to fly.
And fly. Of course, this doesn't really show us damage until you actually see your HP go down, so sometimes you can be a little bit caught out by that. There's no warning sound or anything as you get Iron Shell damage from Invis.
Well, finally, here's the push on the top tier 1 tower, but it comes at the same time as DK's got his level 6. So this is the semi-trade, but the TP's coming to the bottom lane, so yeah, you said Juggernaut, Yunero, he gets stunned up, and now Fly with a nuke. They take him out very, very quickly.
Oh, Jo too aggressive there, thinking he can get it, but as soon as he gets stunned there by the Dragon Form.
You could see him waiting. He wanted the best ultimate he could possibly get, and that means he had to move away from the creep wave for it.
Shuritas on top lane just pulling this creep wave. But still the push is so strong. Eidolons along with the Spirit Bear.
Just got to be careful not to get caught out too far. Hani's going to drop that ulti down. That's going to hit on the bear, which means he'll be able to pick off the bear going into a flag cannon, but decided not to. Which means Fear should, and does, in fact, resummon.
And we see Fnatic do the same thing as they did in the quarterfinals, where they actually skilled up the homing missile to level 2. I mean, it does double the damage, lower the cooldown a little bit, and increases the stun duration to 2.4 instead of 2.2. It's not very often we see the rocket actually hit people, but doubling the damage for 1 skill point, it's actually pretty good.
Demon looks like he's trying to prepare a trap for Era. Ward behind it, while the trap up on top lane of BDs and Bamboo. They are just waiting for this moment. Comes out, track, Bamboo, Dust, Maleficus.
Oh,
he
so
keeps
fast,
moving
though.
fast, and well, you got to remember that slow that also came out, and the first hit entangle
Fear.
from the Bear Eye Frog. Whoa!
Oh, what a good black hole.
Same time, No-Tail try to come in and help. He uses that blink dagger he only just picked up, and now there's actually a DC out. The Batrider DCs. And the admin walks over to see what is wrong here. And the tactical pause happens, but there's no need to be tactical. They're all dead already.
Yeah, and that black hole, I mean, he just saw the Batrider come in, so it was a legit black hole. At first I was like, is he throwing it? But and I'm not sure if, you know, we always see the DC a little bit later than the player actually does DC, and he just blinked in there and then died.
Yeah.
I do not know if he
It wouldn't have had any effect. The black hole went down the second he jumped in.
Yeah, it's on his blink, so
yeah,
doesn't change anything there.
He just thought he could take it. He just thought he could take it, and Hani was just around the corner too. So if the black hole did actually trigger, there may be an option then to follow up with a call down, a flat cannon hit, but it still would have been enough to fight up against that many heroes. You had the big army of conversions there, and you had BDs as well. It's, I mean, if the Batrider, lassoed one out, then you had to kill someone, not the black hole hit. Then you would have an option, but the timing wasn't right. Obviously, when the black hole casts instantly the second you arrive there, it's not a great thing. At least Trixie seems to be laughing about it all.
Yeah.
The No-Tail's back inside the game here. No-Tail doesn't look as impressed.
Yeah, of course, dying there, blinking in. And Trixie almost got away by his pure speed, but of course, Fear, he is accustomed to root gaming, just first hits that, and no problem.
Jair back in the middle lane now too. Still doesn't use his ulti, remember.
Yeah, he has a lot of gold on Fear right now, 2.7k, so it could very well be that Radiance we were talking about, and he decides to go for that instead of any form of early game items. But I feel if we went for more attack speed, more early game items, he doesn't have any boots for his bear right now when he has boots on himself. So he has some items he could be purchasing up for an increased push power. But Radiance, of course, is a very nice item if you can just split push all the time.
But if he's looking for like harass down heroes, it's not really going to be as successful, because you're still going to have Chen who will be picking up the mech. He's always got that hand of God up his sleeve if things go horribly wrong.
Yeah.
Even if it like DK, he will be very unaffected. He's gone 3 points now up in the Dragon Blood here on the bottom lane because he's going in. He already has the armlet up and running for Era. So he's already looking great for his stuff. And then Hani, like he's got a lot of strength behind himself as well, going to go into that early drums after having the treads. Because he's currently half built into two different things, like the Bracer as well as the Wraith Band. So it could be Ring of Aquila or drums.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to have both because then you're going to sell one of these things in the late portion of the game.
Yeah, of course. And Trixie just waiting
JR.
on mid, and there we go.
The vision for the track, and 3 Euros going to be involved to get this kill. Should get this kill. He's on the run.
very
Trixie,
hard,
too much
Trixie.
damage. Trixie going to back up. JO's still got ultimate. Now he slices and dies. Hopes for a good jump, and he picks up No Tail. Out of the Firefly, Demon runs in, but he walks straight into Hani's damage.
So Demon comes in and gives them a kill anyway. But really good play by Jo. One on freeing and killing one and escaping. Almost killing two. And sadly, Demon just at the wrong spot there. Dying to the gyrocopter very fast.
And now they're going to lose the tier 1 tower in the middle lane. Like, JR can't stop this. He's down. He doesn't have an ultimate available.
He did everything he could already, man. He needs some help at defending this.
Oh,
and
man.
there are the birds, there's the Eidolons.
It's still not going to stop the tower from going down.
Tower is still going to go down for
You got
sure.
the poison ticket, you got a catapult behind it. Look for a denial, and nicely timed there by Bamboo.
Yeah, he had a lot of time practicing when he was denying his Eidolons in the jungle from this bounty hunter.
Get those fingers warm, man.
Yeah.
That's the APM of Bamboo. I've seen his Enigma APM video. Have you seen that?
No.
It's absolutely amazing. His warm-up at DreamHack.
Yeah.
Grand total of 3 APM in the jungle.
Nice. That's some warm-up, man.
It's amazing what attack move can do for you.
It is. That it is. You can do even more with Lone Druid, actually. Don't even have to summon. Click one long shift and then just leave your computer for 20 minutes. Fine. So we have the Relic finished up on Lone Druid. Speaking of him, we have Blink Dagger coming up on Enigma. So we're starting to hit that key timing where they can just push. And Mech, it was Doxy after all who was supposed to finish it. And he doesn't really have it just yet, dying a little bit there. And only up to 32 CS because he had to leave the jungle to Enigma, remember? So he had to go down there on the offlane, no matter how rough it was. And Beatis sit high and helped him a little bit, but now they're all gonna move down here to bottom.
Yeah, they're coming to take out that tier 1 tower as well as possibly, if they can, grab a kill on the DK. Before he gets even bigger, because now DK, he's got the money to pick up the Ogre Club. In fact, does do so immediately. So even if they kill him, they don't take his money, they just take his life.
Yeah, Fear doesn't really want to join his team here for the tier 1. Even though he's the best pusher in his team, he doesn't really want to come down here because
He needs the farm.
Yeah, he needs to get his Radiance finished up as well.
Yep. There's a
And
lot of
we're
support
gonna
down
go.
here. Already the smoke being revealed. Blink on from Bamboo. If they kill off Fly here, he won't care. Hand of God can go, but they keep the DK alive. No-Tail's fire flying through a little bit. The Iron Shell's up on Jo as well as Demon. The No-Tail blinks away, avoids the Soul Assumption. There's a Centaur coming up here from Chen. Gets a stun up on Demon. The track as well, looking to make its play in this. No-Tail Grave chilled up, so they can't really chase this one down.
For
The Centaur's
Batrider,
not
though,
giving up on this fall,
trying.
on this chase. And Demon, wow, that is one of the defensive walls I've ever seen.
Yeah, he actually thought that Batrider would jump right there, but as the Eidolons of Bamboo was hitting Batrider, he could not.
Ooh, double TP's top. And it's going to be Era the first one in here. And the Bear, well, is already with one stun going off on Fear himself. No-Tail, he doesn't have mana for a lasso. He's 8 short right now. And Era, well, would like to keep following up after Fear, but it's not going to happen. They did kill off the Bear by the looks of it, and then denies top tier 2 tower.
Yeah, so still worth TPing there, but now mid is the push, and they have a nice little tornado coming in here, but it's kind of not really stopping this push.
It's the tornado and the cold down is definitely causing some harm. The conversion's already dead, and Hani now going to go on a rocket barrage. Beat it's too much damage to Trixie. Just takes out Bamboo very quickly, and now he wants to go over to B-Diz. He is getting slowed up a little bit more. At the same time, Juggernaut killed the back end of the play, or I was actually in the front end of the play. We're watching the back end. Demon on the run, Trixie. Shuri toss possibility, but they just leave a homing missile behind it.
Yeah, and the tower did go down, but it was another tower where they fought and made some resistance, and as long as Gondar gets some track kills going, Fnatic are looking fine for this game. They're farming up the Ancients here. I believe it was a free stack, yeah, with Error. And EG, they have to control how much they are dying. When they're fighting without the Bear on spot, they really need to be careful about overcommitting.
Surprised they gave that stack to Era. Was Hani involved as well? Because he's kind of in desperate need of a damage dealing item, especially now that this Radiance is fully done on Fear.
No, they don't care about him.
Okay, cool.
It's Era Town. Era is the carry, and he wants the BKB. Okay, that's how easy it is.
Well, I suppose it's the lesson of life. You've got to give everything to the youth.
Yeah, exactly.
He is the youngest one on the stage.
The youngest one.
I'm pretty actually, yeah, he is the youngest one on the
He
stage.
is the youngest one on the stage.
The only 17-year-old. No-Tail. takes the DD rune, and then straight back to base. How much of a waste is that? Not even having a bottle. He doesn't even have his Tranquil boots up and running. He just has this very raw Blink Dagger. It didn't help the first time he used the Blink Dagger. He blinked himself into the middle of a black hole.
Yeah.
Small issue. Now the push in the bottom lane. Was that Darkseer actually having the mech? Yeah, the mech up on himself.
The tower is going to go down very fast, but they will try and look for a fight here. They don't have Bat ready just yet.
Hero wants to deny it. They also want Trixie to come in through the rear. There's a couple of tracks up, and then Grave Chill. Move that movement speed around. Centaur attempted it.
Yeah, the damage is not amazing.
52 damage up against the tower.
Yeah, comparing it to the 74 plus 27 on the Unero, and of course he was not the only one attacking it, so.
Look at Bamboo.
A little bit of
now
a
with a
hard
very healthy Blink Dagger, wanting to get the perfect black hole for his team. He's had Fnatic got a 5-man black hole. He could attempt it himself as well. And Fnatic do have 5 players down here. Trixie going in range of that sentry wall, which means Entangle looking for it right now, but as Bamboo caught up on the tree line, Notel saw the vision of a Demon. He already got the Darkseer wall down, but couldn't get the back into it. And now they're all on the run back out, but Fly getting stunned up, and you're right, that Radiant Spear really screwing around a hell of a lot. Notel, he had to keep his distance again. Can't actually use his Blink Dagger in this one. Bounty Hunter buys back. The Bear, for some reason, just ran all the way in and sacrificed itself. But Fear says, you know what, screw it, I got another one.
I got another one, you know, and they back off a little bit now as Era has no HP. Honey is also pretty low, so potentially EG could have pushed this one, but they're going to back out a little bit, it seems.
I think they're worried without that Bear, man. Like, they already, like, the Bear is not too bad. Like, it was a 2-1 trade-off as far as kills go, but that's still 300 gold you're giving away every time you kill off that Bear.
Yeah. But right as they back out there may have been a chance for him to go. But of course, it was still a decent trade for EG, getting that double kill on Visage. Track, of course, is a little bit of an issue, where Gonda got the kill with Track. But still, double kill.
Ooh, Demon. Attempting to vac the Bounty Hunter down. I don't think that was really something he would want to be part of, though.
Yeah, he could just have searched away afterwards, so it wouldn't be too dangerous. And Fear is, Demon is really low level in this game. Level 8 there on the offlane, but to be honest, he's the same level as Trixie on his offlane. But normally we see Darkseers head into jungle and get that early level going, so it is a pretty rough game to get that.
And the difference with Trixie is Trixie just has, well, I suppose he still needs his level 11, but he gives so much more to his team than the Darkseer does, like with just these earlier levels. Like Darkseer puts down a wall and you're like, okay, that's decent, but it's not going to do a crap ton of damage. It's not that magical when it comes to that point. But Trixie, you keep ticking in this gold for everybody and the bonus movement speed, which gives you the ability to chase. That's where you really start looking at the effects of the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
We got movement bottom lane too.
It seems that they will just keep going bottom as they did not use their black hole in the last push. And Fnatic, they see this and they smoke. They're going to go behind here and just going to head in for the fight before they get to the tower.
They have to pretty much work perfectly.
They almost have to kill this Lone Druid because that Radiance is really screwing them over. But if they don't pay attention to the Enigma, they have a problem on them there.
Familiars are out. There's an Ursa that's just moving around the back end for the Chen. So he's also looking to see who are the stragglers, who's not in the right position.
A really big thing is that they don't have the Flame Break of Batrider at all, not a single level, so you can't cancel a Black Hole from far away. It's a little bit sad for him.
Firefly's already up. Blink, Lasso, Warp! Fast Blink from Bamboo evades Notel and then turns around for the Malivus Stun, so Notel goes down almost instantly. The track did go up on Bamboo, but it's already now a 5v4 situation, and it's split too. Trixie's on the wrong side. He's going back to pick up a TP scroll before he'll return.
They can't defend this.
No, they can't.
No way. They're going to use the call down and try to stop it, but EG are pretty tanky at this point. Demon has the mech ready.
They've used fortification as well. It might even be worth a flight cannon from range.
No, they won't go in there. They have to even be careful for Bamboo jumping them.
So Trixie just intercepts the creep wave. They take the tier 2 tower, but EG won't care about this because now they've got that, they'll take Roshan.
Yeah, always. As soon as you get this control removing the right amount of tier 2 towers, the side lanes, you can get into this easy Roshan.
And this was so easy for EG
they have
to take. Like
they have to push out mid though first.
Yeah, but they can leave it Radiant's better to do that. But looks like JS is going to do it himself. But Fear's got so much money now. He just spent a lot of money as well. So where is this? Bear went up and picked up a Hyperstone. So got attack speed up on that one, but that also means Assault Cuirass, which means base breaking for EG.
Yeah, and the Bear deals so much damage now. It's 73 plus 84, but then also the burning damage to everyone that is near. 650 radius. It's really strong actually with 50 burning damage all the time.
burn or a push.
Yeah, and BKB still not finished on the DK. He really falls behind in farm a little bit as they have been taking so many team fights now.
He needs 200 more gold, man, and then he's good to go. At least he'll get it from this Semifinal camp. But we're now already in onto Roshan. The Wild Wing comes in to scout it off, so that's one from Chen. So they know that EG is in here, and EG's got the choice. They stay in. Yeah, they do. They stay. They've still got the Enigma Blink Black Hole. Again, it was another find that didn't even require a Black Hole.
Oh, his Blink back was good enough for just getting that kill on Batrider.
Yep.
Just by his fast reactions.
So a couple of conversions to be created. The Healing Ward is down. No-Tail's already popped off his Firefly, so he goes either now or never. The Centaur does get sniped out.
Yeah.
But EG just waited out. They feel enough confidence by the looks of it, just to chill.
It's pretty hard for them to go here, Fnatic that is, because they don't have 4-step on the Batrider, so he can blink in, but he cannot follow up with a 4-step and pull out. And of course the Doxy is on the enemy team, so he cannot get searched or anything like that.
What's Trixie trying to do? Goes invis and run in. EG, he doesn't know if there's a sentry ward up there or not. All I know is there's 2 sets of dust. One over on BDS and one on JO.
The wrap around coming behind.
That's true, smoke it up. The Familiars and Bears sitting over on the side, so even then, they can't instantly use the Blink Dagger. In fact, it's already just been put on cooldown there, but the track, Trixie's in there. No tell, now he can blink. And that lasso's Demon pulls him up to the high side and deeper into the tree line, so keeps him out of this fight. Hand of God keeps Era up, but Demon backs its way in, and there, maybe, no, Era on the way out. Your Black Hole still available right now, and Bamboo is in close, but Era's already going to go down, gets entangled so many times. Jo with a double kill in this one, and now they move over to No Tail, giving B-Diz that kill, and then running after Hani. He's got a bear right behind him, tries to leave a rocket as well, but there's more support in the way. Bamboo, blink up, doesn't have a Malivus stun, but can just right-click him down, and Enigma will take the kill. 4-for-1 trade-off. And they're not going to be able to catch up to Fly and take the full team wipe, but they can take Roshan.
That is huge for EG, so big. Getting 4 kills there. The positioning was not right for Fnatic. They had Trixie deep in there, and I like the fact that they tried to pull the pull Demon up on the high ground.
Yep.
He backs his way out, puts down the wall, and just helps his team. So
it was like one of those things where it was completely unsuccessful at taking out the player. They didn't actually take him out. They just pulled him a little bit away.
They didn't kill him, didn't remove him from the fight. He just came back a second after. So that's not what you want with your Batrider grip, pretty much.
It's kind of like very different to like the Batrider we saw earlier today from Demon or Trixie. You're in a lot of trouble here, man. Sentry wards and Malivus and Bears. Easy kill. But yet, with the Batrider that Demon played earlier today, like, he lassoed, pulled the Alchemist back, and then all of EG focused that one hero to kill him off, and then they use a double lasso to ensure it.
He also had a 14-minute blink along with 4-staff in that game, and it's very different to being 10-minute blink dagger only. So, of course, Demon plays a fantastic Batrider.
EG go high ground. Bamboo, he's still looking for a target to use his Black Hole on. He hasn't had a chance yet.
He's more there for a fear factor. Some people actually say that when you pick Enigma, it's more about scaring your enemy than actually landing Black Hole. Fnatic, of course, showed us that it's more about landing them.
Snap. EG, they're going high ground on this one. They're deep inside the base. Batrider coming in through the rear. The Firefly is there. He walks straight over him, but he dies on the way through.
And Hani goes down to the Juggernaut with the chop.
And he does, but he buys back into this game, going to return himself towards that mid, and EG already said, okay, we got 2 kills, and we forced a buyback out from them. Let's just back up and heal up. We can go back in again later.
Look at EG being so disciplined. They back out really far, put down the healing ward, and just go up high HP again. And they have no intention of stopping. It's just getting back on full HP.
Blink. Bamboo, he was looking again for Trixie. He was looking again for Trixie, and they walked their way in. Fortification goes off. Hani, he doesn't have cooldown. 8 seconds on cooldown. Era already in his dragon form. Picks up the healing ward. And there's your blink to back and Black Hole. Forti cash with a flame break. No Tail breaks it out. But the damage is already done. Chen's on the sideline. The bounty hunter won't follow. In fact, now it's going to be Fnatic. It's a flag cannon plus onto that rocket barrage and the splash damage from Era. It is EG losing a lot of life, but they've still got just enough strength there. Hani looks to get the kill out, but then B.Diz ensure he shuts it down, picking up an ultra kill on the support. Trixie, even a Shuri toss to kill up Fury, gets entangled and he will go down.
Rampage.
It's a rampage for B.Diz. EG game of no throws. They go 19-8 here in the 3rd game to get themselves into the grand final up against e.sports. They've just got to get Fnatic to call the GG.
Wow, that's amazing. All the way from the Black Hole landing there by Bamboo. into the play. And that's the thing with Visage, man. Continuous damage throughout the entire fight and kill securing all the way. I actually had a really good fight there.
And there it is.
There is the
GG.
call.
Well played. EG will take it. Fnatic accept the loss here. And Evil Geniuses is the first game to get pushed to 3. They take game 1 and game 3 in this 3-game series. But they have a date with mousesports in a best of 5.
That is true, that is true. So we have our grand finalists.
And we do, man. And EG, this for them is almost, it kind of feels like a bit of a comeback tour. Not to be the team, like no need for a throw. There are a couple of like actually in game number 2, but here in game number 3, it was so beautifully done for EG. Like everything really went their way. They really shut down the Bat Rider also early on. Like the first time, that black hole that came out from Enigma, from Bamboo, when the blink came directly into it, and you pick up those 2 kills straight away,
That
the
was so
momentum
clutch.
instantly changed.
Bambo had a really good game. He played really well in his Enigma, and that's even with him being shut down so much in the early game. He just showed fast reactions on the blink dagger, both when it comes to aggressive blinks and blinking away from any initiation on upon him. So
Yeah.
just good play by EG this game, I feel, and yeah, they outplayed Fnatic in the last game.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Fnatic, they're going to have a lot of work to still do. Of course, now TI3 is going to be their next big LAN event. Of course, they'll be watching the Grand Final coming up in just a couple of moments' time, so I suggest everybody out on the live stream also stays tuned for that one. Should be some awesome games. But Fnatic, they've got still a lot more work to do in their boot camp. Obviously, they realize they're not back to full strength. Game 2 really showed a great strength from them, but Game 3, it also displayed a hell of a lot of weaknesses.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to work through all those details.
That is true.
And shortly, we will have Zoe with one of the guys from EG. EG? She's taking an EG guy.
She's taking an EG guy.
Oh, sorry. Phrasing.
So, yeah, but right now, EG just going on Twitter, feeling happy with Demon sitting around there. But that's going to be it for that game. And of course, that was just beautiful. And we saw another, I mean, that last black hole, the initiation, it was cancelled pretty quick by the flame break, of course, but just holding them there for even just a second or two, letting his team come in really close and deal that damage.
Yeah. It caused the damage to be done so early on. The fact that Bounty lived for so long was also a bit of an upside, but man, like after the rest of the crew just rolled in, you couldn't stop it. And man, I'm looking forward to seeing how EG does up against mousesports. So EG, they are playing very, very safe Dota. They don't want to have games of throws, but also very calculated. Like playing safe Dota doesn't mean you have to push back and then wait for 5 minutes and then push back again.
They just know their limits right now. They played really, really well in the first and in the third game in terms of how far they pushed themselves. And yeah, as you said, the EG knowing how not to throw right now. It's really, really well played in the series, and it seems that later on it will be Bambo actually joining us.
Yeah, it will be. So we'll be jumping over to them in when we get the official nod that they're good to go, and the nod has been given.
The nod is given.
So meanwhile, we go over to Zoe as well as Antonio Banderas.
Thank you very much, guys. And I'm now having Bamboo joining me here for the interview. First of all, of course, congratulations. Those were 3 amazing games. Were probably the best ones we had so far in the whole tournament. And let's talk a little bit about them. First off, of course, the first game, it was as close as humanly possible. It really was. It was very exciting to watch. It almost looked at the beginning as if Fnatic is going to take the upper hand. I mean, I like both drafts. Both were good. They both had team fight potential. However, it looked at some point as if Fear was scared of ganks because Fnatic wasn't really showing themselves. So it looked like he would get behind on like the farm and everything.
Yeah.
Did you feel confident throughout that stage of the game, or did you actually feel
What heroes did you
pressured?
have again?
Huh?
What heroes did you have? It was so long ago.
You had... Wait, I write that
I gotta
stuff down.
rethink about what happened.
In the first one, Bat Rider, Shadow Demon, Leshrac, Queen of Pain, and Spectre.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it like everyone behind him farm?
Yeah, the Spectre was behind the Alchemist
Oh,
for most of it,
because
so that made me worry.
we knew like for sure if we would fight them 5-on-5 that the Spectre would be way stronger than their carries, even if they had more farm, because Spectre can just focus all at the same time. And so in the end, like, we always just pick one off and fight them, and they will always, no matter what, lose.
Did you expect to win that one, or did you actually thought you're gonna throw it?
It was
I don't know.
intense. I had some points where I thought we lost, but in the end, we prevailed.
Oh, it did work out for you guys. Luckily so. And that the second game, that one a lot more clear in your favor. What do you think went wrong for Fnatic there?
The second game?
The second
Did we
game.
lose the second game?
What?
We lost the second
Oh
game.
no, yeah. What went wrong for you guys in the second game that way around?
Just when we were like in a lead, I think we were in a lead for the first part, but then we just 5-man walked everywhere, and I think we just 5-man black holed us, and that was like the only reason we lost, just because of those black holes. That was kind of disappointing.
You get so much love, isn't that sweet? How are you feeling here at the tournament? You enjoy the event? I mean, you have the audience right in front of you who keep on yelling your name for some odd reason. You enjoying that, or does it put you off?
I think it's pretty good. Like all the people, you see them every day. It's like nice and small, so we can interact with them and stuff. So it's find it pretty nice.
Yeah, feels a bit like family. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, like a family.
So now you are gonna advance into the finals. You feeling confident for it, or a bit worried?
I think we played a lot, so maybe we'll have like a little bit less than we performed now. But who knows? Maybe the adrenaline will kick in.
Well, we hope so. We certainly hope so, because we want to see exactly the same things again. I mean, of course, I'm not biased. Either one can win, but I want to see those close games again. It's been amazing watching you guys play. So once more, of course, thank you very much for that. And thanks, everyone, for watching. That camera, there we go. And we will be heading into the finals in just a bit. But before that, of course, once more, we're going to throw it over to the analysis with Wagamama.
Yeah. So, and here we see, actually, is this one even on? We see the team fight coming on here as from the second game, this is the black hole that Bamboo was talking about, the first 5-man black hole, the only one we've seen this tournament actually, catches everyone as they try to kill the bounty hunter. Everyone gets caught, and there's a lot of damage being dealt with the waveform, and they just get simply completely disrupted. They do pick up the Enigma afterwards, but when you get caught in a 5-man black hole like that, there's not much you can do. And it's just, after this 5-man black hole, we also saw another beautiful one by the Enigma in this game. So Fnatic in this series definitely played a beautiful, beautiful series, but EG in the first game came out on top in that really long farm game where the Spectre managed to take part in almost every single kill. So Fair playing really beautiful in that one. And then, of course, in the third game, as we just saw, EG taking it back, and that's how we have our grand finalists. So this was by far the best series we have seen so far at this LAN, and really looking forward to seeing how they do in the grand finals. And we will be seeing that later, but now time for a short commercial breaks.
RaidCall, communication for winners.